Okay. Should be good. Should be set. I think. Before anyone says it, because people are already waiting, I know my face is really light. It's the time of day. There are literally like bits of light on my oh my god, I look pasty! Jesus! Oh no! Basically, we have blinds in the house, and there are little like kind of like aesthetic little holes in the blinds, and I can't block the sun, which is currently shining through them. So that's great. Like that works. I'm kind of like down to the side. But back up, then it ends up on my face. Oh, whoa. That's weird. Okay, hello. How is everyone doing? I'll give a minute for everyone to filter in. And while everyone does, I'm just going to share the tweet out. It is time for the finale of Doki Doki Blue Skies. Live now. Bam. Done. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all excited. Oh, there's my stream back in my ears. I don't need to hear that. Thank you very much. Go away. I hope you're all doing well. Let me know how you're all doing and whether everything sounds good. I think it does. Everything seems to be looking fine. I'm really getting the hang of the OBS stuff, you know, now. I'm getting good at this. You know. I'm in a very good mood because a brand new single just came out for Bastille, who, if you don't know, are my all-time favourite band. I adore those lads to death. I love every song they put out, and they've just released a new single, and I'm loving it. I would play it right now, but I just literally quickly ran it through YouTube, and it will give me a complete block of the stream, so sadly I can't. But, oh god, it's such a good song! Ugh. So I am pumped, I'm excited, I'm hyped, I'm ready. This is it, okay? This is the end of Sayori's route for Doki Doki Blue Skies. I've spoken with the lead dev, to Swamp It. He reckons there's about 2 hours left. So, the plan for the stream is we're going to play the right through to the end, get whatever ending we've got, whether it's a good ending or the bad ending. We'll then go back into it, skip everything right to the end and get the bad ending or good ending, you know, the opposite one. Whichever one we don't get, we'll then play back through to get the other one, but I'll rush through everything so we can just see the ending sequence and maybe any other bits of unseen text, but, you know, the ending is the priority. And then after that, there is supposedly a secret in the game where if you get the good ending for all 3 characters, you then get some kind of mini secret, and we're going to see what that is. I have no idea what it is, so Swampert won't tell me anything about it. He just says that it's not too big, but it's something you get if you play all 3 good endings. I have played the Yuri and Natsuki good endings in my own time, so once we get the Sayori good ending, we're set, we're golden, we're ready to go. So, I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I will keep saying, I'm so sorry, that looks awful. The light on my face right now. If I could block those blinds out, I would. There's nothing I can do about it. What I will say is the sun will eventually set. I'm just wondering, if I was to... Hang on a minute. I wonder, if I was to turn off the face cam... Give me a mo. Hang on. If I was to just... hang on. Okay, I've now shut the blinds completely in my house because I'm extremely conscious that the sun will soon go on my face. So, let's turn the camera back on. Ooh! Okay. Now there's just one bit of light on my face. What about this? That doesn't really help. That just kind of makes it worse. I'm really conscious that this doesn't look perfect right now, so I am sorry about that, but you know what? I'm trying my best. So... basically, to anyone watching this afterwards as a VOD, hi, hello, you're going to see a ray of light over my face. I can't fix that. So, why even bother? So, I hope you're all ready. Hope you're all excited. I'm not going to waste any more time. It is time to hop in and play Doki Doki Blue Skies, the finale. I'm really scared. I'm really scared because I have no idea whether we're going to get the good ending or the bad ending. I have absolutely no idea what direction we're going to go in. If we get the bad ending, prepare for some tears. I'll just text Sir Swamp in case he wants to watch it. He might already be watching. I've no idea. But, you know, just in case he's not, I've just texted him so he's aware. Because it's cool. Because, like, especially in the second part when he was in it, like, the whole time, he was able to give us loads of extra, like, tips and stuff about... Oh. And there we go. Leon did nothing wrong. About everything going on with the game. You know, give us some secret information, developers, stuff. And it was really cool. So I hope he sticks around for this. But we'll soon see. Oh, wow. I just booted up the stream on my phone to get the live chat up. And I get an advert for Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you, phone. Very epic. That's a joke, by the way. I don't want Raid Shadow Legends on there at all. We good? Should be good. I think we're good. Yes, we are. Cracking. Okay, let's do this. Oh, Drill a blanket over the window. Yeah, I really would be a good idea, wouldn't it? It just looks stupid. It's gonna be some kind of pop music video. I don't like it. Also, when it goes dark, the camera looks worse. Is that just me? I think it does. So if I sit here, that gets better. All I'll say, Troy, is you made your choices. We'll soon see if they were correct. Oh, literally, there's no more choices. Is that it? Oh! Oh, okay. All right. I spent the last 5 hours watching Troy's full playthrough in anticipation for this stream. Jeez. It's longer than 4 hours, though, isn't it? 5 hours? Like, isn't it more like 7? Or 8, even? I don't know. Fun fact, for a Radio Show Legend sponsor, you get $2,000. I will not comment if they reached out to me or not at any point for an advert, but I will tell you that if they ever did or ever have, I will / have turned it down because I will only pick sponsorships for this channel that suit myself and my community. Because I don't care how much cash they flash in my face. If Rage Legends does not match with my demographic, which, let's face it, it doesn't, because I don't know. It's I don't know about you, but it doesn't interest me in the slightest, and the adverts really annoy me. So I just was like, no, I'm not doing an ad sponsorship for them. So if they contact me, I'm going to say no. If they have contacted me, I've already said no, but I will not disclose whether or not they've contacted me, because it's probably better not to keep messages about that conscious. Guess those are some of the blinding lights. They are the blinding lights. I should have worn the blinding lights t-shirt. I have a t-shirt for blinding lights. Why didn't I wear that? That would have been so fitting. Instead, I'm wearing a Doctor Who one. You can see it's got David Tennant on, and it's also got Billie Piper. My direction is awful, so I'm very happy with that. I like that. The full playthrough is 5 hours 30 minutes. No, it's not. Oh, you mean you watched Doki Doki Literature Club? Oh. Wait, you have seen the other 3 parts, right? The other 3 parts to this, because this is a different entity. Make sure you've seen those. Frick, you're ginger. Sorry, yes, I am ginger. What can you do? Cry. But I don't cry. I actually like being ginger. I like my hair colour, man. Right, okay, let's do it. Let's not mess around any longer. It is time to hop right back in where we left off. So, last time, we had some really deep discussions with Sayori about her depression. She agreed to go to therapy, went to a session. We didn't see the session, but we saw a great deal about, the effect that it had for her and, talked a bit more about it. And on top of that, what we had was Sayori slept over with us in just a sleeping sense before anyone gets any ideas. Oh, I need to have my pen ready. From yesterday's agreement that we all agreed to never talk about what happens on this stream, because obviously, because there's only about 2 hours left, that means the H scene is coming. If you don't know what H scene is, then you'll soon find out. I have written my name on my hand. All of you write your names on your hand. We're all agreeing. Whatever happens in this stream, we do not talk about it after this stream, because it's going to be very awkward for me to read this out, and I imagine it'll be just as awkward for you lot to hear it. But you know what? We're here for a good time, so let's do it, right? So, it's been about 2 weeks since that nightmare caused Sayori to have a breakdown. By this point in our relationship, I've really started to see what Mom warned me about. I didn't realise how bad the bad days would be. We've had a few therapy sessions since, and as I was hoping, the sessions went smoothly. Well, as smoothly as they could go, I guess. Along with her doctor prescribing her antidepressants, the therapist has given Sayori a diary, which she's meant to use by recording her happy and sad thoughts. The settings. Oh, yeah, let's make sure I have got that ticked. Good point. Yeah, it's ticked. We're good. How do I look on the stream? Oh, I actually don't look too bad at this angle. Alright, so if I'm like this... See, the sun's moving. Oh, so right now it's not so bad. Cool. I'll keep OBS open so I can keep checking it, because right now I'm, like, way too conscious. I'm so conscious about it. Oh, my God. Right. So she's given a diary. Okay, cool. The agreement's still standing. Check your settings. Remember, guys, wash your eyes with soap once the scene is over. Basically, yeah. Basically. By recording her sad thoughts, he's working with her to see whether those thoughts are supported by facts, basically trying to challenge her depressive thinking. I'm no expert, but it looks to me like it's the kind of therapy she needs. It's not been as simple as it might seem, but to me it looks like steady but sure progress is being made. Cool, good. To say the least, it's a huge relief. She's also tentatively mentioned that she'd like to start going to the sessions alone, although she isn't quite at that stage yet. She said she'd see how she feels by the time the next one comes about. Still, it's been really interesting to see what therapy really entails. Definitely an eye-opening experience. On the other hand, I think that the other club members' girls are starting to get a little more suspicious. Could have just said the club members, but alright. There have been a few days where Sayori's depressive moods became a little more apparent in school, and they were concerned for her. Still, Sayori maintained her walls, and I felt bad about how in the dark the girls were, but it isn't my position to say what's going on. No, it's not. The HC won't be the only thing coming. Alien, stop. Hopefully, Sayori will be comfortable telling them in her own time. Yes. Also, given it's now February, I've had to pay a little more attention to school matters, namely the end of the semester next month. How does a semester end in March? Oh, do you have 3? Oh, 3 semesters, probably, yeah. Sakurai's also been talking to students about their future plans, and it's scary to think that next year is my final school year. He wants to see me after the lesson ends, so for what feels like the first time in forever, I've started to think about what I want to do after I leave school. And as the bell rings, he calls me over. You have the same look I had on my face when my homeroom teacher wants to talk to me about my post-school plans. I appreciate his use of humour in the situation. He's always been efficient at helping me feel at ease, especially in situations where I feel out of my depth. If you don't know what you want to do, I wouldn't worry about it too much. After all, you're just a second year, so you do have another year to figure it out. Having said that, do you have any idea at all? To be honest with you, sir, I haven't really given it much thought at all. Me too. I still don't know what I want to do. I want to be a YouTuber! I'd actually consider that if, you know, the channel was a bit bigger, but obviously I can't think about that. Keep it as the part-time job, you know? Epic. The past 5 months have been really, well, they haven't really given me much time to think about it. Well, let's try this from another angle. Does higher education interest you at all? Going to university? Or would you perhaps be more inclined towards finding a job as soon as you leave school? I paused for a moment to think, trying to recollect what my parents used to tell me when we had this kind of conversation. University sounds good, although I'm not sure what I'd study. Oh, also, I should say, I know, like, the sunlight. Oh, God, it's getting dark in here. Woo! Woo! What about now if I turn the lights on? Yeah, I'll leave them on. I'm sorry the camera's really bitty. I don't know when it's dark why the camera gets so much worse. To be fair with you now, I think by the time the sun gets that low, we might be okay. I'll turn the preview off. If the camera gets too dark or the sun ends up in my face or anything like that, put it in the chat, tell me, and I'll know. Because people are watching this back as a video, you know, guys. So I'm going to make sure it looks good for the audience. If you're watching this after the video went live, hi. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, enough distractions. He nods approvingly. You'll definitely find it easier to land a job if you have a degree under your belt. That's good to know then. All I have to do is pick a subject, I guess. I know it can be a little daunting, especially when you aren't sure. My advice would be to go with a subject you enjoy and do well in. Yeah, true, but remember that it will be a lot harder at university. Maths! Far from me to be biased, but you are a rather talented historian. I chuckle. What can you do with a history degree, though? The skills you get from a history degree can transfer to a lot of other fields. A lot of historians that I knew went into journalism, academia, teaching, or even the law. Obviously, I'm not biased in any way, but history is the best subject to study. See, the thing that I think with a degree, and this is just my personal experience, is that depending on the job you go into, because some things like medical ones you need a certain degree, like if you want to go into psychology, you need a psychology degree, but a lot of the time, if you don't know what job you want to do, getting a degree just full stop is really, it does really can apply to a lot of different jobs, because it just shows that you had the capability, the effort, and the dedication to do a degree in the first place. So like me getting a maths degree, I don't have to go into anything maths related, and I'm not going to go into anything maths related, but you get the idea, you know, so I can go into other things. Imagine not being here for the live stream. Hey, some people can't make it, especially now because this is a later time than usual for these streams. The only reason being is that I didn't want to wait another week. I wanted to finish the game, and I feel like if I waited another week, it would have really ruined the pace for me. Like, leaving it at night was long enough, but, you know, that's not so bad. Obviously, I'm not biased anyway, but history is the best subject to study. We've read that. My science teachers say otherwise, sir. Well, they would, of course. He grumbles to himself. Those haughty scientists. If they could just pry themselves away from their Bunsen burners and glass vials for 5 minutes. Anyway, it's good that you've at least got a vague idea of what you want to do. There's no rush or anything. Just take some time to think about what you'd like to study at university, and we can always have another discussion later. Will do, sir. Thank you. With the conversation over, I make my way to the club room for lunch. Hey, guys. Natsuki gives me a curt nod while Sayori gives me a wan smile. The door opens once more and Yuri walks in. Sayori's already weak smile wavers even further. She doesn't dislike her by any means, but it's clear that the jealousy is still an issue. Ugh. I sigh inwardly. I forgot about that bit too. I have no clue on how to solve that issue, given I don't think Sayori is willing to disclose her depression with Yuri. Oh, good to see you, Midnight Rose. Mathematician Archer Live deconfirmed. Well, if I do teaching, then I guess, but not an actual maths-based career, like, other than teaching. Nah, I don't think I could handle it. As I pull out my food, I notice that Monica has barely greeted me. Her face is glued to her laptop with a terse look on her face. Tense, maybe? Everything alright, Monica? She finally drags her eyes to the screen and looks at me. It seems like she's only just realised I'm even talking to her. Yeah, sorry. I had to sort out some important emails. How are you? It's easy to spot from a mile off that her smile is forced. I decide not to push it. Not bad, not bad. Sakurai was just talking to me about what my plans are after high school. I think it's common practice for all the teachers to ask their students, given we're second years and the end of the semester isn't so far off. Also, I love how right through this playthrough, the only character I've given a distinct voice for the whole time is Yuri. Just because it was an easier one to do. I can't do higher pitched, yeah, hey, I bet that was fun. We didn't have to bother with that stuff just yet. No. Luckily, I still don't really know what I want to do. I told them I wanted to go to university, but I can't really decide what I want to do. I'm starting to realise that I probably should have given this more thought. That's a little irresponsible, Troy. The future holds so much weight and time flies by so quickly. My face heats up a little from embarrassment. She's right, of course, but it seems like her judgment is coming out of nowhere. Yeah. I look at Sayori, half expecting her to jump to my defence. She doesn't, though. Instead, she idly pokes at a spot on the table. The other girls look curiously at us. They can sense that something is up. I don't want to draw too much attention to Sayori, so I try to deflect their curiosity. How about you, Yuri? Any ideas? I decided that I want to study Japanese literature at university. Fitting choice. Yuri smiles to herself. I suppose it comes as a surprise to no one. I can imagine it would be both an exciting yet daunting experience. University? Yes. On the one hand, there's the opportunity to meet many like-minded people, all with the same passion. Yet there's so much independence, especially if you opt for a university far from home. Good name for a film. And with that independence comes a lot of responsibility and I'd imagine a fair degree of uncertainty. Who knows what life will be like for all of us when we left school? My question hangs in the air as the conversation lapses into silence. Oh, that's convenient. Monica mutters something under her breath. How about you, Monica? I imagine you've got a lot of choice given how you excel in pretty much every subject. She finally closes the laptop lid with a sigh. My parents have been hounding me with the exact same question for months now. I'll probably take over their business. There's a hint of what sounds like bitterness in her voice. Granted, I know very little about her life, well, at least anything beyond surface level, so it's a little baffling. We'll have to wait and see. An awkward silence descends upon the room. Clearly it isn't just me who detected Monica's slightly hostile tone. Luckily, Yuri breaks the silence. Are you alright, Sayori? You've been rather quiet. Yeah, that's not like you at all. Even Monica glances over at Sayori's direction. Oh, I'm fine. Just kind of tired, that's all. Don't worry about me. The other girls don't look convinced in the slightest, but they don't have much chance to press her as the lunch bell rings. I remember being in their position last semester, and boy do I not envy them. As the end of the school day rolls around, I find myself wandering down the corridor waiting for Sayori to finish. Along the way I bump into Monica. Hey Troy! She keeps her voice low and quickly looks around before speaking. I can tell she's going to ask me. Is Sayori okay? She'll be fine, just dealing with some stuff, that's all. Compared to the last time she was acting off in school, you seem a lot less worried. That was when I knew less about her. She narrows her eyes at me. I guess what I said must have come across as pretty cryptic. Okay. Well, let me know if we can help in any way, okay? We? The other club members. We are all friends after all, don't forget. Oh, of course. What a stupid question, Troy. It's appreciated. I'll see what Sayori thinks. Okay then. Well, I'll see you later. Well, I think Sayori is definitely more convincing than I am. She walks off, and after a couple of moments, Sayori comes out of her class. Sorry I'm late. It's okay, let's go. Do you know what was up with Monica? Funny you mention her because she just asked me what was up with you. Oh. What did you tell her? Just you dealing with some stuff. I didn't give any specifics. They're worried about you, though. Have you considered telling them? No, not really. They're our friends, Sayori. Wait, is Troy still going to do the Crash Bandicoot noise when Sayori... Yeah, if she does it again, then yeah, I will. They're our friends, Sayori. They know something is up. I know. I can sense this isn't a topic Sayori wants to discuss any further. Anyway, no, I don't know why Monica seems so snappy at lunch. She mentioned her parents, so they're probably being a bit overbearing. Must be difficult to maintain that model student image. When you're at the top, the only place to go from there is down. Is light on behind me? Oh, it is. I thought it seemed a bit dark in the room. I'm just very silly and blind as well, apparently. Yeah. Juggling academics with sports and other extracurriculars must be really stressful. I don't know how she does it, to be honest. I felt a little sorry for Natsuki, though. The conversation kind of excluded her. I know for sure that when I was a first year, post-school plans hadn't even crossed my mind. Yeah, I thought that too. But we'll make sure to include her next time. Good shout. After dumping our things inside, I pull out my phone. I really should have talked to Mum a while ago, and I'm pretty sure she's going to make me feel bad about it. Hey, Mum. Ah, Troy. Nice for you to remember you have a mother. I winced slightly. I knew this was coming. I know. I really should have called you earlier. It's not that I didn't want to or anything. Anyway, Sayori's with me right now. Do you want to say hello? I'd love to. I press a button on my phone which transforms the call into a video call. Aw, look at that. Aw, the cuteness. My goodness, is that really you, Sayori? The last time I saw you, you were barely a teenager. Sayori laughs shyly. I guess I am putting her on the spot here a little. Hi, it's really nice to see you again. And you, dear. I hope Troy's been treating you well. I shoot Sayori a desperate look. This would be the perfect opportunity to enact some revenge for all the times I teased her. Of course, he's been really good to me. That's lovely to hear. Looks like my little prince has truly matured. They share a laugh as I turn slightly red from embarrassment. Mum, really? Little prince? I'm sorry, darling. I'm just so proud of you. Well, at least we've established what Sayori is going to be calling me for the next few days. They continue to giggle at my expense. He's always been like this, hasn't he? Quick to tease others, but once they do it to him, he gets all huffy. Sayori, do not take her side. You're my girlfriend. She's trying and failing to keep a straight face. Okay. No more teasing. Sorry, I just had to get you back for not calling me for so long. How did your December exams go? I briefly described my results along with Sakurai's comments. Well, that's reassuring to hear. I was worrying how you'd fare living by yourself, so I'm glad to hear your academics are going well. Sakurai has a point, though. Your grades in math could be better, young man. Sayori, you're gonna have to knock him into shape. He's always been bad with discipline. I snort in derision. And you're asking Sayori of all people to help me with that? Hey! Mom sighs dramatically. Sorry, Sayori. He can be really mean sometimes, can't he? Must have got that from his father. Hey. There's an awkward silence. Things have been very rocky between Mum and Dad since the divorce. Oh, by the way, I've got some good news. We're almost finished dealing with this particular client, and I have no one else to deal with for a week. So I'm hoping to come and see you soon. My heart races. As much as I've loved being able to basically live with Sayori, seeing Mum again after so long would be really nice. That's awesome, Mum. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you. How She's cut short by the sound of someone calling her. It sounds pretty urgent. Ah, no, I was hoping I'd have more time to talk to you. Sorry, darling, I've have to go. We'll catch up properly, all three of us, when I come visit you. Don't forget it's Valentine's Day coming up really soon, and I want to hear all about how you've been treating Sayori like a princess for it. She laughs softly and waves goodbye. Aww. Click. I forgot how nice your mum is. Yeah, she's always been such a good parent. She was a lifesaver back in November after our fight. You're such a mummy's boy. Hey! It's a good thing. It's really cute. I get the feeling you're mocking me, but because I know I can't win this battle, I'll reluctantly concede. The Ice Queen wins again. You're a real clown, you know that? True, but I'm your clown. Aww. Aww. I preferred the one from that horror movie we watched with Yuri. Such a charmer. The rest of the day passes by relatively quickly. After finishing our homework, we spent the evening kicking back with some video games. I am extremely conscious of where this could go today, so yep. Okay, we're censored. This has been our routine for a while now. Sayori coming over, we will finish our homework, and then relax. It's simple, but effective. I'm glad that we're both happy to just sit back and relax in each other's company. That's the most ideal kind of relationship, that. Just nice and just chill. Not having to go out on loads of grand dates. I love going out on dates and stuff, like with people, but at the end of the day, just being able to chill with someone, that seems like the goal. You want that in a relationship. At least I would. Then again, Sayori's never been a high-maintenance kind of girl. Watching her now with her sky blue eyes narrowed in concentration, God, I love her. Is now the right time to say it, though? What if she doesn't feel the same way? That'd be a little awkward, to say the least. Nah, now isn't the time. I was curious, Sayori, what do you want to do after you finish school? You didn't say anything at lunch. I don't really know. She sighs. I thought that going into therapy might be a good idea, but no, forget it. It's a stupid idea. Huh? It's not stupid at all. It is. I don't know if I'd even be any good at it. I can't even help myself, so how can I help others? You're good at keeping the spirits high in the club, at least. People appreciate having you around when it's definitely more comfortable an atmosphere when you're there. It's the one thing to keep peace in a high school club, but helping with people, reading problems, it's one thing to keep peace in a high school club, but helping people with really big problems as a therapist? You know, the really horrible things that people have to live with? It's a whole other story. If you mentioned it to your teacher at least, they might be able to point you in the right direction. She shrugs nonchalantly. I haven't, no. Truthfully, I haven't thought about the future much. Well, at least we're alike in that sense, although our reasoning for it is rather different. We've got plenty of time though, right? Yeah, I guess we do. The conversation trails off into silence. I suppose thinking about the future is quite difficult for Sayori, so I'll make a mental note not to push it. Anyway, it's getting late. Let's call it a night. Can I be the... Oh my god, that's so adorable. Oh my god. Can I be the big spoon tonight? Oh my god. Not sure how that would work, but sure. Bless. Oh, they're so cute! Ugh. His special ability is to be so dense the cops leave out of pure mental pain. Literally. Oh, if MC Troy was a character for Payday, it literally. So dense. He's so dense. In fact, to quote the iconic Peter Capaldi character Malcolm Tucker, he's so dense that, like, bends around him. As Sakurai finishes explaining the morning's task and settles down to mark some papers, I find myself absent-mindedly fiddling with my pen. As you do. Well, as you do when you write an agreement on your hand. Pulling out my textbook, I flip to the relevant page, and suddenly I'm aware of a poking sensation on my shoulder. Morning, Emmy. Surprised you weren't late today. Hey, it's not my fault track practice ran on for so long today. I mean, isn't it? Don't you decide how many laps you run? Semantics, Troy. I chuckle to myself. If you say so. Anyway, you wouldn't happen to have any good Valentine's ideas, would you? Mum brought it up yesterday, and I didn't realise how quickly Valentine's has come around this year. My boyfriend only got out of hospital a few days ago. Ooh, so we're just taking things slow. He was in... Yikes, jeez. I think he mentioned wanting to take me to a tea house, though. Hospital? Is he alright? Yeah, just heart stuff. Jeez. Anyway, what have you and Sayori got planned? That's what I was asking you for. Neither of us have really mentioned doing anything for it. Never done anything for Valentine's before, so I'm totally out of my depth here. Emmy giggles. There's a playful, mocking air to her laughter. She's your girlfriend, Troy. Shouldn't you know her the best? Well, yeah, but... Relationships, man, they're confusing. Just ask her. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to be direct. I think the sun's coming through the other thing now. Oh my god, I think it is. How does it look on the camera? Yeah, it's there. Oh, great. The camera's gone all bitty. I'm sorry. Oh, well. Well, that'll soon pass, and then I think it'll be out of the shot then. Oh, have we got like that? Get a good angle. Well, unless you're expecting a surprise from you, that is. Then, well, you're on your own there. Some help you are. What happened to female intuition? We can't give you all the answers, Troy. Sometimes you've got to work things out for yourself. Yeah, because me trying to figure out what the best thing to say and do in our relationship is going so well. Life's unfair. You could say life is. Strange. Haha, I'm so funny. After class ends, I make my way to the club room. As I open the door, I realise it's just Natsuki inside. When was the last time I even spoke to her alone? Hey. Afternoon. Listen, I need your help with something. She looks at me suspiciously. With what? Well, you're a girl and... Thanks for noticing. And, well, where would a girl want to be taken for Valentine's Day? And how long have you known Sayori for? Why does it sound so familiar? Is it really a crime for me to ask some Valentine suggestions? A while, but in my defense, I've only been with her for what, 2 months? I was thinking of, like, some kind of restaurant, but I don't know which ones are good or not. The door opens and Monica and Yuri walk in. What were you two talking about? I glance desperately at Natsuki, hoping she doesn't expose me in front of everyone. She's going to expose you. Yep, I knew it. Troy was asking Yuri to take his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I groan. Jeez, when you put it like that, I just need some pointers, that's all. The door opens a second time and Sayori wanders in. If it were down to me, I wouldn't even bother. Valentine's is pointless. All that sappy stuff? Yuck. People hugging and kissing in public, giving each other sappy cards? No thanks. We don't give the cards in public, do you? Well, I suppose. Depends on the circumstance. Do you want to know the highlights? Right, okay. I will share an exclusive Red Archer Live story with you while I scratch my head because it's really itchy. I don't know why. I've only ever had one Valentine's Day whilst in a relationship, and it was with my first ex back in college. We'd been dating for like 2 months, but the problem was I had a really, really bad cold on Valentine's Day, so any attempt to have any good plans were completely thrown out the window, and I basically said to her, I was like, I really shouldn't see you because I'm going to give you the illness I've got, and then she just went, well, let's just meet up and do something. So you know what we did? We went to McDonald's. We went to Mackey's and just got some food, sat there for a couple of hours, and then buggered off home to like our own homes. That was it. That's the highlight of my Valentine's. It was nice for a simple thing, but like, you know. So I don't even have any experience with a proper Valentine's Day date because my relationship after that was finished before our Valentine's Day sprung round. So, and that was, when was that Valentine's Day? 2015, 16, 2017. 3 years ago. Jeez, I'm old. Whew. So this is getting clipped. If you want. Troy's Valentine's Day Mackie story. Go for it, if you want to. Cool. Dating masterclass. Literally. I'm not even American. Yeah, I'm not even American. Most American thing I can imagine. I can't remember who suggested it. I think it was her. But I don't remember. But yeah, so, you know, would have actually done so romantic. Look, like I said, I'd have done something special, but I was coughing my lungs up, dude. I didn't really think about it, to be honest with you. Oh, I thought you'd appreciate that story. I like that you all enjoyed that. Right, it's quite a romantic day, though. People telling their partners how much they mean to them, all the little gifts, the thoughtfulness. Yeah, it's great if you like that, but keep it away from me. Something else I don't get is that Valentine's is supposed to be a day where you show your love for your partner, blah, blah, blah. But aren't you meant to do that every day? Valid point. Thought so. So it's safe to say that Cupid didn't shoot you with any arrows this year then, eh? She glares at me as Sayori giggles. We all know you're a softie at heart, Natsuki. I am not. There's nothing wrong with admitting it. Just wait until you get a boyfriend. As we're digging into our food, Monica taps me on the shoulder. I think I might have a solution to your crisis. Oh? There's a really nice restaurant in town that I went to last year with the debate club. It's called the Amber Beehive and their food is really good. It's a little on the formal side though, so you probably have to wear something smart. See if Sayori has a dress or something. Seems kinda sophisticated. Would they take a bunch of teenagers? Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? Well, the formal dress code and all wouldn't me feel really out of place. Sorry, I'm just, well, as you can see, I'm new to dating and all that. It's okay. Don't overthink it though. Just see it as a fancy date, that's all. I'm sure Sayori would like it as well. I think the music will really suit the atmosphere. Pretty jazzy. Thanks then. I'll look into it tonight. That's okay. Sayori will be impressed. And don't worry, I won't tell her you got the idea from me. You're a lifesaver, Monica. Don't mention it. Oh, I forgot to say. I'm sorry for snapping you at lunchtime yesterday. Parents. It's okay. I imagine you had a lot on your plate. Besides, you've rescued my Valentine, so you've redeemed yourself. That's good to hear. Oh, by the way, you can never go wrong with a fried squid. Ugh! Yes, you can. That sounds horrid. Duly noted. Duly crossed out, forgotten. Maybe I'll be able to salvage this Valentine's after all. Jeez, I hope not. So, what are our Valentine's plans? Sayori? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really given it much thought. Oh, whew. Glad it isn't just me. I was worrying you'd expected me to have something planned. What with this being my first relationship and all, I'm hardly experienced in that department. She giggles softly at my sheepishness. Don't worry about it, Troy. We can just play it by ear tomorrow. Winging it, eh? Yeah, that sounds more like me. Anyway, been really lagging behind with homework. I've got a lot to do. So do you mind if we don't spend this evening together? Well, this is convenient. Now I can look at bookings for the restaurant without giving away the surprise. Oh, sure. I was just about to say the same thing, actually. I'll see you tomorrow, then. Okay. See you later, Troy. She gives me a quick kiss and heads off inside. As I settle into the sofa, I quickly notice the living room lights are on. Oh, Mum's home! There's also some sound coming from the kitchen. That's weird. There's no reason for anything to be making noise in the kitchen, and I always turn the lights off in the living room before I go to school. In an attempt to stop the sudden bout of panic, I force myself to rationalise the situation. It can't be a burglar. Oh, come on, clock it faster. He's even dense about his mother being home. Jeez. If it can't be a burglar, because they wouldn't make this much noise. So that must mean... Hello? Anyone here? A familiar voice greets me back. Troy, is that you? Mum! A huge grin forms my face as I spot my mum emerging from the kitchen, a warm smile on her face. I rush forward and embrace her. Feels so good to have her back. I didn't know you were coming today. I wanted to keep it a surprise, dear. We let go and she looks me over. I'm so sorry you've been alone for so long. I tried so hard to come back earlier, but business was having none of it. It's okay. I'm just glad you're here now. I sniff the air. Something smells delicious. Are you making something? Yes, teriyaki, one of your favourites. Is that salmon? Teriyaki salmon? I don't know. I'm not the most cuisined when it comes to food. You're the best, seriously. Always nice to be reminded. It's almost ready. I'll give you a hand. She ruffles my hair. It's okay, sweetheart. My treat for you. There isn't much left to do anyway. Are you sure? Positive. It's only as I'm wolfing my food down do I realise how hungry I am. Mum's cooking has always been incredible too. Enjoying yourself, I see. Can you blame me? I haven't met anyone who can cook better than you can. She laughs heartily. So let's have that long-awaited catch-up. Tell me about how everything's been since you joined that club. I finish eating and push my plate away. Sighing contentedly, I pat my stomach. Well, as you know, it all started when I saw Sayori on the sidewalk. Once I start, it's almost impossible to stop. There's so much to say, so much to describe. Now that we aren't limited by short phone calls, I can finally go into detail into what life's been like since September. And after describing the first few days, I recall how the festival went. She shakes her head as I recall how those inconsiderate pricks acted. Unbelievable. Some people just have absolutely no respect. No kidding. The worst part was it caused Natsuki and Monika to have a really big argument. Oh, bad argument. I quickly go over that, not wanting to dwell too much on the fight. It's still something I'd rather forget. Mum smiles as I recount how my feelings for Sayori starts to blossom. Oh, and then there was Halloween. Yeah, we all remember Halloween. Not the most cuisine when it comes to food. It's the first thing I thought of in my brain. Not as well versed when it comes to cuisine. How's that? Is that better? Is that molto bene? Yes, very nice. We all dressed up, broke into school, wrote some spooky poems, and summoned a Shinto spirit. Pretty much sums it up. You did what now? Dressed up. Not that. Wrote some spooky poems. You know what I'm referring to. Oh, the breaking into school thing. She doesn't look very impressed. Come on, Mum, it was just a bit of harmless fun. Didn't you say you called a spirit over? Oh, okay, maybe not entirely harmless then. But for what it's worth, we all had fun and it was a really nice bonding experience. She sighs under her breath. Teenagers these days get their enjoyment from the weirdest things. I don't think playing Destroy All Humans is that weird. Okay, so maybe playing around with a Ouija board wasn't the weird. Actually, I'm not a teenager anymore. I can't even include myself in that. Jesus! Oh, God! I keep forgetting that I'm not even a teenager anymore. God! And the fact that in 2 weeks on Saturday, I'll be 21. Oh, also, I asked my mum about possibly being on a live stream. She said she was interested, so I can't promise anything, but I might get my mum on for a stream on Payday 2 on my birthday, so, you know, that might be fun. I will try and make it happen, but I can't promise anything. Because I would love to get her to play it. She's never played Payday 2, and that would be a fantastic live stream. Okay, so maybe playing around with the Ouija board wasn't the wisest idea, but hey, it'll be a good story for my kids, right? If you say so, Troy. Anyway, so then when November rolled around... Right, okay, explaining this whole story, we know about this. The rest of the evening rolls around, we both had a lot to talk about, and the time has really flown. She yawns. Well, it definitely sounds like you've had a hectic past few months. Girls, Secret Santas, and Shinto ghosts. What a mix. Anyway, I'm still quite tired for my flight, so I'm going to have an early night. I'll be around for a while, so we can always carry on tomorrow. Yeah, sure thing. Got a lot of homework to be getting on with anyway, so that's fine. Good boy. I love you, Troy. Love you too, Mum. See you tomorrow. Aww. Mum March Alive, poggers. Like I said, no promises, but I really, really hope we can get it to happen. After grabbing a drink from the kitchen, I walk over to my bag and pull out the relevant textbooks. That doesn't mean face cam, by the way. It'll probably just be a voice. I don't know whether I'll get this camera to work with the Xbox setup. I don't know. Look, leave it with me. I'll see what I can do, okay? Finally, Bank Heist 101 version 2 featuring Mum March Alive. Oh my god, should I get it to react to Bank Heist 101? Oh god, why did I say that? You're all going to want me to do it now. Oh god. We're moving on. Let's get this over with. Just as I'm about to begin, I feel my phone buzz. Evening, Troy. Do you have any plans for this evening? Yeah, sorry, Yuri. I have a lot of homework to be getting on with. Oh, what do you have to do? Perhaps I could help you out? Pause my fingers hovering over the screen. No. Stop it! Don't give Yuri the time of day. Why is there no choice in this? Sayori never said that I couldn't hang out with Yuri, and I don't think that she's the controlling type. I really... Do you know what? I do absolutely adore this game. The one thing that's annoying me really seriously with this route in particular is it's given me absolutely no agency on the Yuri thing. Like, I get it being a plot point, but you could at least control the severity of it, surely. Is that just me? I don't know. Ugh. But even though I know I'm not doing anything inherently wrong by spending time with Yuri, I can't help but feel like I'd make Sayori's jealousy worse if I did. But then again, I did say I'd help Yuri out with her loneliness. But this was before I knew the impact of having Sayori. Give me the choice! Give me the choice! Oh, thank God. Thank goodness, at least you did the right thing. Nah, it's okay. There's a lot to do, but I can handle it. Thanks, though. There's a pause in their reply. It's okay, Troy. Hope you have a pleasant evening. Can't help but feel guilty to put my phone away. Hope she doesn't think I'm ignoring her. Giving her personality, it's definitely possible. Why can't this just be simple and not so complicated? You'd think that for my first relationship, life would be nice and not throw me into the deep end. I'm mulling it over as I finish the rest of my homework. Climb into bed feeling exhausted. Today wasn't a taxing day, at least physically. But from a mental perspective, it's a whole other story. I still wish I could do so much more for Sayori, and the uncertainty on how to deal with Yuri really isn't helping. Still, it's nice to know that I'm not alone in the house. Actually, I wonder if... maybe the choices that you do make impacted a little bit. I think it's just for me right now that it feels like there weren't many Yuri-centric choices. Is that just me? There was one earlier about sitting with Yuri for lunch, wasn't there? But like that's the only one that I can remember. But to be fair, we did start this 2 weeks ago, so maybe I've forgotten a couple. It's nice to know that I'm not alone in the house. I'll probably be worth talking to Mum about the whole situation with Sayori tomorrow. And I probably should have talked to Mum a little more. She's been in my exact same position before. Ah well, better late than never, right? Good name for a song. Speaking of games with dogs in the title, Watch Dogs lied to me. I just wanted to watch dogs. Shut up. That is so bad. That is not a good joke. That is not a very funny joke. That was not epic. Right, Valentine's Day. I presume. I'm guessing. Why is my lap wet? Oh my god, there's... oh, I spilled a drink! No! No! Oh! How did it spill? And don't say water, the drink came out of the top of it. I know how drinks spill. It's more that I didn't notice it happen. There we go. Wake up the next morning to the sound of activity coming from downstairs. I almost forgot that Mum was an early riser. That's something I definitely didn't inherit from her. Are you on in stretch checking the time? Huh, 10 AM. Looks like it isn't so early after all. Morning, Mum. You're up early. Heh, very funny. I've been up before noon loads of times, actually. Looks like you really have changed while I've been gone, eh? Rolling my eyes at her little job, I noticed the abundance of food on the kitchen table. So it's Valentine's today. What have you got planned with Sayori? Taking a seat, I opt for the jam toast. Good choice. I don't know. Monica mentioned this fancy restaurant in town, so I thought I'd take Sayori there. Which one? Amber Beehive, I think it's called? Amber Beehive. Amber Beehive. She said it's jazzy, leans on the formal side too. Ah, yes, I know it now. Monica has good taste. Sayori will love it. Good, good. We could do with a nice day after everything that's happened so far. Oh? Everything okay? We could talk about it when I get back, if that's okay. Kinda want to focus on the positives today. Of course. Today'll be a great day, don't you worry. She smiles encouragingly at me. I hope so. Anyway, what were you going to do today? Well, it's been such a long time since I've been home, I've almost forgotten what free time feels like. This country and its work ethic. Anyway, I figured I could start with some housekeeping. You let this place get a little dusty and messy, young man. Sorry, it's never been my strong suite. There's also some business things I have to sort out, but thankfully I can do those on my laptop. Even when you're at home, you really can't catch a break, can you? She smiles ruefully. Adult life, Troy. Now, haven't you got a certain someone to see? I'm on it. After freshening up and shooting Sayori a text, I make my way over to her house. Hey, Sayori. She's on the bed sitting up. There's a pen and paper in her hands, and it looks like she's writing a poem. Hey, Troy. What do you want to do today, then? About that. This must be really disappointing to hear. Oh, no. So I'm sorry. What is it? I'm not really in the mood to hang out today. There's just some things I need to think about, and I don't want to be distracted. It's nothing personal. Oh, try my best to fight off the sinking feeling of disappointment. Nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it, okay? Just give me a shout if you want to talk, alright? You know where I am. I know it's Valentine's today, so it's really selfish of me, but it's fine, really. Not selfish at all. I'd much rather you did what you want to do instead of you feeling like you have to come out or anything. We can always hang out another day. Thank you, Troy. You've always been really understanding. It's the least I can do. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Oh, but we booked the restaurant! Obviously, you can't make her do anything, especially in a mental state, but it is sad. Well, that changes things a bit. I'm a little downhearted. I know Sayori loves romance, and today would have been the perfect day to show how much she means to me. Granted, the decision has been made. At least I could talk it over with Mum. Mum's sitting at the kitchen table, beavering away on her laptop, and she looks surprised. You back early? I slide into the chair opposite her. Yeah, Sayori doesn't really feel like hanging out today. Said there's some stuff she needs to think about, so I left her to it. I buried my face in my hands. When Mum speaks, her tone is gentle. It's not easy, is it? It really isn't. I know you warned me about it, and I thought I was prepared, but I never really know what to do. I like to think that I'm making a positive difference, but I don't know anymore. What makes you doubt that? Well, she kind of snapped at me once when I told her I knew how she felt. Said that I couldn't possibly know what depression feels like and that my words are just empty. But she just says that it's helpful having me around and that me just being able to listen does make a difference. So I really don't know. For what it's worth, darling, you're doing your best, and that's all we can ask for. Take today, for example. You want to spend the day with her, right? Take her to a nice restaurant. You were looking forward to it. But even though she wasn't up for it, you didn't get angry at her or hold it against her. You were understanding and let her do what she wanted to. That's precisely the kind of patient understanding I was talking about back in November. She said it herself. She values having you around, and whether you realise it or not, you have made life that much better for her. Now, I've made it worse in some ways. How so? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You know Yuri, right? We went Christmas shopping with each other in December, and I saw her in the park once after Sayori and I had a falling out. We've grown a little closer, and Yuri confided that she's really lonely. And I agreed to spend more time with her and totally didn't factor in how Sayori would feel about it. Ah, jealousy, I assume. Yeah, I'm an idiot. How did I not realise that would happen? I was so inconsiderate. Not inconsiderate at all, sweetie. Your heart's always in the right place. You just want to help a friend in need, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now I'm in this really weird situation. I want to spend time with Yuri because I hate the thought of her being lonely, but I don't want to make Sayori feel any worse. Sayori didn't tell me that I couldn't hang out with Yuri or anything. She's not like that at all. And I can't tell Yuri about why I can't hang out with her because I don't want her to find out about Sayori's depression. Girls! Mum laughs softly. She puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Let's try looking at this from another angle. She's agreed to try therapy, right? How's that going? And when I was there, it was going well, I guess. Her therapist is really nice. Never insensitive with his questioning. She's working well with him. She's on antidepressants now. She started going to therapy sessions alone. That's excellent news, sweetie. That's a really big step to make, so the fact she's made it is really promising. From my own experience, that independence is really important. You can't always be there for your partner, and at the end of the day, you're the one who has to learn to deal with their depression. Oh, they're the one, sorry. When I was dating Shinji, we found out his depression was easier to manage after he'd attended a few sessions by himself. Oh, did I make the wrong choice then in picking to go with her to begin with? Ugh. I wonder if Valentine's would have gone differently based on my choices, considering we are in the end game. I don't know. It's a long, slow process, but it sounds like she's made good progress already. Sheesh, Mum, you sound like a psychologist yourself. Well, I did take some psychology modules while I was at university, you know. My experience with depression really opened my eyes to mental health. Funny you mention that, because I was considering going into psychology at university. Sayori was asking me about my future plans. Well, if it's what you're interested in and your grades are good enough, I'd encourage you to, Troy. Especially in a country like this one, which has some pretty unhelpful attitudes when it comes to mental health. Yeah, it seems like a good choice, right? I've still got time, but I figured it'd be helpful to start thinking about my post-school plans now. She nods approvingly. Yeah, it's definitely a smart thing to do. What about the other girls? After I fill her in, she fits back, looking thoughtful. Sits back? I can really see where I got my reflective side from. You'd all have to study really hard next year. That exam that you take at the end of high school is so important in determining which university you get into. Yeah, so I've heard. Sakurai mentioned it too. But you're a bright boy, so I know you can do it. Of course, with me raising you, you could hardly go wrong, could you? Easy there, Dr. Strange. We're in the end game now. We share a chuckle. Mum has always been really good at making me feel safe and secure. Thanks, Mum, for everything. I don't know where I'd be without you. Aww. Nothing to thank me for. I'm your mother. It's my job. Seriously, having you around again has made such a difference. I just wish you could be around more often. Me too, Troy. Me too. I always felt guilty being so far away from home, especially when you were struggling to deal with Sayori. It's not your fault. Life wasn't exactly going to be easy after the divorce, was it? You're doing your best. Isn't that exactly what I said to you just now? I see you inherited my positivity. Sayori called me a mama's boy, funnily enough. Well, she isn't wrong now, is she? I grin. No. Anyway, I was thinking we'd go for a walk to town. There's a really nice cafe one of my work friends recommended. It'll be good to get out of the house. The fresh air will do you good too. Can we swing by that restaurant Monica recommended? I just want to see what it's like, you know, just in case I want to take Sayori there another day. Of course we can. Have I not booked the thing itself? White Day is only a month away, so who knows, perhaps you'll spend the day there. Right, now I need to look this up, because they mentioned White Day in both of the other routes. What is White Day? Because we don't celebrate it in the UK, and I don't know whether you celebrate it in the US. I think it's just a Japanese thing, but I don't know. Oh, Chinese thing. White Day, the alternative Japanese Valentine's Day where men give gifts to women, was originally... Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so maybe girls give gifts to men on Valentine's Day and men give gifts to girls to women on White Day, I guess? Is that the way it works in Japan? If there's any Chinese, Japanese viewers right now, and you know, please let me know. I'd be interested. So who knows? Perhaps you'll spend the day there. I've forgotten about White Day. You typically get a lot of chocolates. It's one of my favourite days. Ah, so there you were, berating me for gorging on chocolate when it was you that I got my sweet tooth from. Hope you've been eating healthy while I've been away, young man. Have you ever heard that phrase? What you don't know won't hurt you. I'll take that as a no then. Ignorance is bliss, Mom. You should consider yourself lucky that Sayori doesn't expect you to cook her food, Troy. Funny you mentioned that, actually. Natsuki is really into food, so if I dated her instead, man, she'd grill me. No pun intended. She laughed softly, shaking her head. Aww. White Day sounds worse than it really is. Oh, it's not. No, it's not about what. Oh, I didn't even think of it that way. Come on. Trying to flicker out the blooming notification on my phone. Just chugging up my phone screen. After waking up and completing my morning routine, I perch onto the couch, idly flicking through the programs on television. Oh, jeez, hello. Did I just knock the camera? Whew. Sorry about that. The lighting in this room is awful. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, the camera looked alright in every other playthrough, and this time it's just not. So I apologise. After waking up and completing my morning routine, I perch onto the couch, idly flicking through the programs on television. I think Sayori has a therapy session today, though I'm unsure of the time. Probably best to find out what's going on. Hey Sayori, what's up? You got a session with Dr. Satoshi today, right? Hey, yeah I do. It's in an hour. Alright, want me to come with you? Actually, well I was kind of thinking that I should probably try going to one by myself. She'd already done that, though. She's already been doing it, so why is she saying that? Oh really? You sure? Hang on, we literally just had this conversation with Mum that she'd started going to these herself, so why is she making a fuss out of it like this is the first time? Weird. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous, but when you came with me before, it gave me the confidence to try and tackle these sessions by myself. The antidepressants have made it easy for me to think a bit clearer too. And I don't want to always rely on you when it comes to those sessions, so yeah, I'll see how this one goes. And well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Just let me know if you change your mind, okay? I'm not doing anything today, so it wouldn't be a problem if I had to come to the clinic. Thanks, Troy, I'll remember that. I'll let you know how it goes. See ya. Aw, little heart. Alrighty. Mum's sitting nearby, tapping away on her laptop. It's kind of weird. What is? Not spending the day with Sayori. This is the first weekend since we started dating that we haven't spent with each other. Hang on. Why exactly aren't you guys spending today with each other? I thought you two would be glued together. Oh, she has a therapy session today. Remember I told you yesterday she was considering? I thought she said she was going to it. I swear on the Yuri route they mentioned White Day as girls giving stuff to boys. They probably did, and I've just forgotten, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, she has a therapy session? Yeah, right. She just texted me to tell me she's going to do just that. Oh, that's excellent news. Sounds like she's doing really well. The fact she's going alone is good for your relationship, too. No, Mum said that her partner went alone, if I'm correct. Oh, that's just me being dense, then. Maybe I'm more like my character than I thought. Hopefully not. It's healthy to do things away from your partner. Is it? God, that really shows how much I know. Yep, it's important to remember that even though you're together, you still have to have your own lives to live. True. I know it probably feels like you want to spend every moment with her, but it's good to have little breaks. Yeah, but I'm bored. I don't know what to do. The joys of free time. Do you have any homework to be getting on with? Nah, I did it on Friday. Wait, you doing homework on a Friday evening? That really doesn't sound like you at all. I remember how you always used to leave it for Sunday evening. It's how I always did it. Am I really talking to my son? And there I was thinking you commend me for doing it so early. What a cruel world I live in. To be fair, I've been much better with my university work because my attitude has always been keep the work on uni grounds. And considering I don't live on campus, I still live in my house. I never moved out to uni. So I always try and do any work in the library in uni in like my 3 hours. So that when I come home, the time is my own to play games, do YouTube, that stuff. And it's worked really well for the last 3 years. The teaching placement really screwed that up. But you know what? Swings and roundabouts. Oh, real life Troy is dense. Alright, don't be too mean. He's just less dense. Oh, great. And there I was thinking you commend me for doing it so early. What a cruel world I live in. What about your video games? If I recall correctly, they're the reason why you leave your homework for the last minute. It's a good idea, actually. Problem is I don't know what to play. Mum rolls her eyes. Do you have a whole library of games? Depends if you count DLC. I'm not going to have to explain DLC to her, am I? DLC? Basically, it's short for downloadable content, which... Am I really going to try and explain the nuances of video gaming to my mum? Never mind. Yeah, I'll go see what I can find. My mum knows what DLC is. After spending a good 5 minutes trying to decide which game to play, I eventually settled for Banjo-Kazooie. Why? I had a lot of fun just watching Sayori play it, so I figured it'd be a good choice. But no, play it with her. Why would you play it without her? Man, Sayori got it pretty far. Forgot how much she enjoys the game. Maybe I could lend it to her, given I don't really play it myself. I have plenty of other titles on my computer to choose from. And yet he chose Banjo-Kazooie. I have plenty of other titles on my computer to choose from, so it's not like to be strapped for choice. Might be worth bringing it up the next time I see her. Okay. After some time, Mum comes downstairs calling my name. You got a text, Troy? From Sayori? No, from Yuri. You left your phone in the bathroom. Oh, so that's where it was. Oops. Take the phone. Oh my god, Yuri, stop creeping on me! Hello, Troy. You up to much today? Nah, not really. Just having a chill day, to be honest. I imagine that must be quite relaxing. I was curious. Oh, no. Oh, don't. No! She's working at the college to ask me. No! No! Well, I found another good book that I think you might enjoy, and I was wondering if you'd like to read it with me. I have a spare copy. I don't really know how to reply. I just told her that I was free, so I can't fall back on the classic homework excuse. I can't, sorry. Why? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Mum came home on Friday and she wants to spend some time with me. I feel absolutely awful to type that out. Yuri must suspect that something's amiss. Not from encouraging her to open up to me to spending time with me, just suddenly rejecting her advances. My only hope is that she doesn't think it's because I don't like her or anything like that. Ah, okay. Well, I'm sorry to bother you then. Hope you have a nice catch-up. Thanks, Yuri. I'm really sorry again. You just seem to catch me at a bad time. She doesn't reply. I slam my phone back to my pocket and run my face through my hands. Everything okay? That's a good question. I stand up, pulling on my coat. I'm going to go for a walk. I need to clear my head. Mum looks surprised, but she doesn't press it. What if she catches me outside, then? Because then she'll be like, I thought you were with your mum. This doesn't seem like a good idea. Wrap up warm. Oh my god, it's the same pond. She's going to come up to me and be like, why aren't you with your mum? You said you were with your mum. And then she's going to catch me out for lying. And then it's going to all go really badly. I don't like this. And there's only like an hour left. Oh, I don't like this. After settling down on the bench, I cast my eyes to the pond. The gentle cyan hue the pond possesses is pleasant to look at, but it's although it's soothing for the eyes, it does little for my racing mind. Maybe it's worth talking to Sayori about how to deal with Yuri. Causing tension with Sayori is the last thing I want, though, especially as it looks like she's making progress with therapy. Then again, I don't exactly want to lose Yuri as a friend, do I? Screw Yuri! If it's going to be awkward, that you got... As far as I'm concerned, it's very important you have friends as well as your relationship, but if it's this kind of friendship that is really, like, messing around with the relationship, then it's not. I don't like it. I don't know. It'd be really awkward and unfortunate if any resentment was bred between the two girls. So my musings carry on. I hear a voice call my name. Troy? Oh no. Oh no. I told you! I told you! I even voice cracked in the middle of saying I told you! For God's sake. My head jerks up. I immediately recognise the owner of that voice, and if this is who I hope it isn't, the following conversation is going to be very awkward. We're going to combine two emotes, gamers. Why? I hate this. I hate this! My fears are confirmed as a familiar set of flowing purple locks make their way into view. Hey Yuri. She looks around. Are you by yourself? Yeah, why? As soon as I speak, I realise the error I've just made. A hint of sadness and doubt flashes on Yuri's face. I thought that you were with your mother. Well, I'm screwed. Troy, why are you avoiding me? If you don't want to spend time with me, that's all you had to say. It wouldn't surprise me at all. No, Yuri, please, it's not like that. I do like you and I do enjoy our time together. It's just... Don't you dare tell her the truth. It is not your position to do that. I run an... Troy blind bonk, literally. I'll make it an emote, go for it. I run an aggravated hand through my hair. It's so frustrating not being able to tell her the truth, especially when she sees this so differently. Just what, Troy? You can tell me if you'd rather I left you alone. While I'm trying to figure out what to say, Yuri presses forward. Is it me? No, it's... You told me I could come to you if I were feeling lonely. Were you just saying that what I wanted to hear? No, I meant that, and I still do it. It's just... It's complicated, Yuri, and I can't really tell you. That sounded absolutely pathetic. Yuri doesn't look impressed nor convinced. I'm sorry for bothering you, Troy. I truly am. It's probably for the best I leave you to it, then. As frustration floods through my body, she turns around to leave. Just what the hell am I meant to even do anymore? Oh God. Why do I have a really bad feeling this is not going to end well? I'm getting really bad feelings that the bad ending is coming, and I'm really scared because this does not seem nearly as positive as it possibly could be. I'm really scared. Hi Troy, can we talk? Don't worry if you haven't done anything wrong. Oh, are you sure about that, Sayori? Just finished a therapy session, need some time to think about it. Wanted to get your thoughts as well, if that's okay. Sure thing. Can we meet at yours? Sounds good. Just give me about 15 minutes to get home. Okay, see you then. I'm praying she has some positive news. I'm not sure I could stand any more strife today. There's a note to the table from Mum. She's gone out to get some groceries. Well, at least this affords Sayori and I some privacy. Okay. It's not going to go in that direction, is it? I hear a knock on the door. I let Sayori in and we both take a seat. Starting to think that scene might only happen on the good side of things. I don't even know anymore. Hey Sayori, how'd your session go today? It's pretty helpful. The sessions on the whole have been much more helpful than I thought they could be. Oh? Yeah, recently Dr. Satoshi has been helping me put things into perspective. I'm starting to realise that, well, maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. He helped me see the progress that I've made so far. Like coming to therapy? That's part of it. Coming to the sessions in the first place was a really big step. Something that I wouldn't have been able to do last year. And for the past few sessions, he's been challenging the depressive thinking that I had. And helping me to see the reality of things. That it's okay to ask for help. And thanks to the antidepressants, I'm able to see things a little more clearly. It's not exactly easy, and sometimes I get frustrated at how slow the progress is, but he reminded me that we are making progress. Slow but steady, he said. And he praised me for having the courage to come to sessions alone. Yeah, I'm really proud of you for that. You're doing really well. She smiles tentatively. And it's something I'm slowly coming to terms with. Obviously, we're not rainbows and butterflies just yet, but I'm not having nightmares as often. And my general mood these days is much better than it was before we started hanging out again. The powerful feeling of relief coursing through my body feels rewarding beyond belief. Just when I was thinking everything was so bleak and we weren't getting anywhere. Anyway, so he suggested I tell the others about my depression. Oh, so that's the thing you wanted my input on? Yeah, but I don't know if I should tell them. Why not? Well, I'm kind of worried it might change how the club feels. I don't want any special treatment or anything, and there's no telling how they might react. On the other hand, having to act cheery all the time around them is so exhausting, and if you tell them, you won't have to hide anything anymore. And that would make life a lot easier, being able to come to school and not worry about accidentally letting the mask slip. Is there going to be a choice coming up here? Yeah, I can see there's a lot to think about and consider. For what it's worth, though, I don't think it'll change the atmosphere of the club, to be honest. They're our friends, Sayori. And yeah, they might be a bit unsure of how to react, but I didn't know how to react when you told me. But we're still best friends, right? Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. I think it'd be a good idea too, but I'm not going to talk you into anything. It's entirely your decision to make, and I'll respect whatever you pick. Okay, thanks, Troy. I'll think about it tonight and see how I feel tomorrow. Sounds good. She notices the games console lying on the floor and the controller by the sofa. Hey, hang on, were you playing without me? Guilty as charged. Sorry, I was bored. She heads towards the television and powers up the console. Hope you haven't got too far. That was my save file, meanie. Play it and find out. The door opens and Mum trails in, carrying a bunch of bags. My goodness, Sayori. It's been so long. I know we spoke on the phone, but actually seeing you in person is a whole other story. It's really nice to see you too. They share a hug. Some people might find that weird, but to me it's perfectly normal. Mum always loved having Sayori over when we were kids. She was almost like a daughter to her. Troy told me about the club that you invited him to. Says your poems are amazing, so you'll have to show me sometime. Well, they're not that good. I bet they're wonderful, Sayori. Anyway, I'll be fixing lunch for us, so please give me a shout if you need anything. Oh, it's okay, you don't need to make me food. Don't be silly, dear, it's my treat, don't you worry. You, objecting to free food? What have you done to the Sayori I know? Sayori opens her mouth to protest, but upon realising she can't win this war on two fronts, she closes it and pouts. Very funny. Aww. I don't like the Yuri, like that's just been cast to the side, the Yuri thing, and I'm not a fan of that. I don't like this. After completing my morning routine, I find myself waiting by Sayori's house. As much as I enjoy having Mum back, the only downside of having her around is that Sayori and I weren't able to spend the night together. On the flip side, Mum made me some yummy food to eat, so at least I've got something to look forward to at lunchtime. Sayori closes her front door and walks up to me with a smile on her face. Morning, Sayori. Good morning. She gives me a quick peck on the lips. I've been thinking about everything we talked about last night, and she faces me with a look of determined resolution on her face. I'm going to let the others know. Yeah? They're my friends, just like you are, right? I was thinking about all the happy times we shared as a club, both before and after you joined. I'm just looking at the dark skies right now, and I'm just looking at it as like pathetic fallacy, which is my way of sounding very smart for this stream. If you don't know what that means, it's basically when the weather signifies the tone of things to come. So like if in a story it's raining and thundering, it means bad things are happening, but if it's nice and sunny, then it's all happy. And this is some fat pathetic fallacy. Like there's too many grey skies in this section. I'm really scared it's going wrong. I'm on edge. I don't like it. I was thinking about all the happy times you shared as a club both before and after you joined. The club has always been a place for me where I felt safe. Hanging out during Halloween, having loads of fun, sharing gifts at Christmas, seeing how thoughtful everyone was. It really hit me when I was thinking last night. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm with you all the way, Sayori. Let's do it. Lunch couldn't come by any slower. I'm idly staring at the clock, marvelling at how slowly the hands are moving. Although I can't help but be a little nervous. The situation between Yuri and I remains awkward, and I haven't told Sayori about what happened before she texted me. I just hope Yuri will understand when Sayori tells her what's going on. She's always struck me as the understanding type, so just hope she won't hold anything against me. It's going to go one of two ways. I'm hoping Yuri will hear this and go, okay, that makes sense at all, that's fine, you know? I don't know. Finally the bell rings. Did Troy just become a cow thing from Metal Gear Solid 4? Is that a camera joke? Or... No, it's just going dark. I love how dark the camera is and like fuzzy compared to the gameplay. Again, I'm sorry about that. I'm the first one in the club. Not surprising given Sakurai let us out a little bit early. As I pull out my containers of food from my bag and settle down, Sayori and Natsuki walk in, chatting amongst themselves. Oh hey Sayori, forgot to tell you my mum made you some food too. Here. I push a container of pre-made food towards her, causing her eyes to widen. Aw, she didn't have to. You know what my mum is like. Any for me? The sarcasm in Natsuki's voice makes us laugh. You're the chef, Natsuki. Do you really need it? She rolls her eyes and mutters something under her breath at my little quip. Meanwhile, Sayori wastes no time digging into the food, and within seconds almost half of it has disappeared. Please tell him this is really good. Swallow, then try again. Sorry. Please tell her this is really good. She's the best chef I know. Natsuki bristles in her seat, causing Sayori to giggle. Second best, Natsuki. Second best. Better. Monica enters the room, an apologetic look on her face. Sorry I'm late. We're just having lunch, Monica. It's not a club session or anything, you know. Where's Yuri? Oh, I saw her on my way here. She was headed to the bathroom, so she'll probably be here soon. Oh, God. Please tell me I haven't made her want to self-harm. Oh, no. Because we know that's a characteristic of Yuri. Oh, no. Don't. Please tell me she's not self-harming, because I've got a really bad feeling that's what she's doing right now. Ooh, I don't like this. Anyway, guys. I have something I want to tell you. You're pregnant. Sayori goes bright red and I freeze. Monica quickly admonishes Natsuki, but I could have sworn I heard her laugh. Jeez, Natsuki, what do you think I am? Actually, don't answer that. Carry on, Sayori. Actually, I should probably wait until Yuri is here. Something tells me this is important. You could say that. A few more minutes pass as we carry on eating. There's still no sign of Yuri. Kinda weird Yuri's taking this long, don't you think? Yeah, it is. Should I go and see if she's okay? Not a bad idea. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no 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 no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Sayori exits the room and Natsuki and Monica turn to me. So this big reveal, can we get a hint? I'm sorry, my lips are sealed. You're normally quite the joke because this must really be something serious, huh? It's not really my place to say, that's all. Alright then, keep your secrets. Oh, by the way, how was your Valentine's, Troy? Did you take it to the beehive? About that. It's a long story, but no, I didn't. My mum came home that weekend, though, but I got to spend time with her again. Did you take it to the restaurant instead? Yeah, totally. Proposed to her as well. Roll my eyes. Oh yeah, I remember you said a while ago you live alone these days, right? Well, back before I got with Sayori. I had a good catch-up session. Told her about what life's been like for the past half a year. Man, it's been almost 6 months already. Time flies anyway, to answer your question. I guess Valentine's was really pretty good, yeah? Although not for the obvious reason. Mama's boy. Throw my hands up dramatically. Sayori said the exact same thing. I'm not a mama's boy. Right, Monica? Monica is spared from answering as Sayori comes back into the room looking worried. I couldn't find her in the girls' toilets. I'm really scared. I'm actually really scared. I'm really, really scared. I'm so worried. That's odd. Has she ever missed a lunchtime with us before? Don't think so. Internally, I'm beginning to worry. I hope I didn't make Yuri feel unwelcome at the club or anything. Anyway, what did you want to say, Sayori? The suspense is killing me. And you can just tell Yuri when you see her. Okay. Well, there's no real easy way to put this. She looks at me and I shoot her a reassuring smile. It might come as a surprise to you guys, but... She takes a deep breath. I've been struggling with depression for years. Oh my god, Monica's face! Screenshot that! Never seen that surprise before. Good god! The effect is instantaneous. From the look of shock on their faces, neither girl was expecting to hear that. What? You? But you always look so, I don't know, cheerful? It's just the way I learned to deal with it, I guess. I always want others to be happy, so I made that my priority. Sayori, I had no idea. Yeah, neither did I. Jeez, this was just so... out of the blue. Both girls nod. They're clearly trying to process what they've just been told. Is this how I looked when Sayori told me all those months ago? That's how I felt when I found out too. I never saw it coming, eh? I always tried really hard to hide it. I've always struggled to accept other people's help, and having them worry about me used to be something I hated. I'm still not entirely comfortable with it, but thanks to Troy's support and the therapy I've been to, it's helped me see that it's okay to talk to people about it. And you guys are my friends, so I figured it was only fair that you knew. Silence falls upon the room. It's a tad awkward. Jeez, I still don't know what to say. I'm glad you're able to talk to us about it, but being honest with you, I don't really know much about mental health. Sayori laughed softly. It's fine, Natsuki. I know none of us are professionals. The only thing I want is that Well, I don't want the atmosphere of the club to change or anything. I just want things to carry on as usual. See, this is the thing now, so when she's having a bad day, they won't need to question it, because they'll just know, and they'll accept it, and it'll be just like a silent acceptance. They'll understand, they won't prod it, they won't make it feel uncomfortable. I just want things to carry on as usual, no special treatments or anything. I don't think the club will change it all, Sayori, don't worry. That's exactly what I said. I guess that was just an irrational thought then. Well, I'm happy that you feel comfortable here with us, Sayori. That must have been difficult for you to admit, so kudos to you. Yeah, thanks, Monica. And you too, Natsuki. Well, I see how it is. Laughter emanates throughout the room. Oh, you know I mean you too, Troy. She exhales slowly. It felt really good to let that out. Thanks for everything, guys. For understanding, for putting up with me, for putting up with Troy. Hey! The lunch bell rings, cutting short our banter. Well, that went pretty well. Well, if we don't account for Yuri. That's not good music. That's not good music. Oh no. Finally, the end of the school day arrives. I wander over to Sayori's classroom. As she walks out of the classroom and greets me, I also spot Yuri, and her eyes are glued to the floor. I nudge Sayori and point to Yuri. Oh, there she is. Sayori, wait, but she's already walked up to her, and I hasten after her. Hey, Yuri. Yuri jumps up. Her hands immediately dart to her left arm. We couldn't find you at... Oh, God. We couldn't find you at lunch. Is everything all right? Yes, thanks for asking. I had some errands to attend to. Sorry for missing it. Nothing to apologise for, don't worry. Upon seeing me, the tension in the atmosphere multiplies by tenfold. Sayori looks inquisitively at us both. Well, I must be going now, so Yuri, we need to talk. And by we, I mean Sayori and I. There's something you need to know. Oh, so now you want to talk, do you? When it suits you? Yuri, please, I'm really sorry about Sunday, but this is why I want to talk to you, so we can clear everything up. What are you guys talking about? Let's just discuss it somewhere a little quieter, okay? Yuri still looks rather upset, although she gives me a curt nod and allows me to lead the way. Thanks, Yuri, I appreciate it. She doesn't say anything. Sensing the gravity of the situation, I carry on. Look, there's no easy way of saying this. We mentioned it to Natsuki and Monica at lunch, and they didn't really know how to respond. I glance at Sayori, who gives me a nod. Sayori has depression, Yuri, and it's something she's been struggling with for a while. Unlike the other two girls, Yuri doesn't react strongly. Her face does soften slightly. I had a shrewd suspicion that was the case, to be honest with you. What, really? She exhales and closes her eyes for a few seconds. Yes. However, for obvious reasons, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't think anyone would be able to guess. Well, I suspected it after I put all the little clues together. The fairy tale poem, the way you acted on the day you presented it, your Halloween poem. My suspicions were further aroused when Troy talked to me about the fight he had with you. I've seen people worry about their friends before, but he seemed especially concerned. When he started missing days off school, that's when the pieces all started to fall into place. She looks away. Can I ask you a question, Troy? One that I need an honest answer to? Of course you can. When you told me that I could come to you if I was lonely, did you actually mean it? I did, yes. And I... Wait, hang on, guys. Is it just me or am I missing something here? Oh, sorry, yeah. I describe what happened over the weekend. Sayori's face goes from surprised to ashamed as I speak. So it wasn't that I was trying to avoid you or anything, Yuri. I do enjoy spending time with you, like I said, and you're a good friend. It's just... I glance at Sayori. I know that no matter how gently I put this, Sayori's going to feel like she stopped me from hanging out with Yuri. Oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this. This doesn't feel like it's going in the right direction. I was really stupid, Yuri. It was really stupid, Yuri. It's not his fault, it's mine. She sighs. I was really jealous when I heard about you guys spending time with each other, and it was really wrong of me to feel that way. I was really selfish. The last thing that I wanted to do was get in the way of the friendship between you two. I'm an awful friend, and I'm so sorry. After a few tears streak down her face and she sniffles, I reach out to hug her, but Yuri beats me to it. It's a touching moment, especially with the gentle, concerned look on Yuri's face. After a couple of moments, they break apart. Sayori. Her tone is tender, although I can hear an element of certainty in it. You are not an awful friend. You're one of the best friends that I've ever had. Please don't feel bad. I can only imagine how difficult depression is to deal with, and I don't blame you in the slightest for feeling the way you did. You have nothing to apologise for. If anything, it should be me. You? Of course not, Yuri. Loneliness is a horrible thing to live with, so I can totally understand why you reached out to Troy. Perhaps, but it was rather inconsiderate in how I didn't think about the impact it would have on you, especially as I suspected you had depression. None of you are in the wrong here, guys. This whole fiasco happened over a miscommunication, and that's all. I just wanted to clear everything up, Yuri. You've always been a really good friend for the both of us, and I'm sorry that you felt like I was ignoring you, but I just couldn't tell the truth because Sayori wasn't ready to tell you guys about her depression. It wasn't my call to make, although I could see why you saw it from a totally different perspective. So, everyone okay? We all share a smile, lightening the mood considerably. Good stuff then, guys. Man, we're really a apologetic bunch, aren't we? I think the word sorry was said about, what, 7 times? Sayori and Yuri laughed softly. Anyway, I think it's time to go. Yeah, we'll walk you home, Yuri. Before Yuri could open her mouth to interject, I chime in. And also, I still want to know which book it was you wanted to read with me. No clowns this time, please. Are demons any better? No! Chicken. Come on, let's go. Oh, okay. See, that feels like it went well, but is it just me that's still has a really bad feeling in my stomach. It's like, this should feel good, but I know Doki Doki and I know things screw me over. So I'm really not feeling too positive about this yet. I don't know. Maybe it's because I know how long's left of the game. Like, now it's probably about an hour, 50 minutes left. I said an hour earlier, but I didn't factor in the fact that I spent about 10 minutes setting the stream up. So now there's probably about an hour left, and I'm just... I'm very conscious. I'm really glad we sorted the whole Yuri business out. I was worried that might have snowballed into something a lot worse, especially if she didn't show up at lunch. Did I really make you feel like you couldn't see her, Troy? It's more on me for not communicating with you about it, I guess. Don't worry about it, seriously. It was pretty much a given that we would have had obstacles to overcome as a couple, right? And I'd say that all things considered, that went pretty well. Yeah, I guess so. But please just tell me if this problem comes up again, okay? I hate thinking I put you in such a difficult place. I will do. By the way, I was thinking we should do something as a club again. You know, like we did for Halloween and Christmas. It's been almost 3 months since we did something together. What were you thinking? I was thinking that a picnic would be nice. I wanted to do it earlier, but it's been really cold and I don't think I was in the best place for it. Now we're almost into March, I have noticed it getting fairly warm, yeah. Running by the girls tomorrow at lunch? I'm sure they'd say yes. Yay! Remind me if I forget, okay? I'll do my best. We hear footsteps coming from the hallway and Mum trails in, laptop in hand, and she smiles at us. Afternoon, you two. Good day at school? I grin at Sayori. Yeah, you could say that. We told the other girls about Sayori's depression and they were really supportive and understanding about it. That's excellent news, sweetheart. It's always nice when your friends are there for you. Unfortunately, I've got some bad news. We've just got a new client and they're pushy to say the least. I have to leave tomorrow morning. My pleas fell on deaf ears, sadly. Oh, really? You've only been here for a few days. I know, sweetheart, I know. I wish I could stay for a little longer, but sadly it's out of my control. On the bright side, I'll make you guys a lot of food, so hopefully I won't have to hear about how you've been eating chocolate for lunch. I have chocolate for dinner, thank you very much. Mum rolls her eyes. Quite the sarcastic comedian, isn't he? Choose your side wisely, Sayori. What? I chuckle. It's always funny to put Sayori in an awkward situation, even when it's just a joke. There's probably going to be some nasty karma waiting for me one day, but all things considered, I'll take my chance and enjoy the teasing while I can. The rest of the evening passed by relatively uneventfully. After Sayori and I got on with homework, we helped Mum pack up for her flight. Well, it's an early flight for tomorrow, so I'm going to head to bed now. Sayori, it was lovely to see you again, and I hope to see you again soon, okay? She embraces her. You too. Hopefully it won't be so long this time. Hopefully. Mum turns to me. I'll wake you up before I leave, don't worry. Alright, Mum. If you're turning in for the night, I'll walk Sayori home then. She nods. Sayori waves cheerfully at her. As Sayori and I walk toward the front door, I whisper in her ear. As much as it sucks that she's leaving, having her around doesn't mean we can't spend the night together. But tomorrow she'll be gone. That face! Oh my god, Sayori! Maybe I should reread that line. The unexpected purr in her voice makes me shiver. But tomorrow she'll be gone. Anyway, let's get you home. Just to make sure, I'm just gonna make sure the ink in my hand is fading a little bit. So I'm just gonna, you know, just to strengthen that a little bit. Oh, I can't get it to write the letter R. There we go. Signed. Everyone sign your name. We don't talk about what happens here. Come on, Troy, wake up. What do you want, Sayori? I've already been woken up by Mum. I have a surprise for you. Well, that certainly rouses my suspicion and makes me sit up, bleary-eyed. Does this surprise involve the house burning down and the fire brigade being called like the last one? I don't think so, no. Come on. Wait, what time is it? Still half asleep, I attempt to make out what my digital clock says. I don't think I've ever seen you up this early. Well, I had a really good night's sleep last night. Plus, I set an alarm so I could wake up before you. That's dedication. Anyway, come downstairs. Okay, jeez, I'm coming. As I make my way downstairs, half expecting that Sayori has managed to blow something up, I'm hit by an aroma of food. It doesn't look or smell like the food Mom left us either. Take a sniff. That smells really good. As the final vestiges of sleep leave me, I realise why Sayori is so excited. Hang on, Sayori, did you make me breakfast? Yeah. There are so many things that I'm impressed with here. That you actually got up before me, the fact you made food suitable for a human to consume, the fact you haven't already eaten it. Hey, I really tried, okay? I move forward to embrace her, planting a kiss on her forehead. I'm just messing, Sayori. This looks and smells great. You didn't have to do this for me, though. I wanted to. You know, to show how much you mean to me. Because I did a bit of thinking and I realised that I don't really do that enough. You don't have to worry about that at all, but I appreciate the gesture. It is really thoughtful. Besides, it's our picnic today, so I was already in a foodie mood. Foodie? Food-ish? Is that even a word? So I took into the food in front of me, I'm once again struck by how damn captivating Sayori can be. She went through all that effort to wake up before me and cook me breakfast for a start. And now my nose is all scrunched up trying to think of the right word. Damn, I really am the luckiest guy alive. The food is pretty good to boot as well. Wow, if the picnic food is as good as this, the other girls are in for a real treat. I didn't know you could cook like this. Well, I got some pointers from Natsuki. I didn't make anything fancy, to be honest I'm an amateur, but she helped me work out with what I have. Well, you guys did a really good job. Looks like Mum's fears of me eating chocolate for dinner are unfounded, eh? Well, I didn't want to say it at the time, but having chocolate for a meal sounds pretty good if you ask me. Yeah, I figured you'd say that. I lean towards the last mini chocolate donut on the table, but as I do so, Sayori lightly smacks my hand away. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Trying to get the last donut? What does it look like? That donut's mine, Troy. I grin. Oh, the game is on. Is that so? I don't see a name on it. And with that, I dart for the snack, managing to loop it around my finger. Sayori jumps up and tries to pry it off me, but I'm too quick. I quickly stand up and raise my finger so the donut is out of her reach. She jumps up to try and reclaim it, but my plan is Sayori-proof. The pout on her face quickly changes to a devious grin. Oh no, she's gonna take. Oh my god, the grin! What are these character sprites for Sayori? She looks like the Joker now. My god. The pout on her face. In fact, I should be getting rid of the background and then taking a screenshot. That didn't take. Oh, it did take. Which, to say the least, puts me on edge. As she pushes forward, her hands arm aimed for my sides, I instantly realise what a counterattack is. Hey! Suddenly, the original donut convention of 1949 that tickling is not allowed. It's outlawed! Sadly, my made-up convention and its rules go right over Sayori's head as her fingers mercilessly attack my sides, causing me to writhe and laugh. I tend to back away from her, but Sayori can be just as fast when she wants to be. She pushes me against the wall as one of her hands carries on tickling me while the other is still reaching for the donut. In a desperate attempt, she reaches up on tiptoes and plants a kiss firmly on my lips, which totally takes me by surprise. Internally, I curse myself for falling for the ruse. She's done it before, so I should have seen it coming. Then again, it's pretty much impossible to resist a kiss from Sayori. Although, this... Oh no. Knuckle crack! Neck crack! Everyone, brace yourselves. The glasses are on hand. To block out the thoughts, I will put them into my t-shirt so they are ready for if we need them. Okay, we are good to go. Okay. The kiss has a very different feel to it. I should do the French accent. There's a real sense of urgency that sounds more German, forget it. There's a real sense of urgency I can feel coming from her. I feel it's completely foreign. Oh no. As she slowly gets off her tiptoes, I find myself subconsciously lowering myself down to my normal height. At this point, the donut is all but forgotten. I wrap my arms around Sayori's back and pull her close to me, savouring her taste and smell. Oh god, here we go. Please, let me make sure. Okay, it's crossed. Good. Savouring her taste and smell, she has pinned me against the wall, with one of her hands on my wrist while the other caresses my face. With my mother gone, we're home alone once more. Oh no. As my thoughts wander over into a territory I haven't explored much, Sayori slowly slides her tongue into my mouth. And it catches me by surprise. This is the first time she's ever done it. I'm a little hesitant at first, but I quickly grow accustomed to it. If I had any suspicion this kiss is unlike anything we've shared in the past, this new development confirms it without a shadow of a doubt. Given how closely we're pressed together, I can feel her body heat, along with something else. My mind is racing at a million thoughts an hour. As the kiss deepens, Sayori moans oh, that face! Oh, I'm not screenshotting that one! Moans slightly, which only adds to the allure of the situation. This is completely uncharted territory, and while I don't want the moment to end in the slightest, I have no clue what's going on. We eventually break apart, with neither of us knowing where the sudden mood that befell us came from. I'm just going to save the game, because I'm really worried. What if it crashes in the middle of this? That would make things very awkward having to relive this. There's something new lurking in those beautiful eyes. I'm no ladies' man, but even I can read between the lines. My heart is beating just as my thoughts are whirring. Sayori? Her voice is quiet as she replies. Yes, Troy? Are you sure you want to... The doorbell ringing sounds like it's coming from another reality. For a moment, it was like I was totally oblivious to space and time entirely. We release each other as I let out a frustrated groan. What is it with that damn doorbell ruining everything? First when we were about to kiss, now we're about to... Okay, let's not dwell on it too much. Let's not dwell too much on the end of that sentence. Damn it, Sayori, couldn't you tell them to meet us like an hour later when you texted them? Sorry. Sayori opens it and waves at who I presume are the other girls. You chose a perfect day for a picnic. Oh, okay, I thought that was gonna... Oh, okay. Who moans from a kiss? A virgin. Oh, okay. You chose a perfect day for a picnic. I checked the forecast for today and it couldn't be any better. Sunny, blue skies, slight breeze. Maybe the warmest start to March we've had in a long time. Did you try like the breakfast, Sayori? I did indeed. Sayori outdid herself. She learnt from the best. Shame you can't cook modesty, though. What was that? No burnt houses this time? I laugh as Sayori pouts. I don't think Yuri realises she's unwittingly taken a jab at Sayori. Thankfully not. I'm ready to go. Troy, yeah? You realise you're still in your pyjamas, right? My face flushes red. What with the Sayori incident from earlier, it totally slipped my mind. Oh, give me a second. Sheesh, how could you forget? What were you two doing anyway? An awkward silence suddenly springs up. I take that as my cue to head upstairs and get changed. Yikes. One hasty change of clothes later, we're all on our way. I like this picture. I just want to screenshot that. That's a cool one. Everyone seems to be fairly high spirits with the conversation flowing between all of us. Even though we typically spend most of our lunch times with one another, getting out of school and doing something as it's for is always really enjoyable. After all, Christmas was almost 3 months ago. Time really flies. Guess I don't need these for the time being. Really thought it was going to. How's March come about so soon? So what's in the basket, Natsuki? Food, I'd imagine. Natsuki rolls her eyes, but Sayori giggles to herself. She's always had a soft spot for my sarcastic humour. Well, that's a real shame, because I actually packed some lightsabers. There's a range of stuff. Sandwiches, bento boxes, soups, all sorts of stuff. Vegetarian options too, I hope? Psh, of course. What do you think I am, an amateur? Also, if it's not too daring an addition, Pardon me. Brought some wine, eh? Yuri looks like a deer caught in the headlights. Monica, on the other hand, didn't even skip a beat. How did you know? Monica laughed softly. Come on, Yuri, do you think I was born yesterday? You tried to bring some at the Halloween party. Geez, Yuri, are you secretly an alcoholic? Of course not. I just thought, well, there wouldn't be anything wrong with a little bit of wine in a social situation. Sorry, I should have learned my lesson by now. It's okay, Yuri. You know what? I want to try some too, actually. What happens to being a responsible club president? We're not exactly at school now, are we? And I guess no one would find out either. We could all try some. What's the worst that could happen? You accidentally drink the whole bottle and start wobbling all over the place? You throw up on everyone here? Hey, it's not like your tolerance for alcohol is any higher than mine. Oh, it is. The other girls look curiously at me. Is that so, Troy? So it isn't Yuri who's the alcoholic then? Yeah, I've had a drinking problem ever since I was born. At this point, sake is like tap water for me. Sake? Is that meant to be a drink I'm meant to know how to pronounce? You gotta help me, guys. My liver is filed for a divorce and my kidneys are just taking the kids. Your sense of humour is really weird. It's growing on me, to be honest. A bit too sarcastic for you initially. A little, yes. Well, they do say sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, you know. You do know the person who said that was being sarcastic, right? Before Monica can reply, Sayori pipes up. Look, guys, we're close. Come on. A little while later, the picnic has begun. We found a nice clearing amongst the trees and settled down. Considering we're right at the end of the game, I'm worried where this is going. Is this going to suddenly take a turn? Everyone seems content. With such good food and nice weather, it's a given. Man, I have to admit, Natsuki, your food is on par with my mum's. That's really saying something. Out of curiosity, where did you learn to cook like this? I keep reading Yuri's lines wrong, sorry. It's about time you guys asked that. It's all self-taught, to be honest. There are some pretty awesome guides on the internet, so I got it from there. Seika's fermented rice wine. Ah. Could you teach us one day? Us? Yeah, Sayori and I. Mom goes on about how I should learn to cook, and given Sayori's as bad as I am with food, I'm not exactly pressed for inspiration, am I? Sayori is bad with food? We glance in her direction. She's got her hand in the basket trying to subtly take a cookie from the box. Upon realising we're all staring at her, she quickly withdraws her hand looking flustered. There was, a spider! Yeah, there was a spider in the box, so I was just trying to eat it. Anyway, it's all gone now. I rest my case. Yuri smiles and sits back with her drink in hand. It's a little crazy to think about how the school year is almost over. Christmas didn't seem so long ago. Have you enjoyed the year, though? Oh, most definitely. Expanding the club, spending Halloween with everyone, Christmas, and now this. I had the pleasure of spending many enjoyable moments with everyone here. It's something I'm very grateful for. Me too, Yuri. This is the first time I've had fun during Halloween or Christmas. And to think it all came from a little club where people could share poems, eh, Monica? Of course. When I made the club, I had no idea where it would take us, to be honest. I had hopes I would be able to meet other people who enjoyed literature, but didn't expect the little club to bond so well. I was pretty worried about how we'd all fare after the festival, though. My hopes were pretty shaky for the future of the club. But I was lucky in that we managed to pull it behind us and carry on, which I'm really grateful for. That's okay, Monica. I think we were all a little worried about the club's atmosphere after that day, but deep down I knew we wouldn't let it get us down. And look, here we are. She takes a bite of her sandwich. If there's one thing this year has taught me, it's the importance of friendship. Sheesh, you guys are really over-sentimental, you know that? How much have you even had to drink? Alcohol can make you really emotional? Amongst other things. Huh? Nothing. Come on, Natsuki, don't tell me you haven't enjoyed your time at the club as well. I can tell you got a big heart hidden away behind that facade of yours. Pfft, when did you graduate from psychology school? Hopefully in a few years, actually. Go on then, analyse me. What makes you think I have this big heart, huh? Natsuki's tone is challenging, but unlike previous instances where she's tried to put me on the spot, I have my answer prepared. Well, let's see. Secret Santa for a start. Your gift for Yuri was pretty thoughtful, don't you think? Yuri and Sayori and Monica nod. You could have just got her a generic horror book, but no, you put some real thought into it. Okay, so you also really helped Sayori pick out a present for me. Plus you helped her make me breakfast, and you made... Wait, you picked... Oh yeah. And you made all this food for everyone here. So, yeah. Checkmate. I grin at her, causing her to scowl. You make me a really annoying... You make a really annoying psychologist. I'll interpret that as meaning I do my job then. A psychologist, huh? Yeah, this year has really opened my eyes to mental health, especially with Sayori. Mental health was never really something I paid much attention to. So it's like a whole new world has opened up for me. Sayori shifts over to me and slowly wraps her hand around me. It's still strange for me to discuss her depression to the others. Not in a bad way. It's just something I've got to grow to get used to. Just don't start diagnosing everyone with millions of conditions, okay? I've heard that future psychology students love doing that. Can't make any promises. An hour or so has passed by at this point. Most of the food has been eaten by this point, and I've taken to sitting under a tree with my legs pulled up. A cozy, calm silence descended upon the 5 of us. Sayori is sitting in front of me, and I have my hands gently massaging the back of her head. The other girls are lying nearby, and after reassuring Yuri that it was okay, she pulled out the bottle and shared the wine with us. I'm not huge on the taste, and judging by Sayori's coughing and slight spluttering, neither was she. Given Natsuki looked like she just sucked on a lemon, it's safe to say wine isn't one of her favourite drinks either. Granted, Yuri did say it's an acquired taste. Monika seemed like she enjoyed it though, and of course Yuri was utterly unfazed. While I could understand Yuri's reaction, Monika's was a little surprising. Maybe it's just how different people react. I can see alcohol's appeal though. I suppose if you drink it in moderation and in a social situation, it can be an effective way to promote a relaxed mood. As I'm thinking of something to say, Sayori speaks up. Monika? Are you going to run the club next year too? Well, I mean, I'd like to, but next year's going to be even more stressful than this one, at least for me. What with those on university exams? It would be a real shame if we didn't have the club to look forward to next year, though. Yeah, that'd suck. Not that we mean to pressure you or anything. Monika laughed softly. Don't worry about that. It's only natural you're all feeling this way. Well, if my other commitments grow to be a little too demanding, I think a promotion could be in order. You mean? Yep. If I'm not around as much as I need to be, then you can run the club next year, Sayori. You're an excellent vice president. Well, you'd have to work a little on your organisation skills. Me? President? Hey, only if I can't commit to it. Don't start feeling you're in a megalomaniac just yet. Okay, I won't. Are you sure I'd be able to? Why don't you think you'd be a good president, Sayori? Yeah, for what it's worth, you wouldn't be half bad, you know. Yuri nods in agreement. You guys are just saying this to be nice. Not at all, Sayori. You said you didn't want any special treatment, remember? Yeah, plus I don't think it's even possible for Natsuki to give anyone special treatment. Thought I had a really big heart. Touche. I don't know, it's just... Well, you're really good at it, Monika, and like you said, my organisation is pretty bad. Plenty of time to work on it, though. And besides, you've always been a really good people person. You're much better than I am at dealing with conflict. Give yourself some credit, Sayori. That's what I've been telling you for the past few months. Welcome to my life. You guys really think I could run the club? We wouldn't be saying it if it weren't true. Yeah, I just don't say what people have to want to. I don't just say what people want to hear. Sayori is silent for a moment. It must be a little overwhelming for her, especially given how she's hearing praise from all of us. Thanks, guys. That really means a lot. If it comes to it, I won't let you down, Monika. Glad to hear it. You know, will we all be friends when we finish school? When we're all at university, miles away from each other? Sayori looks at everyone wearing an expression that's a mix between hope and uncertainty. I'd certainly like to think so, yes. Everyone here means a lot to me, and I wouldn't like to lose what we have. Couldn't agree more. When I first joined, I was a little surprised at how different everyone was, not just in terms of literature tastes, but also personalities. Yet everyone was pretty much united over one goal, to share and enjoy poems together. I can't see that unity disappearing anytime soon. Yeah, and this club has always been a place where I could read manga and enjoy it, knowing people wouldn't judge me for it. Natsuki's input surprises me a little. I never expected her to join in the rather sentimental mood, but hey, I'm definitely not complaining. It's funny you mentioned that, Natsuki, because Yuri feels the same way, the club being somewhere she can be herself, free from judgment. For all I used to think you guys were polar opposites, you've actually got pretty large common ground. Both Yuri and Natsuki look surprised at Monika's insight. Now that Monika brought that up, I can really see that her point is valid. Well, perhaps we're a little more alike than I could have ever thought, Natsuki. Kind of weird how that works, isn't it? Natsuki grins at her and Yuri smiles tentatively back. Man, they've really come a long way since I first joined. Aw, see? This is the stuff I love seeing when we're all together. Everyone getting along and realising how much they mean to each other. Gee, Sayori, don't get ahead of yourself. Although, going back to your question, Sayori, truthfully, you can't predict the future. There's no telling what things will be like in 2 years' time. I'd like to think we'd all still be friends, but it's anyone's guess. Yeah, that's true. Hey, look at it this way. If our friendship has taught me anything, it's that if people were destined to stay friends, life will find a way no matter what. So what if we're all at different universities all over the country? It's super easy to stay connected these days, you know, what with trains and all. Yuri nods in agreement. I think it's safe to say we'll all be here for one another, right? I didn't read it like Yuri, sorry. There's a general murmur of agreement which warms my heart. You guys better not forget to visit me, you know. Oh, my apologies, Natsuki. We didn't mean for the conversation to exclude you. And he's just straight in my headset. I can feel it slipping off the back of my head. Natsuki waves away at her apology. You don't have to say sorry for that, dummy. It's given that you guys will be talking about that stuff. Well, when I'm in my final year, you guys won't be here. I don't see why we wouldn't visit you whenever we could, Natsuki. I'm sure we'd be able to. As Troy said, we're all rather connected. Plus, I imagine it would be nice to visit our homeroom teachers again. Natsuki is looking at the floor. She looks like she's struggling to say something. If I had to guess, it's probably some form of gratitude expression. She's never been great with that. Okay, good. Because, well, I know I haven't said it as much as you guys, but I've had a lot of fun this year too, with everyone here. So yeah, thanks guys. You especially, Monika. I know we kind of don't always agree on stuff, but you've been a great president. Yeah, I agree with Natsuki. The club wouldn't be what it is without all the hard work you pour into it. This is so wholesome. I want to be happy about this, but I'm just worried. I don't know where this is going. I probably need to just chill out. Sorry for not saying how much I appreciate you any earlier. I've always been kind of bad with that. I suppose I'm guilty of the same thing, but now feels like the best time to say it, I suppose. Thank you for everything. Couldn't agree more with the girls. Thanks to you, I was able to experience something I desperately needed this year. Friendship. And indirectly, a girlfriend. So we have Monica to blame for all the mushy stuff between you and Sayori. I mean, Sayori as well, but sure. We all share a laugh. That's okay. Better late than never, right? She laughed softly. It hasn't been easy to run or juggle against everything else going on in my life, but I can say it's been 100% worth it. She picks up the wine bottle and pours a healthy measure into her glass. The bottle is then offered to anyone else, and we do the same. So let's share a toast. Here's to another year of the Literature Club. Another year. We all clink the glasses together and take a sip. With the sun shining, with a warm glow and the wine is ignited within me, the feel of Sayori in my arms and the content, relaxed atmosphere surrounding us, it's bliss, and I couldn't be any happier. This really, I think we got the good ending. I can't see this going badly now. Which could be famous last words, but I just can't. Which is nice. A little while later, the sun has started to set. A general air of drowsiness has started to creep in. We start to make our way back home. I'm still in high spirits, and today has been such a good day. Well, I'll see everyone later. I really enjoyed today, Sayori. Thanks for suggesting it. That's okay. Yeah, it was nice. See you guys later. As everyone heads off, Yuri speaks up. I should probably get going as well. As Sayori and I move to join her, Yuri shakes her head. It's okay. You two have already done so much for me. And after today, I think I'll be okay. So enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? I'll see you later. She smiles a warm smile at us and walks off. Yay! I'm glad she's feeling better. That makes two of us. I guess everyone realised just how much the club means to them, hey? Yeah. Anyway, it's getting late. We should head back. As we settle down into bed, I feel myself slowly drift away into the dream world. Or at least I would if Sayori doesn't break the silence. Troy? If you ask me for a favour which involves me having to physically move, then it's a no, sorry. No, I was just going to ask. Are you doing anything tomorrow? Not to my knowledge, no. Why? Oh, no reason. It's immediately apparent she's up to something. I'm too tired to push it then, so instead I just go along with whatever it is. Fair enough then. Oh, I need to sort some stuff out tomorrow. So could you pick me up from my house at about 4? I narrow my eyes at her before realising she can't see it in the dark. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Sometimes you make absolutely no sense, but I've grown to not question it. Good night, Sayori. Good night. Ooh, okay. Think I know where this is going. Don't speak too soon, Troy. Elian, don't you dare! I don't want spoilers! Watch it! This, just, without spoiling anything, this feels very, very reflective of... Is it the good Yuri ending or the good Natsuki ending? One of them. It's very reminiscent of it. Even though different writers and all that. Unless they weren't, I don't know. As I open my eyes and slowly grow more awake, I'm suddenly aware of a warmth on my chest. Sayori somehow managed to contort herself so that she's lying diagonally across my body with her head planted firmly on my upper body. I could feel the warmth of her breath up through the fabric of my pyjamas. Only Sayori could manage to fall asleep like this. Typical girl. I can't help but smile while I gently stroke the back of her head. Her hair has always been very soft and pleasant to touch. As I move my hand towards my face to scratch an itch on my nose, Sayori suddenly mumbles, put your hand back. In your hair? Sorry, I don't speak pillow. I'll take that as a yes, though. Feels really good. You're literally like a cat, you know that. A beautiful, blue-eyed cat with lovely hair. Okay, that sounded a bit weird, didn't it? Just a bit, yeah. Wah! She jerks upright as I poke her in the ribs. She's always been sensitive to that. Troy! I was so comfy! Sorry. I pull her towards me. Here, you can use me as a pillow again. She grumbles, but eventually settles down once more. You make a really good pillow. Thanks. I've been training my entire life in the Human Pillow Championships. I only got 3rd place last time, so it's nice to know I'm doing better now. In this proximity, I can literally feel the vibrations from her laughter on my own skin. Stop making me laugh, I'm trying to sleep. I don't know, Sayori. If my pillow can make me laugh, I'd be mighty impressed. Maybe you should be a little more appreciative, gosh. It's rude to keep a girl from her beauty sleep, Troy. Why would you need beauty sleep? 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. I could sing that better, but I can't put the effort in. Okay, even though I said it, I have to admit that was pretty smooth. Since when did you have such a charming side? About 4 seconds ago, apparently. Better late than never, right? Sayori yawns and stretches, sitting up once more. Even with her hair plastered all over her face and her eyes still riddled with sleep, I don't think it's possible for her to look bad. Something on my face? Just admiring how beautiful you really are. It kills the atmosphere every time I do that, but for goodness sake. It's like, imagine if in real life you did that to a girl, like, you just looked at her and go, you really are beautiful, you know. Like, you're so stunning and so pretty. She just goes, how am I meant to reply to that? By flailing, so I get the further admire how cute you are. You're such a meanie. but I'm complimenting you. Would you rather I said you look like an ostrich or something? Well, ostriches are pretty cool. Okay, but if people think I'm a weirdo for calling you my ostrich in public, I'm blaming you. She bursts out laughing. I kind of want to see that now you said it. I roll my eyes. You must be the only girl on the planet who'd rather be called an American flightless bird than beautiful or cute. Yep, but don't forget, you chose me. Let's just go make breakfast. So what's this mystery plan you got lined up for today then? Ooh, that. Well, I want to keep it a surprise. But you've already told me you got something planned, so that's kind of a giveaway in itself. Oops. We still don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, we've got a bit of time until we have to go. What should we do? I thought I was meant to pick her up at 4. Is she just staying with me now? Fancy watching anime? We've been playing games a lot recently. Figured it could be a nice change. I don't really know any, but sure. Awesome. That was super confusing. Yeah, time travel plotlines can get really perplexing. I heard they're really hard to write well. The show pulls it off pretty well, though. Was it just me who thought that red-haired girl kind of reminds you of Natsuki? I could see it. She glanced at the clock. Ooh, I need to go and get ready soon. You, preparing for something like this? Keeping it a secret? You haven't been abducted by the Yakuza, have you? No, but that'd be kind of fun. Something tells me Sayori doesn't know much about Japanese gangsters. Oh, by the way, you don't have any dress shirts, do you? Yeah, I do. I think you look really nice if you wore one today. Oh, is she going to take us to the restaurant as Monica, like, flipped it back to her and said, because Monica realized we didn't go and now it'll make sense why we didn't go. Has she told Sayori to do this? Oh my god, please tell me she has. So what you're really saying is wherever we're going has a smart dress code. Troy should take up singing. I've thought about doing music live streams, like actually just doing a live stream of me just playing piano and singing, but I don't know, I'll see. She doesn't answer. Anyway, I'll see you soon. She puts her place away and heads out the door, leaving me to contemplate what she's just said. I open my wardrobe and sift through my clothes. It's been a while since I've had to wear a dress shirt. It's not something I normally wear, but I could tell what Sayori was getting at. Guess it's kind of hard to tell me what to wear when the whole thing is meant to be a surprise. Still, I reckon this one will do nicely. I'll pack a hoodie in my backpack too, just in case. After freshening up, I stand in front of the mirror, nervously checking how I look. I get the feeling we're going to some kind of restaurant, although I can't imagine why. It's not like today's Valentine's or anything like that. Makes for some nice variety at least. Either way, I want to look nice. Looks like it's time to meet her. I was just trying to smoothen my hair one last time I head out. I'm starting to get conscious if this isn't going to end anytime soon that this may take longer than 2 hours. If it does, I will have to do the alternate ending in a different stream, because I don't have more than about 3 hours to do this, so just be aware of that. So I may have to do an alternate ending stream with like the bonus secret and stuff. I'm nervous about that. Unless we get the good ending now, in which case we can do the secret this stream. You get the point. Sayori is already there by the time I arrive at her house. Oh my god! That's such a cool outfit on her! I dig it! Hey! Wow, Sayori, you look like an ostrich. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Troy. I'm glad you like it. You've always looked really nice, but this is something else. Earth to Troy? Oh, sorry. Someone's getting the spirit of the day. She giggles and loops her hand with mine. I can smell her perfume, which only adds to her allure. You look really handsome, by the way. Like one of those fancy spies. Don't overdo it. Where are we going? You'll see. Here we are. We're standing in front of a fancy-looking restaurant. Looks like my hunch was correct. Oh, no way. What? This is the exact restaurant. I told you! I knew it! I knew it! Bring me on as a writer for the Monica route. Make it happen! I know it's not happening, but you get the point. This is the exact restaurant I was going to take you on Valentine's Day. Really? Yeah. Did you get the recommendation from Monica by any chance? Sure did. And I'm guessing you did too. She nods, giggling. Wow, what are the chances? I guess we really do think alike. So that explains your dress and why you asked me to wear a smart shirt. It all makes sense now. Sorry, it was really hard to tell you about the dress code while trying to keep the whole thing a secret. Must have sounded so awkward. Now I get your reasoning. Besides, I'm really hungry. So let's just head in. Man, Monica wasn't wrong with her description of this place. The first thing I notice is the warm, cozy atmosphere it radiates, accompanied by some pleasant jazz. Sayori seems impressed as well, given how much she's gushing over how the restaurant looks. As Oasis comes over to tend to us, I make a mental note to thank Monica the next time I see her. All this stuff looks so tasty, although I don't know what half of it is. And how do you know it's tasty? 6 cents. I don't know a movie about ghosts taught you about food. Not ghosts, silly. I know, I'm just messing. You gonna have a starter? I think I'll try the chawan mushi with shrimp. No. Wasn't aware you like shrimp that much, but okay. It's not every day I get to come here, so I figured it'd be a good idea to try something new. Not a bad idea, actually. I'll do the same. I think I'll go for the yakitori. So, you're probably wondering why I took you here today, right? Probably came across as kind of random. Yeah, a little. I don't mind, though. Well, I was thinking about Valentine's Day. I felt kind of bad. We didn't get to do anything on the day, just because I wasn't really feeling up to it. So I wanted to make it up to you. You didn't have to make anything up to me, Sayori. But I did. You were looking forward to spending the day with me, and I just told you to leave me alone. There was a reason for that, and I didn't want to force anything. Besides, it's not like you chose to have a bad day, was it? Well, no, but so don't worry about it. And I much prefer we had a nice romantic evening together when you felt in the mood for once. Forcing one just because it was Valentine's was a pretty bad idea anyway. Anyway, the food here is great. Looks like Monica really knows her stuff, huh? The chow and mushi is so tasty. You know, it might be worth learning how to cook. Given how you love food and how much I love seeing a smile on your face, might be something I'll look into. You know, for the future. She blushes slightly. Speaking of which, I've been thinking about the future. Our future. I know it might seem a little bit early though. Nah, it's pretty natural, right? I have those thoughts from time to time as well. Where do you think we'll be when we finish high school? Assuming you haven't got bored of me by then? Troy, I'd never get bored of you. Kidding. In reality, well, I'd like to think we'd still be together, you know? Yeah, we've only been together. We've only been a couple for what, 2 months? But honestly, it feels a lot longer. Probably because we've known each other for so long, right? It's been longer than that now, hasn't it? Or has it? Or maybe it hasn't. Take a bite of my food. It's really good. In fact, actually, no. They're at the end of the year now. They said this. So, it's not 2 months now. It's more. Unless the end of the semester rather than the year. Maybe. I don't know. That's probably it, yeah. I think we got really lucky in that respect. I read somewhere that the best relationships tend to form when two people are best friends before they start dating. True. My first ex was. Made a lot. It's nicer. I think it's a lot nicer. Why do you think that is? Probably because they get to know each other really well before they get into a relationship, right? They know what their partner likes and dislikes, along with their hobbies, their interests, and their values. And because the friends argue, fall out, and make up, each person would know how to handle the other when they fight, which would be really useful while dating them. Plus, it also gives them a long time for their feelings to grow. I don't think it's rushed or anything. It sounds like you're giving it some thought. I like to think about these things. It really helps to keep the peace. I never thought of that. You can't really keep people happy if you don't understand them, right? Yep. You're pretty perceptive and smart. I always enjoyed seeing that side to you. Really? Well, let's take the instant where you forgot your gloves back in November. It's a pretty clever way to get me to hold your hands, and it works too. I don't know what it is about the crafty side of yours that's so alluring. Perhaps it's because I never know what's going to strike next. So it always keeps me on my toes. There's always been much more to you than meets the eye, I guess. It's a bit devious, but it is kind of fun to play with people like that, which is why it's all the more rewarding when I manage to get you back. We always try to one-up each other, something that stayed with us since childhood. And what I love the most is it's our unique little in-joke. In-game? I don't know what the right wording for it would be. Yeah, definitely. I really enjoy it too. It's our own little thing that no one can ever take away from us. Precisely. Sayori pushes her plate away from her. Unlike many times before, she didn't just wolf down her meal as fast as possible. Nor did she take a remarkably long amount of time to eat it. Looks like her appetite is a lot more consistent these days. Can I see the dessert menu? Only if you promise me you won't buy the entire thing. Can't make that promise, sorry. I hand the menu over to her. Her eyes light up as she scans the options. Trying to switch my drinks. How can you even fit any more food in? Your main looks really filling. Dessert doesn't go to the stomach, Troy. It goes to the heart. Where's the evidence? This is March. They've been together for like 5... No, they only got together around Christmas time. Officially. Like, properly, I think. Anyway. That may be the dumbest yet profound thing I've heard in a while. Ooh, look, they have chocolate cake. And it comes with vanilla ice cream. And sprinkles. You know what? You got me in dessert mood now. Let's have two. After a while, we finish our meal and the waiter comes over with the bill. Ouch. Well, at least you get what you pay for here. As I pull out my wallet, Sayori intervenes. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I'm paying for the... There's no way I'm letting you pay for this alone, Troy. It's okay, Mum left me some money. That's not the point, silly. You already do so much for me, so this time I want to give something back to you. But I don't want you to pay for the entire thing either. It's hardly cheap. Nuh-uh, not this time. I open my mouth to argue, but Sayori's resolution holds firm. Okay, if you insist. She smiles sweetly. I do. We pay the bill and stand up to leave. She pays the bill. I'll find a way to slip some yen into her pocket when she isn't looking. Aww. Oh my god, it's the music! This is from the Good Yuri ending! I'm turning this up for a minute so you can listen to this. This is lovely. I'm upping the volume by 4. There we go. Enjoy this. I love... This is probably my favourite piece from the game. I love this so much. Wow, look at the stars, Troy! She's shivering. A given really due to the temperature and the wind. The dress she's wearing probably doesn't help. Luckily, I came prepared. I pull out the hoodie from my backpack, and standing behind her, I help her into it. Aww, once I'm done, I hug her close to me and plant a kiss into the back of her neck. They might look beautiful, Sayori, but they have absolutely nothing on you. And thank you. Oh, for paying? It's nothing, I just didn't want... No, not for that. Thank you for taking a chance on me, for letting me back into your life, and for letting me help you. You keep talking about how much I've done for you, but I don't think I've told you how much you've done for me. You gave me something to look forward to each and every morning. Even on the days where we didn't spend time together, just seeing you, if only for a minute, was enough to make my day better. It's all thanks to you that I was introduced to a world of poetry and a club filled with friendship. Oh, I love this music so much. Genuinely, I absolutely adore this track. If you want to look it up, like if you're a sado like me who loves to listen to game soundtracks, it's called Sparks Ignite. It's a fantastic piece of music. I'm going to turn it up on my headset as well. Oh, I love it. I didn't realise just how badly I was missing friendship in my life until that fateful day where you let me walk with you to school, all those months ago. If it weren't for you, I would have probably spent my last 2 years of high school alone, becoming more and more of a neat by the day. You made me such a positive change to my life, and I can't thank you enough for that. Oh, Troy, but there's so much more than that. Seeing your eyes shine when you laugh, seeing your nose scrunch up when you're thinking about something, hearing your laugh, reminiscing about the good old days. A day never goes by where I don't consider myself the luckiest guy on the planet, all because a girl as beautiful and as amazing as you considers me her boyfriend. I don't know what to say. It's okay, sorry, you don't have to say anything. I just wanted to let you know how much you mean to me because you honestly are my world. I love hearing your laugh. I love seeing you smile. I love how you're a daily part of my life now, but most importantly, it's now or never. I love you, Sayori. Well, that's it now. Those 3 words have been spoken. Really? Really, really. I'm sorry if that came out of the blue, or I love you too, Troy. This is wholesome! I am adoring this! I was scared that I'd say it too soon. I didn't want to scare you or anything. I can't help but stifle a slight laugh. It's exactly how I've been feeling. We really are on the same wavelength. She reaches up to wipe a few happy tears away. It feels so good to finally be able to say it. It does. It really, really does. She turns around to face me with tears in her eyes. She slowly leans her face towards mine and we share a kiss. A kiss that feels entirely different to any other kiss we've shared before. Is it because we both finally exclaimed our love for each other? Or because we're doing the stereotypical thing of kissing under the moonlight? Who knows? We break apart but our faces remain close. Sayori's voice is lowered to a whisper and our eyes remain closed. She's still shivering a little but she carries on regardless. I can't believe we're actually in this situation right now. I had dreams about this moment where we get to say those 3 words. We open our eyes at the same time. I was so scared this would feel wrong or that it wouldn't match my expectations. I think that's another reason why I was scared of saying it too early. But I'm so glad we waited for the right moment. Me too, Sayori. It's all been worth it. Oh my god, this is fantastic. I hope this is the ending because this is such a fantastic thing. I would love this to end here. This is beautiful. It's also the exact same scene as where another good ending happens. I can't spoil anything because I really want... For those of you who haven't said, if you haven't seen the Yuri and Natsuki routes, I probably am not going to stream them anytime soon because it is a commitment to do these series, but I may do them later down the line when I've forgotten about them a bit more because they're still fresh in my mind. But if you don't want to wait, download Blue Skies and go and play them because they're fantastic. It's just, I cannot process how much I love this game. I cannot process it. I know I was criticizing it earlier with how shoehorned in the Yuri bit felt, and I do still believe that was a little bit forced because there wasn't as much agency as maybe it could have been. But this is fantastic. I absolutely adore this. Me too, Sayori. It's all been worth it. She laughed softly. I knew there was something about you. Back when we first laid eyes on each other all those years ago, you always made me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and that never changed no matter how many years had passed. It took me a long time to realise my feelings, and they were confusing. I didn't know why I'd find myself smiling for no reason. And even though the rain clouds were there, no matter how hard it rained, they would never put out that tiny little ember. That tiny little ember that was you. Which was always there. And I was... Well, looks like Mother Nature doesn't care in the slightest for romance. The cold winds, which were fairly dominant, have suddenly burst to life. We can continue this at home, don't worry. Yeah, not a bad idea. I laugh and pull her close to me, trying to warm her up. Oh. I think this is where this comes in handy. One speedy power walk later, we're both back home, savouring the warmth of the room. Luckily, the atmosphere hasn't been disrupted too much. Ah, that's much better. Now, what were you saying? She walks to me and puts her hand on my face. Her thumb slowly massages my chin, and her other hand goes up to stroke my hair. I was so scared to fall in love. When you told me you liked me, I had no idea how to respond. And as you saw, I panicked. She smiles ruefully. But things are different now. You helped me realise that it was okay to take that chance. That maybe, just maybe, I need to check that sense of nudity is ticked. It is indeed. My own happiness isn't something I should hate. Things aren't entirely perfect, but I'm happy with where I'm at now. You should be, Sayori. You've been so brave and you've overcome so much. And that's all because of you. You were once that little ember, but you grew into a roaring fire. A fire that refused to be put out. She kisses me once more. To my surprise, she uses her tongue again. Immediately, my heart starts to race. I'm very well aware of what the atmosphere was like the last time she kissed me like this. And this time, there's no one around to interrupt us. I kiss Sayori back just as passionately. That hunger, that sense of urgency, it's all flooding back to the both of us. Here we go, gamers! Maybe I should just keep these on while I read it. I need you, Troy. Goosebumps erupt over my arms. And there's so much more I could say, but I think there's a better way of showing how I feel. I can hardly hear over the sound of my heart thumping in my chest. Is this really happening? Are you sure? Her reply is barely a whisper, but the conviction and assurance are so strong, it's almost like she shouted it. Yes. Tentatively, her hands start picking at the buttons of my shirt. Her fingers feel warm and soft against my upper body, and I watch with almost bated breath as she undoes each button. Okay, I'm taking this off. I can't do this for a joke. Let's actually read this. I hope it doesn't get too descriptive, because Yuri's was, let's say, detailed to say the least. Eventually, she undoes the last one and helps me slide my shirt off. I take a deep breath, savouring how her hands feel on my bare chest. Are you okay with this? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just really nervous. That's okay. Me too. She turns around, exposing the zipper on the back of her dress. Wordlessly, I know what I'm expected to do. Last chance to check. Okay, cool. I just skipped a line. Before I pull the zipper down, I kiss her slowly across the back of her neck, causing her to moan lightly. Truth be told, I have no idea what I'm doing, but from the sound she's just made, I guess it's working. With the zipper free, Sayori is able to wiggle out of her dress, and a faraway part of me understands why she was so cold. With the dress off, the only thing she's left in is her underwear. I can't help but stare at the sight in front of me. I've never seen Sayori in this state before. Pfft. Hello there! Okay! You're staring. I swallow. Can you blame me? You look amazing. She blushes. The flush of red in her face complements the navy of her underwear. As she fumbles for my belt, I have to remind myself that this is really happening. The girl I've loved since we were kids is practically naked standing in front of me, undoing my belt. As the belt comes undone, I wriggle out of my trousers. Now we're both standing in just our underwear, both aware of what happens next. We share another kiss. With the majority of our clothes off, the tentative longing we're both imancing, along with the feeling that feels Sayori's breasts on my chest. I can't read this, seriously, man. There's a tender kind of intimacy in the situation that we're both reveling in. It contrasts against the sense of urgency in the moment. With shaking fingers, I lean towards Sayori's back. I fiddle around with the straps of her bra, but as expected, I have no idea how to undo it. She lets out a light giggle. Having trouble? It's not like undoing a bra is something I've experienced with. It's a swamp pit's just showed up. What a good time to come in, pun intended. I hate you, dude. I hate you. Is this how it's going to end? I wonder whether it's just going to, this scene's going to happen, it's going to fade out, and that'll be it. Be an interesting way to end it. Why are these things like a damn Rubik's Cube? They aren't. Here, all you have to do is unhook it like this. My breath catches in my throat as it finally comes undone. I pull back so I'm in front of her once more, and in one fluid motion, her bra comes free. It's definitely checked, okay? I'm gonna have to be ready to bail the heck out of this game if something goes wrong. Wow, you look beautiful. Okay, it stayed on. Good. Okay, we're good. We're good. She giggles shyly as she covers herself up with her arms. Sorry, I know they aren't as big as Yuri's, or I take her by surprise as I start kissing her neck, an area that she seems to take particular pleasure from. Feeling a little more daring, I keep going further down. Before I know it, I'm gently caressing her breasts in my hands while my tongue gently glides over them. This is quite the reading we're doing here, gamers. Ho ho ho! Let's slurp. Jesus Christ! Oh God! I hope your YouTube doesn't listen to the audio because they would easily restrict this video. Okay. All the while I'm planting passionate kisses over her chest, causing her moans to grow louder. Remember, we all signed the agreement. So Swampert, write your name on your hand. We're all agreeing that we don't talk about this after the stream, okay? That's our agreement here. There's 20 people watching. We're all agreeing. It doesn't matter. They're great just the way they are. Her hands are gently caressing my hair as I continue kissing her body. Once I've started, it's almost impossible to stop. Those sexual urges that I've been kept at bay since our first tickle fight finally have free reign, and damned if I'll stop them. All my senses are being stimulated right now. The strangely enticing smell of her pheromones, along with the allure of her taste. The sound of her moans, the sight of her body. It's almost a sensory overload, but it's not unpleasant in the slightest. This is going to be awkward hearing this. Did you write this? Oh yeah, he wrote it! I forgot he wrote this. I can't remember which one you wrote, dude. Oh God. I stand up and look in her eyes. Wordlessly, she slips off the final article of clothing on her body and I follow suit. Now we're both truly exposed. I should feel vulnerable. After all, who wouldn't when they're naked? But with Sayori, no, vulnerable would be the wrong word. I feel safe. The intimacy between us is like a warm cocoon. The silence stretches on for what feels like much longer as we take the sight of each other in. The gentle curve of her hips, the smooth allure to her skin. How perky and shapely her breasts are, along with the endearing, shy expression on her face. This might have been her idea, but it's clear that she's just as nervous as I am. But most of all, actually seeing her like this, in such an exposed, intimate state, there's a slight air of awkwardness, but I guess this is a given. At least we can share the awkwardness with each other. Wait, I don't have any, you know... She nods wordlessly and reaches into the pocket of her dress, pulling out a foil pack. Sayori, you devious beggar! She knew where this was going! Oh my God! I raise an eyebrow. What? I just like to plan ahead a little. I decided not to press it given the situation we're in. Why did you just put in the chat, want to do it Froggy style? Oh my god. If you read the rest of the scene in the comment, the frog voice, all pay value 10 quid. Don't do that to me, dude, because I will. After fumbling around, I can't do a Kermit voice. Give me something easier. Give me something easier. After fumbling around for a few minutes per set, at this point my already raging hormones have decided to take over. I gently push her down towards the bed with my lips never once separating from hers. I can't do that. It's gonna make it so much worse. Give me a better voice to do. She understands my intentions and wordlessly complies, slowly sinking down. I sink down with her, resting so that my elbows are on either side of— I can't, I'm sorry. I'd love the donation, but you know what? I value my dignity more. I'm sorry, dude. I sink down with her, resting so that my elbows are on either side of her, with my hands on either side of her face. My weight rests on my elbows as I slowly maneuver myself so that I'm positioned between her legs. Okay, stop. Don't worry, I'm not actually going to do it. I'm tenderly thumbing her cheeks as I do so. Her eyes flutter open and closed. Eventually, I'm just going to screenshot you saying that. There we go. I need that. That's going to be like no context, you like Red Arch Live livestream moments. Eventually, I'm at what I think is the right spot. She gives me the tiniest of nods. It's small, but I can read what it says. I'm ready. Do I have to read this? Oh, God. Do you know what worries me is that, like, some of my friends have been watching this series. If they're watching this scene right now, I'm waiting any second to get, like, a Snapchat or a messenger off them. Just be like, this is exciting, and that's just going to be enough to just send me overboard. I can't do this. Right. Ugh. Doing my best to ignore how loudly my heart is beating, I start to slowly insert myself inside her. She immediately gasps. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I didn't know what to expect. I can stop if you'd like. She closes her eyes once more, breathing in heavily. No, it's fine. Keep going. She wraps her arms around my neck and smiles up at me. It's okay. I nod back at her, resuming my position. As I slowly slide myself into her once more, waves of pleasure shoot through my body. This warm, wet sensation is completely foreign to me, but it feels absolutely incredible. I involuntarily let out a grunt as this feeling courses through my veins. Sayori moans with satisfaction, squirming slightly underneath me. As I push further, her moans grow louder, and I'm all the way inside her at this point, and the feeling has grown stronger and stronger. Sayori slowly starts moving her hips to match the rhythm that I'm using. Her movements sync perfectly with mine, causing my breathing to become ragged. I've never experienced anything remotely as satisfying as this in my entire life. All the while, Sayori's chest is gently heaving up and down. Goosebumps are visible on the surface of her skin, and there's a flush visible on her face. She's biting her lip in pleasure, the sight of which spurs me on to try going a little faster. Also, for context, the sense nudity bit doesn't just censor her taking a bra off. There would be some kind of NSFW CG right here, which I'm very glad we can't see right now, because YouTube would kill me! You can just read it in your head if you want. Yeah, in my head it's Kermit, right here it's just me. She's biting her lip in pleasure, the sight of which spurs me on to try going a little faster. Ah, it's incredible. Every push inside her feels like heaven. Clearly it's not just me feeling this way, as I can feel Sayori's nails rake down my back. It doesn't hurt or anything, and I'm glad she's enjoying this just as much as I am. Eventually I start to feel some kind of build-up. Oh god, please, this is so... It's a swamp pit! Why was it this detailed, dude? Yuri's wasn't this detailed, was it? It kind of was, but... I know what's coming. Oh god, word choice, Jesus. And with each thrust I can feel my limit rapidly drawing near. Sayori, there's no stopping now. With one final thrust I finally surrender. For a few moments I lose control of my body as waves of pleasure grow to dizzying levels. Sayori also cries out as her body shudders as well. In that moment we both lose control, surrendering ourselves to nature. For a moment the silence broken only by the sounds of our panting. I barely joined and I see this. Edwin, I'm sorry. You picked the wrong time to jump in. Rewind to the other parts of the stream. Oh, it's a mixture between amusement and cringe. Yeah, I bet. I roll off Sayori, breathing heavily. This is the kind of thing you read to yourself. You don't read it out loud in a stream. A light sheen of sweat is coating the both of us. Not surprising given the intense body heat we were sharing. I sit up briefly to dispose of the condom as Sayori slips her underwear back on. I guess she's still a little self-conscious. I smile tenderly at her as she snuggles up to me. Particularly after our climax, it feels incredibly intimate to have her this close to me. I don't know how to break the silence. Luckily, Sayori does it for me. Troy? I love you. I love you too, Sayori. That was absolutely incredible. She giggles softly. It really was. Silence again. It's not uncomfortable, though. I'm trying to rack my brains for what I want to say the most. I think this has been the best day of my life so far. Mine too, Troy. Mine too. The dreamy tone in her voice makes me smile. Oh, Sayori. You're perfect, literally. There isn't a single thing that I'd change about you. She opens her mouth to protest. On instinct, I know what she's going to say. Yes, even your depression. I've been so proud of you. You've come such a long way. From opening up to me, agreeing to therapy, eventually having the strength to do it alone. I'm so happy that I'm able to have been by your side. I know we've only been together for 2 months, but it honestly feels a lot longer. There's a silence for a moment. I don't want to say, Troy, I really don't. Except thank you, and I love you. I couldn't have imagined doing any of this without you. You're the best boyfriend a girl could ever ask for. I'm nothing special. It's you who... No, you really are, Troy. You're just too modest to see it. You've always been so caring and loving towards me. Since day one, you've always made it your mission to put a smile on my face. Something you've always succeeded at. You're the sunshine in my life, the light that's there to guide me through my darkest days. Something that I'll always be so grateful for. You haven't just given me a reason to smile. No, you gave me something I thought I'd forever lost. You gave me hope. Actual, genuine hope. That maybe, just maybe, things might be okay. Oh my god, that's the ending! Oh, that's fantastic. That was a good point to stop it. I'm really glad. I vibe to the music here. I love it. That was fantastic. I'm really happy with that. You know, that scene was awkward to read, but like I said, that felt like it was going to end at that point. Because they had that big long conversation in the park, which is very similar to another ending. And I thought, okay, I see where this is going. And the scene at the end, that was a nice way to do it. Right, there's something I need to say, and it's going to be a spoiler for Yuri's Route. So, for the next 10 seconds, you've got a chance now, turn your volume down. I will do this on the screen when, you know, it's okay. But I want to say something for the sake of people who either don't care about Yuri's Route or have played it. So, turn your volume down now. Okay. For Yuri's Route, the sex scene in it becomes a part of the plot, and it becomes that Yuri says that, you know, she felt she had to do it, and it made it a really dark thing in the story, which was great, really well written, but it was so dark. So what I like is that in this, it was just what it was. It was the culmination of a whole story. They said they loved each other, they shared that scene, and it's okay. I really like that that wasn't as dark as it could have been. Come back, everyone. Oh god, I don't know if anyone muted it, but just to be safe. All the cast as well, Shiori and her dog, Sakurai, and MC's mum. I just, you know, genuinely, honestly, genuinely, I absolutely adore this. Like, to say that Doki Doki Literature Club, like I said, is one of my favourite games of all time, and I didn't ever really think I'd play a mod that took the story and flipped on its head and added a whole new story that was like, what if Monica wasn't sentient? Where would it go? And it sounds like the kind of thing that someone would do, you know, and it would just be a bit of fan fiction. There wouldn't be much to it. There'd be a sex scene. That'd be it. Right, done. End of. But this is a mod that took 2 years to be made. It was fantastically done. And I'm not just saying this because Swampet's here. I've said this before when he hasn't been here. Oh, I want to take a screenshot here. And finally, screenshot there. You. For staying with us for the ride, no matter how long it was. An absolute pleasure. I really thoroughly enjoyed streaming this. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We're not done by the stream yet before you go anywhere. Oh! The special note is this! Oh! Well, let's read this first. Okay. Oh, it's written by Swampet as well, and he's in the chat. So you finally made it, huh? All 3 routes, all 3 good endings. Back in February 2018, I never would have imagined that trying DDLC would have had such a long-lasting ripples on my life. It's extremely cliched, but Doki Doki Literature Club is perhaps the most influential game I've ever played. Not only did it finally give me the chance to try my hand at writing, a hobby I've always wanted to try, but it also gave me the opportunity to meet some wonderful people who I otherwise never would have had the chance to meet. More importantly, DDLC opened my eyes to the world of Japanese media, with 2 standouts being Danganronpa, I can't read that, and Kaguya Shoujo. I think I might have read that wrong as well. Dan Salvato taught me the important lesson of never judging a book by its cover. Working on this project for over 2 years was extremely difficult. The stress of keeping the entire project together was really pervasive, and I'd lie awake for many nights wondering if it would be worth it. In the end, I'm glad I pulled through, particularly because I wanted to prove to myself that I could stick to a new hobby. Oh, partially because I wanted to prove to myself that I could stick to a new hobby, but also because I wanted to share my story in the hope that it would have a positive impact on someone's life. I really hope you enjoyed delving back into the world of DDLC, and if this mod has made you smile, it's just for one reason, and I think it's all been worth it. As a final goodbye, I'd just like to give anyone wanting to start writing a piece of advice, just start. Cliched, tried and true, I know, but it's the most honest advice I could give you. I agree, completely. You never know where it'll take you, and I didn't know in February 2018, and I'm proud of where I am now. So San Swampert. P.S. to all my fellow devs and friends who kept up a continual stream of encouragement, thank you. The mod wouldn't be here without you guys. That's fantastic. I've got the pleasure of saying that I've been able to chat to Swamp and get to know him better, and I really hope that I get to become a good friend of his as well, because he's a cool dude, and I've really enjoyed chatting to him. He's such a nice guy, and, like, genuinely right. I'm going to say this now before we look at the other ending, because I will try and get this in that stream now. And I'm going to turn the music back down to where it was, which was minus 10 decibels rather than minus 6. Yeah, like I said, I expected a mod like this to be something that was so, you know, it wasn't exactly something that took long to make. It was, you know, maybe within a few months. It had a couple of people involved with it. It wouldn't be that good. You know, it would just use the music from Doki Doki Literature Club, maybe a couple of extra drawings and stuff, but it wouldn't be much to it. I literally came across this. I don't know whether I've said this on the stream. I came across this because I was fiddling around in the Doki Doki game files. I think I was just looking to see if there was a link to the store in Steam, out of interest, out of boredom, because I'd already made an order on the Doki Doki store like the day before. And I was like, I wonder if they advertise it on the Steam page. And I just saw a post underneath the game on Steam that said, how to install Doki Doki Blue Skies. And I just went, what's that? Because I wasn't in the community. I had no idea this was even a thing. And I checked it out, went to the website and went, oh my god, need to play this. And I'm so glad I came across it by chance, because I don't think I've played something this well written and the composition, the music is the same thing, the writing, everything about it, and the fact that it's a really long story that plays out in 3 different ways that are all completely unique is fantastic. The effort this must have taken for a project that it was not officially made, it's not endorsed by Doki Doki, and again, that's why I need to push. I haven't got the PayPal link for the Doki Doki Blue Skies in the chat. San, if you can send that to me again, or I'll look back in our chat, whatever. I'll put it in the description so it's ready after this is finished. And I'll also be sharing it on my Discord and on Twitter, because if you can support them, I've not supported them a great deal because I don't have a ton of money to my hand, being a student and all. But if you can support them in any way, the PayPal is probably the best way to do it, and I truly think they deserve it. So anyone who really likes this game, please consider doing that, because they really deserve it. I cannot tell you how impressed and how satisfied I am with this game. Because I played Yuri's and Natsuki's roots, and honestly, having played them all, I don't know. I don't know which one's my favourite. Natsuki's still my favourite character, but when I played Yuri's, I was like, oh, maybe Yuri's is slightly better. And now I've played Sayori's, I don't know either. I don't know. Right, okay, enough gabbing. Let me just say, fantastic mod, fantastic Sayori story. I will hopefully at some point play Yuri and Natsuki's roots, but I just can't guarantee it because, you know, I've played them recently, I've experienced them, and I don't quite know. Oh my god, there's more! Oh damn, someone else wrote a note! I didn't realise, sorry. So this is from Kiori, who's one of the other main directors, I believe. Hello, and congrats on receiving all 3 good endings. Anime, manga, and visual novels have been passions of mine for my entire life. P.S. There really isn't any obligation to donate, by the way, we're just happy if people play it. Yeah, there's no obligation, but they deserve it. I'm counteracting him. If you can donate, please do, because they deserve it. I grew up on Doraemon, I don't know, and Chibi Maruko-chan, as well as as the years passed, I explored every genre out there. Yes, I had the typical shoujo manga phase in the middle school, and even fangirled over Yari and Yuri in high school. I've always loved the way these types of media have never been afraid to push the boundaries on their limitations. I actually am thinking about checking out some manga. It might be interesting, and it's the same thing of never judge a book by its cover, so I'm very interested. Yeah, I'm going to try the bad ending after this. I think I've got time to do it. Despite technically being cartoons, anime and manga addressed serious concerns and adult matters. They were able to utilise the art of their mediums to convey certain messages that could not be conveyed through live action. As for visual novels, it amazes me that they can allow us to form such deep attachments to fictional characters. This I second, because a lot of you know, Life is Strange is my favourite game of all time. I adore the characters in it, I adore the setting, the music, the choices, everything about it. And it's characters with voices and characters and personalities. To think there's a game where the characters don't have voices, they're 2D, and it's all something you read out. And the fact that when I played Natsuki's ending and I got the bad ending first and I cried my eyes out, I never thought a visual novel would get me in that way. I never did. Which is credit to this in itself. A well-written visual novel is wonderful in that it encourages you to actively empathise with the characters, to walk in their shoes so that you can make the appropriate choice when the time comes. Like you, as a player, I would have tried for all the good endings the Blue Skies included, and as someone who enjoys 100%ing visual novels, I would have felt awful, as I always do, when purposely choosing the incorrect choices for the bad endings. That, yes. My wish is that through Blue Skies I have helped you feel the same way too. Even after many sleepless nights spent hunched over my drawing tablet and squinting at countless pages of writing and code, I wouldn't change a thing about my experience with Blue Skies. It's introduced me to a singularly extraordinary, albeit sometimes fanatical, community, and to many incredible modders. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to make this mod. Without you, the player, I wouldn't have a reason to undergo such a project, and for that you have my sincere gratitude. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Blue Skies, and I hope you have fun doing so. See you, Space Cowboy. Kiori. Is there another one? Okay, it's just the 2. And I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy about that. That was so fantastically done. Honestly. Oh my god, oh, what? Oh, now the main mini screen's to fall together. Oh, you crafty little beggar. I love that. I love that. That's so nice. Oh. Right, okay. So, we are literally going to have to speed through this to get the other ending. Did we invite Yuri or not? We're going to have to speed through this and play the bits that I haven't seen. I think it was we didn't invite. Right, cool. So you read through the bits that we haven't seen. So we go through all the choices, speed through to get to the ending. Because I don't know how much time we've got, and I'm going to speed through it. As much as I think Yuri is, so we're not going with Yuri for lunch. So let's go straight into it, let's speed into it. As much as I think Yuri is someone who's comfortable being by herself, it'd be nice to have some new company during lunch. Besides, she gets along with Sayori and I. This is going to make things so much worse. She looks really lost in thought, never without her books, is she? Hey, Yuri. She jumped slightly, eyes widening at the sudden disturbance. Oops, forgot she startles easily. Oh, good afternoon, Troy. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay, I'm just very much immersed in this book. I was going to invite you to sit with Sayori and I, but if you'd rather be left alone, a pensive look crosses her face. I get the feeling she isn't used to social invitations. Me? I'm not going to spend time doing the voice, I think I'm just going to read through it. The one and only. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to disturb your conversation. Don't sweat it, it's fine. Well, if you're sure. I laugh as she packs up her things and follows me over. Leading the way, I spot Sayori in the courtyard, taking a seat opposite her on one of the benches. Yuri follows suit. If you press for time, the only choice that matters is telling your mum about feelings. Choose not to this time, and don't join Sayori at therapy. Thanks, right, in that case, we'll just do that. That's fine. If you want to see the extra choices, that's fine, but I would rather just see the ending, because I don't know how much... Sugar! I saved over it instead of loading it! Oh, you moron, Troy! It's fine, it's fine. We'll load the right choice and just hit skip, and it'll take us to the other choice. Just give it a minute, be fine. Oh, honestly. But yeah, so I'm so happy with that. Thank you, though, to Swampert. I appreciate that, because I think I have about an hour, but knowing how Yuri's ending was, like, different for, like, the last hour, like, I don't want to spend loads of time on the early choices if that's the priority. I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to sound selfish, so I appreciate you coming up with that. Right, so don't tell her about the feelings. Nah, it's probably better if I don't. I'm already confused it is, and I don't want someone else getting involved. Besides, it's quite a personal thing, and as much as I love my mum, I'm not quite ready to share just yet. I'll tell you what, Mum. We're just friends, that's all. Just catching up these days. Oh, really? I had a feeling... Never mind. Well, I'm glad that you got some new friends and a promising club to participate in. Anyway, I have to go, sadly. Lots of work to do, but I'm glad I was able to talk to you again, sweetheart. Let me know if anything changes or you want to talk, okay? You can just load to your therapy choice, it'll save you time. Oh, well, we're just done this anyway. Sure thing, Mum. Bye. Love you. Love you too. Beep. Both my mother and Sayori gone, the room feels strangely empty. As I meander upstairs to my room and flop into my chair, the day's events replay back in my mind. Sayori's nightmare, getting the pumpkin, messing around while carving it. I wonder, does Sayori let me back? Hard to tell. Just wish I understood women. Gah. I don't know. Just think I'll see how the next couple of weeks go, not push anything. Primarily because I don't know what I'm doing. With a weary sigh, I boot up my computer. There's no way I'll be able to get any homework done with all this on my mind. Video games should be a nice way to relax. It's Halloween coming up, so let's pick a horror game. This one looks tempting. Third-person survival horror, police detective, nightmarish situation, evil within. This'll do fine. Cool. I skipped the transition. That's a cardinal sin, but I've done it anyway. Skip ahead. Skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead. So we will still do the secret. That was the secret. Those notes were the secret, I'm presuming. Because it was all about doing the 3 good endings. Which was a nice little secret. I'm quite glad. She said she'd tell me eventually. So for now, I'll just play along with her and try and dial back my concern. Although as tough as that'll be. Oh. Bit of extra lines about the depression reveal, I guess. Sorry, I want to get through this. I want the time to beat on the ending. Oh, I didn't hit skip Halloween. Oh, well, whatever. We'll just run it through. Put your feet up, everyone. We're going to be here for a minute. Well, not that long. It takes about a minute to skip Halloween. Right, if I click skip and then click a name, it skips the poem as well. So I can do it that way. Makes more sense. So click skip, click Natsuki. Click skip, click Sayori. Click skip, click Yuri. And there we go, and then it skips the rest. Halloween 2, Electric Boogaloo. Okay. Come along. Telling all their ghost stories now. You can tell because, like, even when skipping, if a character's on the screen for a long time, it's like their story, isn't it? Still want to know what we still want to know how no, do you know what Yayo and Yuri is? I've not got an idea. No idea what that is. Please explain. Alright, we're out of Halloween, and we're up to yesterday's stream, I believe. Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't tell my mum about my feelings, and I'm really feeling over my head now. Perhaps it can't hurt to get a new perspective. I guess to put it simply, yeah, I do like her. I knew it. That's so cute, though. How long have you liked her? I nervously scratched the back of my neck. Well, we've always been childhood friends, but over the past few years we started drifting apart, so we're telling her now, and she's the first person we've told in this playthrough, rather than telling the mother first. I enjoyed a literature club last month as well. Since then, I've just really enjoyed being around her. I guess I never really realised what my feelings were. We've been spending more time together recently, and I sighed dreamily. You're noticing all the little quirks about her, aren't you? Aww. Yeah, things like how blue her eyes are. This is the same stuff. Why can't I skip this? She's always been really good at making me feel at ease. Whenever she's around, feel really, I don't know, just happy. Yeah, this is the same stuff. Why can't I skip this? Sorry, that's must sound really cringy. Not at all. It's fine. I feel myself. Yep. We know this. We've seen this before. He thinks it's hard. He's a bit dense. Yep. It's exactly the same thing. What are you going to tell Sayori? That's the thing. Troy Emmy. Yep. Why can I not skip this? There should be an option to skip this. This is the exact same. Tell her she likes you. Okay, then swallow. Guess I'll tell her. Wait, did she make a comment about the mother thing? First motherly intuition, now female. Hang on. First motherly intuition, now female intuition, no fair one. Well, she didn't really say it was motherly intuition because I cut her off. Yeah, you and Yuri are gay and lesbian anime. Oh, are they? It was easy. Yep. No. Don't care. Well, not don't care. I've seen this before. This is all the same. I don't know why I can't skip it. That was really strange. Right. Okay. Ding, bing, bing, ding. Oh, another little flashback. I love the music in the Sayori flashbacks. It's quite a nice little bop, shall we say? Little bop. Okay. There's the big argument. Oh, so now it might change the call with the mother. Well, now what? It's not like I can tell anyone about Sayori's secret. Ugh. Well, I guess I can't see what the internet has to say, right? There's a lot of articles on how to cope when a loved one has depression. Well, that is if she'll even forgive me. Do my best to put that thought in my mind. I carry on. Let's see. No quick fix for depression. A lot of patience and empathy. Some days will be normal. Other days they won't even be able to get out of bed. It'll be difficult and demands a lot of patience, empathy, understanding, blah, 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 blah. Oh boy, we'll be here for a while. So instead of the mother giving advice, we had to look it up on the internet. Damn WikiHow! Based on our last night, Andy, she definitely needs some time to cool off. Give it a couple of days. Besides, I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with. Right, so there's only little slight changes in dialogue. Oh, I like this music with Yuri. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. We're up to today now, are we? I think. Oh, no. The websites I visited told me depression doesn't have a quick fix. It's a long process. Yep. It's okay, Sayori. Guess it was naive for me. We don't care about that bit. Look, just give me the choice and then say I'm not going to therapy. Oh. I thought the choice was then. Just make... Oh. Jeez, it's not Christmas yet? Oh my god. No, we have got further to go. Thought we got through more of it. Now it's Christmas. Okay, cool. Do-do-do. 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 You can show your hands. I want to know if you have yaoi hands. Come on. Oh, Act 3. I decided to tell my mum about my feelings for Sayori after Christmas, so I left out the part about her depression. She was thrilled for us. It was good to know she approved of us dating. Anyways, a few days left of the Christmas break, and I know exactly how I want to spend them. Shooting Sayori text me on the way over. Yeah. So now mum knows about it, but not the depression. So she's having to play catch up. Okay, cool. Right. Have you not watched all the Blue Sky streams, Blood? Because you would know that otherwise. You haven't watched yesterday's episode, I'm guessing. Yeah, we walk in with Yuri. Yep. Next day. Just waiting for the choice for the therapy. I think it's about to come up now. 3, 2, 1. Let me know how it goes. What? Okay. Let me know how it goes. Oh, right, okay. What's going on? Before I know it, the weekend has already arrived. It's been a few days since Sayori agreed to give therapy a try. With a slight nudge from me, she spoke to her doctor, who managed to arrange her first therapy session tomorrow. As relieved as I am with how well things are being handled, I'm still fairly apprehensive. Yep. Interfering with their ability to get homework done. Yep. Making things worse, but I think it's her fault that I'm so concerned for her. Ooh, so have I not even offered to join this time? Ooh. Okay. Optimistic outlook. Yep. Right. Cool. 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 Can I skip? Yep. This is the same stuff I wake up with the breakfast, right? Yep. This is the same stuff again. I think I need to add the skipping stuff here. Because I can't skip. If you don't confide in your mother, you don't get the choice to join her, although you do later. You need to refuse it when it pops up. Gotcha. I don't really feel like going outside or anything. Fine by me. Yep. Yuri's typing. Yep, don't care. Why is it not letting me skip this? Yeah, this is the same stuff. I should be able to skip all of this. Yeah, why, I don't know why the skip feature doesn't work here. Yeah, I was gonna say, so this is the same. Spam, enter! Oh god, this takes far longer. Yep. Cool. Now I should be able to skip, right? Nope. It's a big step for her. Yep. Keep her occupied. Yep, because I'm not there. Cool. Yeah. There we go. It's okay, I guess. She doesn't elaborate, so I decide to try a different angle. What's the therapist like? Are they good? I guess he's alright. His name's Dr. Satoshi. He's patient and was pretty gentle. It's great news. At least heave a sigh of relief. This was precisely the kind of description I was hoping to hear. She smiles wanly. He's definitely better than the last one I had. That's not saying much. But hey, let's focus on the present, eh? I nudge her, trying to maintain my facade of positivity. On the inside, however, I'm just as nervous and worried as she is. Yeah, she trails into silence. Normally I press it, but I figure she has a lot on her mind after the session. Hey, Sayori? Why don't we play something? We don't have enough people for a board game, though. Right, it's video games again. Oh, for God's sake. Why is the skip not working? Release 1.6, San. Fix the skip issue. Imagine it will bother me after this. Are you there? You're looking kind of sad. What's up? Alright, there we go. Sorry, Sayori. Yep. Yep. Been dressed for a long time. Yep, saying that I think it's my fault. Yep. We know about this. Yep, we've seen this. What worries me is I'm probably going to skip across the bit that is different. Okay. Is the skip just completely broken? Because now I really wish I had just picked the therapy choice and said no. God, we're going to be here for 10 minutes skipping all this text. Yep, and this is it where they go to like kind of flirt a little bit and they don't. Yep, okay. Yep. Does this one matter? I'll just do the opposite anyway. I'll walk you home, you gentlemen. Yep. I'll see you tomorrow, Sayori. Sweet dreams. Kiss a good night and turn around to leave. Troy, yeah. Can you stay with me overnight? Yeah, if that's okay. Of course, it's thinking about it. I was going to make the breakfast in the morning. I like that. So mentally survey the room, struck by how messy it is. To think that before I knew about her depression, I just thought she was too lazy to clean everything up. How little I knew back then. Switch side the bed you want. We both fit on it. Don't know, to be honest. Never slept with anyone before. It's not good sounds for a second. Makes like comment. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. It's the same, just in her bed. I like her room though. It's a nice room. Skip, please. Oh my god, it's literally, the skip's completely broken. I have no enter key left after this, bro. Oh no. It's the cons of playing on a laptop. You haven't got a mouse to click. I could just spam the mouse if this was the case, but I can't. I'm going to spam the enter key. We know all about this scene. This is where we ended yesterday. She woke up having the nightmare and we had to console her and all that. Yep. Yep, we're just talking about like she feels like she won't get better. She needs some hope. Yep. I'm sorry, this feels really insensitive, but I just really want to get to the ending to see. I kind of wish I'd taken Sans advice now and just changed that last choice about therapy. Maybe the skip wouldn't have worked then. I don't know. Oh, it's constant reminder of last time, which got me absolutely nowhere. How do I know this won't repeat of last time, Troy? I don't want to have to go through all that again. I don't think I'd be able to. Oh, right. So, is this her saying about therapy? Hearing she doesn't want to carry on receiving us. Oh, right. She's saying that she doesn't want to keep going to therapy. I really don't want to carry on with therapy. Right, this is different. I'm glad I've noticed this. It's hard to explain. Can you try for my sake? Hearing that she doesn't want to carry on receiving my helps made me panic. She sighs. I can't scroll. I've always been reluctant to try. It wouldn't matter if he was the best therapist on the planet or the worst one. I've always been reluctant to try therapy again. Like I said a few days ago, it's terrifying. He was so empathetic, but every time we speak, it's like a constant reminder of the last time when my treatment got me absolutely nowhere. How to know this won't be a repeat of last time? I don't want to have to go through all that again. Don't think I'd be able to. It's different this time. I'm here. That's another problem. I know you want to get better, perhaps more than I do. For the most part, I've almost given up, but I know you still have a lot of hope for me. I know I disappointed you when I told you I didn't want to carry on with therapy, right? I don't say anything. She's right. I did get a horrible sinking feeling in my chest, but I can't exactly say that. Fortunately, my silence speaks volumes. I don't blame you. There's another thing I have to deal with. Last time, I didn't have to worry about letting anyone else down. Sayori, stop being depressed. I want a schedule here, basically. Well, apart from my parents. Oh, and give up, jeez. See your face, Troy. You're eager for my depression to be cured. Is that so wrong? She gives a short, humorless laugh. Of course it isn't, but it's another expectation. An expectation from someone who means the world to me. The last thing I want to do is hurt you. Sayori, you don't have to worry about that. I knew I was getting into. I didn't expect a quick fix. I'll say that, but now I'm really starting to realise I had no idea what I signed up for when I made Sayori my girlfriend. Anyway, here's what I think. Right. So, I presume if I said I could come with her, things would go back on track and we'd still have the good ending. I mean, you have to squeeze her hand. I know it's really scary for you and I totally see why you're feeling the way you are. This is the only way you're going to get better. It might be a rough start, but that's kind of expected, right? The important thing is you're at least trying and I'll always be here to support you. But Troy, I'm not going anywhere, Sayori, no matter how many therapists we have to go through. She doesn't look happy in the slightest, and I hate having to push her into this. I tell myself it has to be done, but it doesn't make me feel any better. You're already doing so well, and it means a lot to me that you're even trying. She sighs and slowly nods. Okay. Although part of me feels relieved, that horrible, overwhelming feeling of not knowing what I'm doing does not grow any weaker. Oh, to know what the right thing to do is. Jeez. And so now we have definitely set ourselves on the dark path, and I still cannot skip the game. Ugh! Damn it! Come on! I don't even know when this is going to go to now. Because this is literally now, this is today's stream. So we've still got like 2 hours of content to skip through. Well, maybe 1 hour to skip through and 1 hour to play. Hopefully not an hour. Jeez, I haven't got that much time. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Also, the camera's shaking. I'm literally spamming the enter key, so please forgive me. Ooh. Thank you to the 16 people still here waiting for me to get to the ending. I appreciate you all waiting this out because I really want to see how this ends. I'm wondering if I'd have done it the other way around. That's like San said, gone to that one choice and changed it, whether that would have fixed the skip issue, whether this is just unique to this particular combination of choices. I don't know. So I'm trying to take my mind off today's events for some anime. Phone rings. Mom, haven't spoken to her in ages. Hello, stranger. Oh god, it's gone dark. Oh, Sayori's not with us today. I just realised I skipped over that. Sayori's meant to be here when this call happens. What do we say? Do you remember? She kind of told me not having given much future thought. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. Don't know what's up with her. The conversation trails off more. She's worried about you. She asked about just now. The girls can all tell us something going on. If you thought about telling them, no. Oh, why not? Shouldn't you know this by now, Troy? If I tell 3 more people, it's 3 more people who have to worry about me. It's not worth it. Can we just leave it at that? Oh, jeez. Anyway, I've got so much homework to be catching up on, so I'll see you tomorrow. You can do it around at mine if you want. It could help you. She says no. Oh, jeez. Oh, yikes. So there's already pain growing here. Instead of this stuff is new. Sugar. Right, well, I know from now I will actually read it. Thanks, San. So this is where it cuts off. So she should be here with us now, but she isn't. Right. So it's coming a mile away. I'm sorry, I really am. I sigh. I should have called you sooner. There's been a lot going on. She chuckles lightly. Ah, yes. Starting to see how having a girlfriend isn't easy, huh? You could say that. Troy? Yeah? Her tone became very gentle very quickly. The change throws me off guard for a second. What's wrong? Nothing, I'm fine. Come on, sweetheart. What's happened? It's nothing that won't blow over by itself. Well, that was a barefaced lie. I'm really getting better at this, aren't I? Was it an argument? Yeah, let's go with that. Well, you're not giving me much to work off, but in my experience, fights are normal in a relationship. Give it a couple of days, and I imagine you two will be back to your normal, cheerful selves. Sayori especially. For Sayori especially. A comment rings in my head. Oh, if she only knew. My vision becomes a little blurry, and I hastily reach up to wipe away the tear that suddenly rolled down my face. It takes all my mental fortitude not to sniffle. If Mum heard me crying, there's no way she'd let me hang up until she got to the bottom of it. Temporarily putting the phone on mute, I clear my throat and take a deep breath. Yeah, hopefully. First relationships are a little daunting. Anyway, Sakurai was talking to me earlier about my plans for after high school. Crazy to think I'm almost at that stage in my life. You don't stay young forever, I'm afraid. What did you tell him? I wasn't sure in all honesty. Said I'd probably go to university, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to study. Interesting. Think he wanted me to go into history, but that's a given. Good choice. Analytical too. Would definitely help you find a job. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to pick too soon though, especially as I haven't even finished my second year yet. Of course, honey, but it never hurts to think about your future. What does Sayori want to do? A lump forms in my throat as I remember that Sayori didn't want to participate in that conversation. Even Natsuki, her first year, did. I don't know. We haven't really spoken about it. You two are just like each other. Well, I'm sure you'll both figure it out together. Thanks for the comment, Raptor, by the way. I'm just reading through this. I'd appreciate it, though. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I'm sure you both figure it out together. Oh, and I've been meaning to tell you, we managed to finish dealing with this difficult client a little earlier, so we'll be able to come home soon. Yep, cool. Really, it'd be great to see you again. I missed you a lot. Missed you too. Yep. We know this bit. That's fine. Yep, and then she gets cut off. Cool. At least I feel better talking to Mum. It's reassuring to know that even though she's miles and miles away, she's still able to cheer me up. Though I have a new worry. Valentine's Day. I've never done anything for it before, so planning some kind of romantic activity is beyond me. I'll cheer it over with the girls tomorrow. Okay. So what did you actually say? Thanks for the Big Bang Solo style. Just watched it and really helped me out. Thanks, dude. Glad you liked it. That video has become really popular recently. It's like at 50k views or something now. It's crazy. After Sakurai explains the morning's task to settle down to Mark's papers. Yep. With each passing day, the ugly reality of how depression can warp someone gets stronger and stronger. It's becoming harder and harder to cope with Sayori's behaviour, and I'm starting to think I should have gone to her with her to therapy. I'm mindlessly fiddling with my pen while I feel an elbow nudge me into my ribs. What do you want? Emi stares at me hurt. Oh jeez, that was a dark response. She clearly wasn't expecting that sort of response. I force a smile and attempts an apology, which she's already turned away. Sakurai is also looking at me, so with a sigh I reluctantly turn back to my textbook, already wanting the day to be over. Oh, Emi! She didn't even tell us about her boyfriend being in hospital now. Yikes, now I'm turning into an arsehole as well as a dense guy. After the bell finally rings, I just make my way over to the club room, determined not to repeat what just happened with Emi. Time to put on a happy mask. I wonder who I learned that from. Morning, Yuri. Yuri is the classroom's only inhabitant. There's a new book in her hands. At the sound of my voice, she places a bookmark in it and looks up. Hello. It's nice to see you again. How have you been? Yeah, pretty good. Can't believe it's already February. Feels like this year is really flying, don't you think? She nods. What's that you're reading there? It's a rather old gothic ghost story that creates a gripping sense of dread and uncertainty. Sounds cheery. What's it about? Essentially, a young governess is hired to look after two young children, a boy and a girl. Her family's country. Is this Dark Shadows? What is it with horror stories and young children? Then she starts seeing two figures, a man and a woman she doesn't recognise, skulking around the house. Oh, it's not. I was going to say, I love Dark Shadows. What's strange is that they come and go at will, and their presence is never picked up on by the other inhabitants of the home. Worse still, her predecessor, along with another male employee, used to spend a lot of time with the children before their deaths. The current governess suspects the children are actually aware of these supposedly supernatural figures. I hear the club room door open, but I'm too engrossed in the story to pay it much attention. The huge theme of the story is whether the figures are real or just a figment of the governess's imagination. Paranoia, uncertainty, insanity, and dread. That's the kind of story that really sticks in your head, huh? Can you lend me the book once you're done? Oh, I'm really sucked into the conversation with Yuri now. Jeez, I thought the first playthrough was bad. Oh, hello, Sayori. Of course, it's Sayori that's just watching us be engrossed. There she is. It's okay, don't worry about it. An element of tension is immediately evident in the room. Yuri looks confused as the cheeriness she's used to with Sayori is painfully absent. She looks questioningly at me, but I avert my eyes. The silence stretches on, becoming more awkward by the moment. I'm praying for the other two to walk in. To what feels like hours, my prayers finally answered as Natsuki and Monica slide in. Now there's five of us, the atmosphere grows noticeably less tense. Conversation flows between all of us, well, except Sayori. Guess this is to be expected. After my final lesson is over, I tentatively make my way to Sayori's classroom. I'm not looking forward to it, but we really have to confront the elephant in the room. Hey Sayori, ready to walk home? Yeah, let's go. Oh god. The walk home is proving to be just as awkward as lunch. Eventually I decide to bite the bullet. Sayori, please talk to me. About what? About whatever's bothering you. I know you're not okay, the others saw it too. I have a fairly shrewd suspicion as to what's causing her mood to be like this, but I want to see if she'll open up to me without having to state it. Nothing, just had a bad couple of lessons, that's all. Well, that was a naive thought. Almost dreading the response, I can finally ask her what I've wanted to ask since lunch. It's Yuri, isn't it? She doesn't say anything, but carries on walking, deliberately not maintaining eye contact. I sigh. I was really hoping this wasn't the case. We've been over this, Sayori. She's just a friend, that's all. Again, no reply, but from the way a pained look flickers over her features, she's basically said all she needs to say. You know I'd never do anything to betray your trust, right? I reach out for her hand. I'm almost surprised that she lets me. Sayori, you are my girlfriend, not Yuri, and there's a good reason for that. I know things haven't been going well recently, but it'll get better. Every couple has these moments, right? I guess you're right. Sorry, I've just not really been in much of a mood to talk recently. I need some time to myself, so I'll see you later. I get the feeling she wasn't even listening to anything I was saying. I pull her in for a kiss, while a desperate attempt to reassure myself that, well, that she still wants to. She does kiss me back, but it doesn't feel the same. Honestly, it feels rather mechanical, and I get the impression she's just going through the motions. She's slipping away from me, and I don't know how much more of this I can stand. As I watch her disappear into her house, a new emotion starts to surface, anger. I'm half tempted to charge in after her and demand she talks to me, but no. I'm painfully aware of what happened the last time we were in an emotional moment, and I flew off the handle. I force myself to try and think positively. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so perhaps if I take her out for a romantic day, it might help reignite the spark that's been dying out between us. Despite my best efforts, I know it probably won't work. Still, I have to try. Jeez. It's getting really dark. Honestly. Ugh. Yikes, 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 yikes. Why is there suddenly a Star Wars conversation in the chat? People are just not focusing anymore. Oh, it's cosmic. Distracting everyone from the stream. Gone. I wake up feeling bleary and drained. Man, I did not get a good night's sleep last night. Sleep would just not come to me no matter how much I tossed and turned. My thoughts were relentless. My brain refused to switch off no matter how tired I felt. I reach over and check my phone. The time surprises me. It's much later than I thought it would be. Why do I still feel so drained? Sitting up, I stretch and yawn, briefly pausing to contemplate what Sayori and I could do today. I guess we could just go to the park or, I don't know, a nice restaurant in town. We could go for a wander. Do my best to reassure myself this is an idea worth entertaining. I head to the bathroom to start my morning routine. Morning, Sayori. Or is it afternoon? Oh, Troy. What are you doing here? I frown at her. What kind of greeting was that? The expression on her face doesn't change. What do you mean? I'm your boyfriend and it's Valentine's Day today. I thought we should do something romantic together. Anything you want, I'm down for it. I smile at her, praying this attempt to get through to her is somehow more successful than the previous attempts. She looks away, causing my heart to sink. It's okay, I'm not really in the mood to do anything today. Oh, great, that response again. I have to make a very conscious effort not to glare at her. Does she not realise how annoying she's being? Taking a quick deep breath, I force myself to try and rationalise her behaviour. Oh, do you have a therapy session today? No. Oh, when's the next one out of curiosity? You haven't really mentioned it. She looks at the floor as she replies. I'm reminded of what conversations are like with Natsuki. I've stopped going. Oh, God. What? Why? I told you. No, you didn't. I was hoping you'd pick up on it, Troy. Pick up on what? I never wanted to go, but I gave it a try for your sake. I even told you that I didn't like about how scary it was, and that reminded me of the last time I tried it. We both knew it wouldn't be easy, and I know it must be difficult, but you just have to keep at it. I've heard all of this before. What you just said and what you're probably going to say next. How I should just stick it out and that it'll get better. The anger I've been doing my best to contain over the past few days is threatening to burst forth. Yeah, well, what am I meant to say? You act like I'm meant to know how to handle something like depression. It's not about what you say, Troy, what you do. Or in your case, what you didn't do. Spit it out, Sayori. I don't have time for these stupid riddles. Why? Is Yuri coming to see you later? Jesus. Oh, no. Wow. Just wow, Sayori. That's low. So that's what this is about, huh? You feeling jealous over the fact I'm spending time with a friend who's feeling lonely? I wish that was what all this is about. I guess it was just wrong. About you. About me? I thought you cared. It's like she's taken a knife and plunged it deep into my heart. For a moment, I don't even know what to say. Feelings of hurt, anger, surprise, and betrayal course through me, leaving me speechless. Does this get tiresome reading everything? Nope. You think that I don't care? I've all but forgotten about what happened the last time I raised my voice at Sayori. Consequences be damned. How can you even say that? After all I've done for you. You were all for forcing me to go to therapy, weren't you? What did you think? That if you sent me away alone, that I'd magically get better? I know it's really difficult for you to believe, Sayori, but yes, I did think you could get better. You never came with me, so tell me, Troy, how would you know anything about what therapy is like? Jesus, Sayori, if you wanted me to come with you, that's all you had to say. She did make it quite clear. She didn't want it to be the same again, and me coming was what needed to happen, which is why I'm glad I did. She closes her eyes and shakes her head. You still don't get it. You still don't get it. I hate asking people to do things for me. I would have thought you'd know that by now. You kind of tell when you're going down the bad path when MC loses any sense of kindness and becomes a full-blown asshole. Not true. Natsuki's isn't obvious until the end. I wouldn't have thought. Yuri's, though, definitely. I dropped you so many hints about how scary it was, hoping you'd pick up on them and come with me, but here's a genius idea. Why don't you stop dropping hints and just tell me what it is you want? I'll come with you to sessions from now on, jeez. She laughs, but there's no humour to be found. It's a little too late for that. Oh, she's just going to give up? Just like that? Don't you dare say it like it's that simple, Troy. I'm not. You're just not giving it enough of a chance, that's all. You have absolutely no idea what it's like to have depression. And you have no idea what it's like to give so much to someone only for them to throw it right back in your face. I get it, Sayori. I'm this horrible, soulless monster that never once gave a damn about you. Thanks a lot. I was so stupid to ever think that you could make a difference. And I was stupid to think that you're the same happy, sweet girl I grew up knowing. Jeez! I am so glad I did not get this. I'm so glad. Oh my god. And when my parting shot delivered, I turned around and slammed the door. The door may have been loud, but the quiet sound of Sayori sobbing is twice as audible. Oh, for goodness sake! I mean, we can all put two and two together and guess where this ending's going to end up. Like, I kind of know what's going to happen. It's Sayori, you know, I don't know. I'm woken by the sound of knocking on my bedroom door. I roll my eyes. Sayori had better come to apologise because I'm in no mood at all otherwise talk to her. What? Go away. It's going to be my mum. Not a very nice way to talk to your mother, don't you think? Mum? Good morning to you too. I hastily pushed the covers off and made my way to the door. With all the heartache going on with Sayori, Mum's return had been completely driven from my mind. Sorry, Mum, I didn't mean that. We share a hug and I'd be lying if I said it didn't make me feel at least a little better. I thought you were someone else. Someone else? What do you mean? Nothing. She doesn't look convinced. I'll be fine, don't worry. I sniff the air. The familiar yet long-lost smell of my mum's cooking hits me. Are you making breakfast? Yep, I made your favourite. We've got a lot to catch up on, so what better way to do it than over some food? I force a smile. I like the way you think. After a few mouthfuls of Mum's cooking, I'm feeling a little better, but I haven't been able to get Sayori's words out of my head. I thought you cared. Cared? How could she have the nerve to say that? Should I really have gone with her to therapy? Maybe. Maybe it is me who's in the wrong. No. Don't think like that, Troy. Sayori was out of order. Jeez. He's so self-centered now. You had a fight with Sayori. She doesn't phrase it like a question. It's crazy how easily Mum can see through me. Huh? No, we didn't. I know I haven't been around much over the past few months, but no matter where I am, I'll always be your mother, Troy, and I know you. What happened? I tend to keep this to myself, but is it really worth getting someone else involved in this? What if you take Sayori's side? Well, then that'll teach you to swallow your pride then, won't it? Shut up. Hey, you're the one arguing with your own conscience. Bottling things up never ends well, sweetheart. The problem gets worse and worse if you don't let anyone in. Sharing a problem can be very helpful, even when all the other person can do is just listen. Mum's words made me think. Isn't this how I spoke to Sayori back in November when I tried to get her to open up to me? It was frustrating being kept in the dark. Yeah, we had a fight. About what? As I opened my mouth to continue, I immediately realised that I can't give her any more information without disclosing that Sayori has depression. Mum was looking at me with a gentle look in her eyes. I guess I can tell her about Yuri? Sayori just felt jealous over the fact that I was spending time with another girl. One of the girls from the literature club? Yeah. I think I told you about how we went shopping together, right? Yes, she did. Her name was... No, it wasn't Monica. Yuri? Anyway, she's been feeling lonely, so I agreed to hang out with her, which made Sayori feel really jealous. I tried reassuring her Yuri and I are just friends, but she doesn't see it like that. Mum leans back, a thoughtful look on her face. She's probably heard this sort of stuff 1,000 times before. And what's that? And is that what the fight's about? Yeah. I can tell she suspects there's more going on. Is there anything else? I thought you cared. I stand up and look for my coat. Oh, are you going somewhere? I think some fresh air would do me good. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. You'll feel better when you come back. Oh, poor Mum. Just gets left in the lurch. And here I am, back at the very part of this park where Sayori and I first met all those years ago. I run my hands through my hair, trying to get my words out of my head. Do I care for her? Of course I do. But I was scared. Ever since we started dating, I always had that fear in the back of my mind. The fear that I was getting into something that was beyond me. As I begun to see how pervasive her condition was, yes, it was scary. It was only then I did begin to see the true nature of depression. But to say I didn't care was over the top. Yes, it was. But from what I can gather, depression twists the way you see things, right? It changes your perspective on everything. So it's not exactly her fault. Hey, we can't just let her off the hook that easy. Why are you so defensive? Is it because you harbour a guilty conscience? Guilty conscience? Yes, you know you could have done more for her. Why didn't you go to therapy with her? Especially after made it so obvious how difficult it was. Well, I thought she'd be fine by herself. Didn't I think she'd need me? Or is it because you were scared of what you'd find? You thought you could just send her there and expect everything to get better? You didn't want to face the possibility that the only thing you saw as a fix might not work. She didn't have to say I didn't care, though. You're really hung up over that, aren't you? Yes, she said some stupid stuff, but so did you. What was the last thing you said to her? That she wasn't that lovely girl you grew up knowing. I'm liking this monologue. Not the best thing to say to someone suffering from depression, is it? She threw everything I ever did for me back in my face. I was pissed off. Is that so wrong? I briefly check my phone. It's a text from Yuri. The phone goes right back into my pocket. I'm in no mood to read or reply to her message. I sigh. I can't argue with my conscience all I want, but nothing will staunch the rising feel of guilt. And now Sayori's given up on therapy. I was her last hope. She thought I could make a difference. I look around the park wishing that things could be as easy as they were on the day we first met. I guess I didn't realise how much I expected to support her. But I guess that's what arguments are for, right? You learn from them. Yeah, if she still wants to be with you. She will. Couples argue all the time, and Sayori isn't the type to bear a grudge. Might be wise to give her today to cool off, though. I mean, that worked last time we had an argument. I just hope we can put this behind us. Oh, God. I feel like this is going to be the final day. Oh, no. This is going to come to a very abrupt end. I can see it coming. After freshening up and changing into my school clothes, I head downstairs to grab breakfast. Unsurprisingly, Mum is already up typing on her laptop. She looks up as I enter. Morning, Troy. Sleep well? About as well as I could do, yeah. There's a silence as I chew my food. Things will be just fine between you two. I know it. I nod along mechanically, not really paying attention. There's only one person I want to talk to today. Once I'm done eating, I stand up and head for the door. See you later, Troy. Give her a small nod as I leave. She'll probably be more receptive to our efforts, but I can't really bring myself to at the moment. Sayori isn't here. If I'm being honest, I expected it. Oh, God. I'm getting Doki Doki Literature Club flashbacks. Oh, no. Oh, no. I take out my phone, decide to call her instead of texting. No answer. Pace around impatiently, tapping my foot. A few minutes pass and Sayori is still nowhere to be seen. I'm very tempted to skip school, but given Mum is home for the time being, that's definitely not a good idea. Reluctantly, I make the walk to school alone, desperately trying to ignore the feeling that I've really caused some irreversible damage. After what feels like an age, my final lesson is over. Eagerly, I rush out of the classroom. Troy? Oh, damn it, I was that close to being free. Reluctantly, I turn around. Hi, Monica. Everything alright? You didn't join us for lunch. It's fine, I just had to talk to Sakurai about something. Okay. Anyway, I've got to get going, so... You're not coming to the club? No. She narrows her eyes. Going to see Sayori, huh? What? How did you... We're not idiots, Troy. We can tell something's going on between you two. She's been missing days off school, you barely spoke to us at lunch, and you're looking miserable. It's nothing. I tried to push past her, but she stands in front of me holding firm. It's not nothing, though, is it? It's not like you to be so secretive. What's it to you? You're a club member, Troy. Your well-being is a concern of mine. Monica, that's nice and all, but I really don't have time for this right now. I've got to go. Hurt flashes through her eyes, but I don't care. Like hell am I waiting any longer to talk to Sayori? Sayori? Oh God. Well, I was really thinking that was going to go very differently. She looks up. I'm definitely not detecting any warmth in her eyes. What are you doing here? I just wanted to apologise. Sayori doesn't say anything. Look, I was really stupid and I said some really dumb stuff. Stuff I definitely didn't mean. She looks away. The atmosphere in the room thickens tenfold. I was terrified this would be how my apology would be received. And you were right. I really don't know what it's like to have depression, and I was naive of me to think therapy would just magically fix everything. I look at the floor, almost expecting it to magically give me the courage to continue. I just hated being told I didn't care. I've always felt like the whole situation was really overwhelming as it is, and I was trying my best, so... Anyway, it's not really an excuse. I shouldn't have said that you weren't who I thought you were, and I'm sorry. I really am. The silence carries on for a few more moments, and with each passing second it grows more and more uncomfortable. You don't have to apologise. No, Sayori, I do. I was just really angry, and you don't have to apologise because you were right. I'm not that happy, sweet girl you grew up loving at all. I guess I just fooled you into thinking that I was. I really tried to get better, but it's okay. This whole experience has taught me something. This is how things will always be. Oh, no. My heart sinks. She can't be saying this. No, Sayori, that's not true, and you know it. Things can change. Can they change, Troy? You were the only person who ever made me believe that. When you held me in your arms and told me that things would be okay, that was when I believed it, if only for a second. I knew that getting my hopes up would be a stupid idea. I should have listened to my head, but my heart convinced me to listen to you. I desperately reach out to grab her hands. We can still do this, though. Couples argue all the time, Sayori. It's how we learn. She tenderly rubs my hands before slowly slipping her hands free. I don't think we should be together anymore, Troy. You don't mean that. I do. There are tears in my eyes, but she holds firm. I can't carry on like this, and I don't want to be a burden on you any longer. It's hard enough when I'm alone, but when I'm with you, there's just so much more added responsibility and stress. What are you saying, Sayori? Please, please don't break up with me. We can get through this. I know we can. We can't, Troy. I don't want to try anymore. Ask yourself if you've been happy with me, and please be honest, because I haven't been happy myself. I opened my mouth immediately to say that I have, but I paused to stop. We've had our happy moments together, sure, but the past few weeks have been anything but. Snapping at Emmy and Monica, refusing to talk to Mum. You don't have to say anything. I can see it on your face. Depression isn't going to just leave me alone if we stay together, and neither of us will know how to handle it. Neither of us have been happy, and it would be unfair to both of us. Before I can even think of some kind of weak defense, she presses on. And I'll be honest, what you said on Valentine's Day, it really, really hurt, Troy. I'm so sorry I wasn't really as happy as you believed I was. And the way you mocked me for giving up, I was doing my best, I really was. It's only now I'm starting to truly realise just how badly I've messed up. The horrible reality is becoming mercilessly clear. I want to scream at myself for being such an idiot, but the damage has already been done. There's only one last thing to say. A final last-ditch ace in my sleeve. I love you, Sayori. Oh, jeez. Like, that's gonna work. My own tears have started to flow in full force. Within seconds, my cheeks are drenched and my vision is blurry. Sayori whispers as she replies. Do you really, Troy? Yes. Do you love me? I don't know. I want to say yes, and I think a part of me does. She pauses to sniffle. I always imagined that hearing you say you love me would have made me so happy. And I dreamed that we'd say it to each other under the light of the moon or something. Like we did in the good ending, jeez. She makes a sound that's a cross between a laugh and a sob. Maybe in another life if things were different. A regretful smile forms on my face. So this is how it really ends? A teary nod is my reply. There's so much more that I want to say. I want to kiss her one last time, or hug her one last time, or even interlock her fingers with mine. More than anything, I want to hold her close to me, run my fingers through her hair, and tell her that everything will be alright. As much as it hurts to accept no, I'll never get that chance again, and it's all my fault. We don't have to do this, Sayori, please. She walks towards me until our faces are inches apart. At this distance, I can see every teardrop clinging to her eyelashes. My eyes are begging her not to do this. Placing her hands on my shoulders, she looks right into my eyes, dropping her voice to a whisper. You and I both know that I do, Troy. She releases me and gently nudges me towards the door. Every inch of me is screaming at me not to comply, but she really leaves me no choice. As I shut the door, painfully aware of how things will never be the same between Sayori and I berate myself on how I managed to break not just one, but two hearts just now. Oh, God. I'm not ready for this. I'm actually really scared. I'm really scared. Because I know how this is going to end and I'm terrified. Days pass by. The weeks passed by agonisingly slowly. I haven't seen Sayori since we broke up. She hasn't been in school either. The other girls have asked me about her, especially Monica, but I've brushed them off. Right now I couldn't care less about them if I tried. The words keep resonating in my head. This is how things will always be. Maybe in another life if things were different. Every time I remember the look of pain in her face as she spoke those words, I feel my heart break over and over again. The door opens and Mum comes in wearing a sad, sympathetic look on her face. I didn't even need to tell her that Sayori and I had broken up. She could tell straight away when I came back home. I made tempura for you, it's your favourite. I'm not hungry. She gently ruffles my hair and thumbs away one of my tears. I know it's hard, Troy. Breakups are never easy. Sayori means the world to you. And I know you still love her. And that's why it hurts so much. But unfortunately, breakups are just part of life. You might not be able to see it right now, but you'll feel better eventually. I nod along mechanically. I know. Troy, look, I know there's something else going on that you haven't told me. You can tell me no matter what, okay? I'm your mother. Sayori has depression. Silence for a moment. She told me back in November, and I basically forced her to go to therapy. Never once went with her, and I made her feel jealous over Yuri. Her words come out with a rush. It was hard to stop once I started confessing. Sayori's depressed? Yeah. Oh my goodness, I absolutely had no idea. Poor girl. I never would have suspected it. Sayori of all people. Just goes to show how good she was at hiding it. Why didn't you I don't know why. I guess I didn't realise how serious it was, so I didn't think you would have needed to know. How stupid I was. My voice breaks and the tears return. Oh, Troy. Please don't remind me of how stupid I was. Believe me, I know. I remind myself every day. I'm not going to do that, don't worry. I don't even know if Sayori wants to be friends anymore. I think that's the worst part. Losing her as a girlfriend is bad enough, but losing her as a friend and losing her entirely? Do people remain friends after a breakup? Not usually. I look over to Mum desperately. Some do and some don't. There's not really an objective answer to that, I'm afraid. I just wish I could talk to her. Not being able to see her is killing me. Well, perhaps I could talk to her if you like. After all, I've known her since she was a child. She's almost like a daughter to me. I sit up as hope blossoms in my chest. It would be wrong of me to try and change her mind, though. I slump back, the newfangled hope dashed. But I can see what she says about staying friends with you. Oh my god, if she walks into Sayori, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. We've had a few days apart, so she's had some time to think it over. It's something, I guess. Okay. She should be awake, it's past noon. Mum nods and makes for the door. I wish it was me going to see Sayori, but I don't think it would be a good idea to see her so soon. As difficult as it is, I probably should let her come to me. After all, I've caused enough damage as it is. I try to keep myself occupied while I wait for Mum to get back, but nothing is doing the trick. My mind wanders over to the current situation over at Sayori's house. Would she even talk to Mum? I guess it's a weird situation to be in. Sayori hasn't seen my mum in a while. They always got along really well, plus what with Sayori's own parents being away, she might appreciate having a mother figure to talk to. So in the worst case scenario, I suppose Sayori would just politely ask Mum to go away. I knew it. I didn't want to say it, but I knew it. Oh no. I was gonna say, I was literally gonna say, I bet a siren's gonna ring. I saw that coming a mile off. I saw that coming a mile off. Oh my god, no. The sound of a loud blaring siren jolts me out of my thoughts. I hear Mum opening the front door and making her way up to my room. I open my mouth to ask her how it went, but straight away I can tell something is horribly, horribly wrong. There are tears in her eyes and she's looking distraught. Mum? She looks at me but can't even formulate any words. Her lips tremble and fresh tears cascade down her cheeks. A terrible feeling of dread is quickly rising. Mum, you're scaring me. What's wrong? What's wrong? It's Sayori, isn't it? My heart starts beating incredibly fast. Wordlessly she nods. She... Oh god, please don't say what I think you're about to say. She's shaking and takes deep breaths to calm herself down. I don't know how to say this. Just say it. I desperately look into her eyes, trying to find an ounce of reassurance, and I find none. Sayori's gone, Troy. Gone? Gone where? I know exactly what she means, but I refuse to believe it. She doesn't reply. I don't believe you. I move towards the door with ferocious speed, and I have to see this for myself. She hung herself. And with that, I stopped dead in my tracks. No, she didn't. You're lying. Oh, God. I knew this would be how it'd end. I just knew it. I just knew it. As soon as she suggested going over to a house, I was like, this is the way it's going to go. She's going to walk in, and she's going to be dead, and she's going to come back, and she's going to tell me. Oh my god. I'm not. I wish I could say that I was. No, Sayori wouldn't do this. She wouldn't. But even as I protest, Sayori's words are swirling around in my head, coming back to haunt me. This is how it's always going to be. You were my last hope. It's a little too late for that. The more I try and protest, the more her final words burrow themselves into my mind. Get out of my head. Dimly I'm aware of Mum talking, something about how the ambulance are there, but her voice feels like a million miles away. I desperately search Mum's face again, this time trying to find something, anything that indicates that this isn't happening. All I find is a grim confirmation. Oh, I'm trying my best to hold this in. The sound of sirens is much louder now. Flashes of blue are visible through the window. There's absolutely no way this can be real. It can't be happening. Ignoring Mum's protest to push past her and head for the street. Oh, don't show us. Please don't. Ambulances, grim-faced paramedics. All I can do is stand there, numb to the wetness and coldness of the unrelenting rain. Each drop feels like a cruel reminder that I'm witnessing is very, very real. No. There's no way. There's no way. Well, could this really be happening? Slowly I can feel the disbelief start to ebb away. I can't stand watching this any longer. Turning to run, my legs start moving of their own accord. Where I'm going, I have no idea. All I know is I have to get away from here. Away from the condemning sight of the ambulance and the cruel sounds of the sirens. What? It's another day? How the hell can there be another day? Are you kidding me? How does that make any sense? What do you mean? Oh my god, no, don't do this! I thought it was going to end there! Oh, for God's sake! Oh no, I don't think I can handle another day! A while has passed since my mum discovered Sayori's corpse. Days, weeks, months, years. I couldn't even say. Each day is effortlessly melted into the next and the world around me continues onwards, but not me. I thought I had it under control, I didn't realize even more. It's like I care either. Everything I've been doing feels so mechanical as if my body were on autopilot. I keep expecting to receive a text from Sayori or to hear her voice. Initially, I clung to the belief that she wasn't dead, that somehow for some sick reason... Oh my god, I'm going to start crying, Jesus. My mum was playing some sort of cruel practical joke. Even though I knew full well that she wouldn't do that. But there's only so much I could run from the truth. The brutal, apathetic truth that cared little for anyone who was ever lucky enough to know Sayori. It was only after I went to her funeral that I started to realise I would never see her again. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh. I'll give you props, because with the Yuri ending, when it went bad, I didn't cry. Because I kind of guessed where it was going to go. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I did not think you'd do that. I thought you'd just end it there and that'd be it. And I'd have a lump in my throat and I'd be happy that it didn't get to me. I hate you, San. I hate you. You know what I said about us wanting to actually be good friends after this? Screw that. You're dead to me. Oh, my God. I'm not even reading the chat anymore. I'm just going to focus on this for a minute. Oh, my God. I'm literally just going to turn my phone off and not even look at the chat. I need to read this myself. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It was only after I went to her funeral I started to realise I would never ever see her again. There wouldn't be any cuddling on the sofa. There wouldn't be any walking to school together. I'd never again read one of her poems or hear about how her day was. The warmth I'd feel when she was in my arms is gone. And the reality is painful beyond all comprehension. Whenever I close my eyes, I can picture her in my head. That sky blue shirt which she wore on the day we first shared a kiss. And sometimes when I finally feel like torturing myself, I recall how her voice sounds as well. People came to me at her funeral. They told me how sorry they were and gave me their condolences. Their words meant nothing to me. I was willing to bet that all of them had no idea what demon Sayori was struggling with. I didn't even try to stop my tears. All I could do was rest my hand on the gravestone that Sayori lied. Oh, Jesus Christ. How much are you going to put here? I can't read this. Oh, my God. All I could do was rest my hand on the gravestone that Sayori lied under. A real part of me wishing that I could join her under the dirt. Oh, my God. Because at least that would stop the unrelenting numbness and pain, and there's no running from it. Sleep is impossible. Whenever I'm under the covers, no matter how warm, I feel so cold, longing for her embrace. Every time I pass a place we visited together, like a shop or the park, I feel her. Wherever I look, there's a memory. I take a deep breath, slowly letting the air out through my nose. Oh, God. I genuinely didn't think this would get me. I thought I'd just be quite sad about it. And I'd swallow it. Because it wasn't the ending I ended up with. But, oh my God! I can't do this! Oh, Jesus! Oh! 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 I'm sitting on my bed and my hands sliced. Oh my God, it's the Christmas present. I didn't even read that! Oh my God! That's why he didn't show it. He saved it for a gut punch at the end. I hate you! I hate this so much! I'm sitting on my bed, in my hands lies the Christmas present Sayori got for me. The glass framed photograph of us as kids. Harkening back to happier times. My eyes are actually sore now. They're actually hurting me. Blissful memories that feel like they happened an eternity ago. With a trembling finger, I gently trace Sayori's face. It's a vain attempt and I know it. But I'm trying to tell myself that somehow by doing this, I might be able to physically feel her again. Even though I know I'm being stupid. My left eye is actually burning me. I can't. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Jesus. Oh. Oh my God. Even though I know I'm being stupid, I still can't help but feel the disappointment and anguish flood through my body as the only feeling I get is my finger against the glass. At least seeing the huge grin on her face brings a smile to my face. It's a tiny smile and it feels like a tiny pathetic flame in the midst of a raging thunderstorm, but at least it's there. I recall how Sayori's face lit up as I handed her the Christmas present I got for her. Happy thoughts. Was I one of your happy thoughts, Sayori? Or was I just part of the darkness that threatened to engulf the lights? A question that I'll never have an answer to. All because I wasn't there for her. Waves of bitterness rise within me. Mum told me not to focus on the past. You could drive yourself insane by thinking about the choices you didn't make. But how can I not delve into the past? Sayori would still be here if I was just a little more attentive and less dense. I gripped the edge of the glass a little tighter and completely disregarding the pain in the palms of my hands. Why did you do it, Sayori? Why should you do this to me, to us, to everyone? I know things look bleak, but you didn't have to give up like that. I know I messed up. I know that. Believe me, I do. That haunting sense of guilt and regret will be with me until I die, until the day I see you again. But I hardly knew what I was doing the whole time, and now everyone has to live with your decision for the rest of their lives. You wanted everyone to be happy, didn't you? Well, look at us now. Oh my God! Is this what you wanted? I looked down at the photograph shot to see the edges are stained red. Suddenly I'm aware of a distancing pain in my hand. Without realising, I pushed the corners into the palm of my hand so hard they'd drawn blood. A few teardrops have also landed on the photograph through a cruel twist of fate. I noticed they've landed where Sayori's face is, giving the impression that she's also crying. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, one of my friends on Messengers just messaged me. I'm just going to bring it up. He's just said, I finished training and came back and watched you do the bad ending and now I'm in tears, you effing prick. Sorry. Oh god, I didn't think this would hit me that much. Jesus Christ. I'm speechless. Do you know what makes me laugh here is that San is literally sat watching this being so quiet. Because I saw him commenting earlier. I put my phone back on in case it wasn't obvious when I read the text. Instead of cleaning the photograph, I just put it down next to me, running my hands through my face, caring little for the stinging coming from the wounds from my hands. I miss you. I miss you so, so much. But I wouldn't give to be able to hold you in my arms again, to tell you how sorry I was, to tell you how things would get better. The doorbell rings, but I ignore it. Oh, for God's sake. You think they get the hint? The doorbell rings again and I angrily swing my legs out of bed. So it better be worth it. As I swing the door open, the worried faces of Yuri, Natsuki and Monika fill my vision. Jeez. Oh my god. They all look alarmed when they see me, most likely due to the blood smeared over my face. I'm in no mood to talk, so I just stand there waiting for one of them to say something. Are you alright, Troy? She motions towards my face. I'm fine. But your face, I raise my hands briefly. The concern on the girl's faces doesn't abate. It's just a cut. You should get that looked at. I could help you with that if... What do you want? We're worried about you. You barely said a word at the funeral, so... Was I expected to say a lot? She's taken aback at my surly tone. No, of course not. We miss her too, you know. Very much so. Monika nods sadly. She was the first member to join the club. God, it feels like such a long time ago. She really brought so much happiness to the... Stop it. I don't want to hear it. Come on, Troy. She wouldn't want you to see you like this. What the hell do you know about what Sayori would want? All you ever did was make fun of her. Oh, Jesus, Troy. Don't be like this to them. I know you're upset, Troy, but please be reasonable. What you said was a little uncalled for. Natsuki didn't mean any harm. We know that she was depressed. A comment catches me by surprise. Well, I heavily suspected it at least. What are you talking about? People don't just commit suicide without a pre-existing mental health condition. When I look back on it, I suppose I should have seen it. What, none of you thought to try and help her with it? The girls will look at each other a little comfortable. Well, we kind of thought, what? Well, she was your girlfriend, so... Why does everyone think that her depression was my responsibility or something? I actually don't enjoy this, I just feel bad and guilty. So you should. Like, as soon as you've agreed to date her, it did become your responsibility, idiot. I did my best to ignore my conscience once again, trying to torment me. No one is saying it was solely your responsibility, Troy. We just didn't think it was our place to say anything, given how personal and serious the matter was. You could have at least tried to be there a little bit more for her. You know, like, I don't know, remind her of how much she meant to you, or how much you valued having her around. They don't need this. Yuri shrinks back against my ferocity of my voice. She had a twisted sense, seeing the hurt on her face makes me feel a tiny bit better. It's funny because she was really jealous of you, you know that? She never liked the time I would spend around you. All you had to do was talk to her, help her see that she had nothing to worry about. Remember Sayori mentioned how she suspected Yuri also liked me. The thought of that contributing to how worthless she felt makes me see red. Thanks for messing up our relationship, Yuri. Look where it got us. Oh my god, why would you say that? What, because you clung to the one person of the opposite sex who ever gave you more than a second of their time? Troy, you can't use it as an excuse to be such an asshole, alright? Blaming us isn't going to get you anywhere. I think I just skipped that, sorry. Just please let that anger go. Oh, don't you start as well, Miss Perfect. I don't need you of all people to tell me how I act when my best friend has just died. You know what, all of you can just get lost. I don't want to see any of you ever again. Joining the Literature Club was the biggest mistake in my life. The girls just stand there. There's a variety of different emotions on their faces. Troy, just go! With one final look of sympathy and some anger, the girls take their cue to leave. Natsuki and Monika are trying to console Yuri, who by this point is sobbing. I'm left standing in the doorway, feeling the fresh blood trickle down my hands. Clenching them into fists did not help. As tears leak down my face and blood drops down my wrist, I look up into the sky. Bleak, desolate, the sound of rain. Echo, echo, echo. Inside my head. Oh, it's a flaming poem. Oh, Jesus. Oh, and that's where you're going to end it? Are you kidding me? God, that hurts so much to play. That hurts so much to play. Oh! I don't know what to say. You know, I guess it kind of makes sense because I literally said it in the credits for the good ending that, you know, the game was so well written that when Natsuki's ending, like her bad ending, made me cry because I didn't see it coming, and I didn't really think. I don't know. I always thought that with the bad endings, because I didn't get them first, that they wouldn't hit me. Because I think that was the problem. Like with Natsuki, I really picked the choices that I thought would be the right ones. And I think with Natsuki's, they were the least obvious which ones were the best ones. And that's why I think really in terms of the choices, Natsuki's by far exceeds the other two. Because there's multiple endings, and also it really does feel like with Sayori, I thought, you know, being there, helping her. Yuri's choices, I think, personally, was slightly more obvious, but San did say that a lot of people got the bad ending for Yuri, so maybe not so much. Maybe that's an objective thing. Subjective, objective, whichever one means biased, personal. Can't remember. My head's not focusing right now. But I really didn't. And it's like I said, I mean, without spoiling it too much with Yuri, like, you can imagine what the bad ending is for all the characters based on that. I'm not going to say it, but you can kind of guess where it goes. And with Yuri's and Natsuki's, it ends dead after that. That was the wrong choice of words, but you get it. Like, there's no epilogue. They just end. Which is why with Sayori, I was like, oh my god, I knew where this was going, and I just stopped. And then it transitioned into another day, and I thought, what the hell is going on? And I just... Oh! Well, it's the first stream where I've properly, audibly, visibly cried on a stream. May that be the only time for a very long time, for goodness sake. Seriously. I mean, he's in the chat right now. San wrote that whole thing, and while I hate him for making me cry like that on stream, I really appreciate how well done that was. Because that was fantastically written. And even, like, being an ass to the girls at the end, it makes sense from a grief perspective, and all that mixing of the guilt and the anger and the pain. And then also just them, like, you're reflecting back, like, they're trying to tell you how to feel when you try to do it to Sayori, and it got the bad, like, it's all the mirrors and the themes connecting together, and it's so well done and so well written and just fantastic. And I have no words for this at all. I really, really don't. I genuinely don't. Everything I said about the game that I needed to say was after the good ending. I saved it for that because I figured that would be the best point to talk about all this. Because I thought, you know, like, I can sum up the game. I've played all 3 routes. I know what to expect. I literally can feel myself getting sad again. But I just... I don't want to end the stream just here. I just kind of am like sitting here like mulling in it for a minute because I kind of need to. What I will say, I would really like to stream these 3 scenes. And I may well do that soon because... Like, San knows I've spoken to him a bit about this. Like, I am really, really sad there isn't a Monica route. I understand why the writer had some personal issues and they couldn't commit to finishing it off. And that's why all the text has been published. But I really, really did enjoy Monica's scenes. And I would love to play those on stream. So let me know if you would like to see that. Because I can kind of stream those again without, you know, knowing where it ends. Because there isn't really an ending to it. It's just a few different streams. A few different scenes. As for Yuri and Natsuki's endings, I don't think I'd get upset at them again, especially not Natsuki's. Yuri's would be fine because I didn't even cry at the bad ending that time round. But I just kind of feel as though I don't know. You know what? You all know what I'm like when I finish a game. Like I did with Life is Strange 2. I can sit there for half an hour and talk about what I think about the game, and I kind of did that with this mod. But after that, my brain is so frazzled. I physically do not know what to say. I physically don't. And I am speechless. I am truly speechless. In fact, let me bring the camera up a bit more. I don't know if I'm going to screw this up, so I wonder if I can duplicate the layer. Can I duplicate? Yes, I can. Duplicate the scene, mainstream 2. There we go. Let's just bring this up a little bit more. Oh, jeez. Bring it up a little bit and then just bring it up to the top there. Just so I can talk a little bit more for a second, because that's really blurry, but just bear with it. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this is possibly one of the best stories I've ever read, played through, and I think what makes it so special is that, like I said, it's a game where the characters don't even talk. They don't have dialogue. It's all 2D characters with, like, interchangeable backgrounds, like, for the settings and stuff. Like, it should never be this emotive. it doesn't make sense in my head to think about a form of media that would work. Well, I say it doesn't make sense in my head, but it shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't make sense that a form of media like this could be so well written and could move you like this. And yet, somehow, this did. And it's just, I don't even know. I was of a firm belief when I finished the Natsuki route that if I hadn't played Doki Doki Literature Club, I wouldn't have been as attached to the characters, I wouldn't have cared. But you know what? Having played Sayori's route, I kind of think that could be released as a game on its own. And even if you hadn't played Doki Doki Literature Club, you could still be completely enthralled in that. Because it's fantastically done. I know I said, like, I still have my gripes about the Yuri bit. I kind of get it now in the space of the plot. It makes more sense. It just, to me, felt a little bit more blunt. And not like it was hinted at. Like, it was just kind of like, Yuri's definitely going to be a plot point here, you know? It's no offense to you, San. I think because, slight spoilers for Yuri's route here. So, let's ignore for a second. I'll do the thumbs up again if I need to. But for Yuri's route, there is a plot point where Sayori is your best friend. And she makes this thing saying, you know, you have, like, a really good relationship with Sayori. I don't have that with you. Maybe you should be dating her. And it feels more appropriate. But with this, it's it's a character that's new and is, like, trying to approach you, and really, you could have shut her off there, and then it would have made more sense to it, but for the sake of the plot, you didn't. And I get it, because it added to the story and made it work, but I think for me, I don't know. But for the ending, that was definitely even though it was, like, a sad ending, that was definitely the best ending out of everything. Forget the good endings, because those are fantastic, and I love the good endings. I think for me, the best endings are, Sayori has the best good ending, then Yuri, then Natsuki. I think the reason Natsuki's the bottom for me is purely because there's 5 different endings. A lot of them are very neutral, very middling, and one's horrifically bad. And the good one is just like, by the time I got to that, because it was the last one I played, I was just like, thank God no one was dead or things had gone badly or anything. I can say that because I said you could guess where things are going to go. But it's just, I don't know. For the bad endings, I think it goes, Sayori was the strongest emotively, Natsuki's, then Yuri's. Consider judging how much I cried. Although, I do think Natsuki's really got me, and I wonder if I was streaming whether it would have got me more. I think streaming it and reading it through out loud, whereas when you're alone, you're reading it to yourself, you're speeding through, so you don't have to stop to gather your voice. Because that was the struggle for me then, was, like, sitting there, having to, like, swallow the lump in my throat and then try and carry on reading. That was really difficult. Trying to do that was not easy. Whereas with Natsuki, I just cried a lot and then kept skipping through and then I was done. That was it. So, I don't know. I really genuinely don't know what to say. And I want to have some big thing here at the end. So, let me literally just say, once again, to everybody that worked on Doki Doki Blue Skies, to San, to MP Bus and MRPA, I think are the usernames of both people who did the music, to Kiyoshi and anyone else who wrote scripts, who coded it, who developed it, anyone who worked on this game the entire time, well done. So well done to you, because genuinely, I said this when I first started playing this game, no mod deserves to be this well written, and I stand by that 110%. I don't think anyone could make a mod for Life is Strange that would do this to me, because, like, obviously it would take, with all the greatest respect, it would take more work because you'd have to have voice acting and stuff, but that's a different argument. Like, I never thought I would play a game where there would be a mod that was community-driven, community-made, community-released, nothing to do with the main company body of the game, and that would emote me more than Sayori's death in the first game. Because, like, for me, I've said this before, when I first saw Doki Doki, I watched Jacksepticeye play it. I wish I played it myself, but I never would have. It would have never been on my radar. It was only because of Jacksepticeye I went, oh, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about this game. Let's watch his playthrough and see what it's like. You know, supposedly it's meant to be a bit dark. And Sayori's death, well, I was like, oh my god, it didn't make me sad or anything. Whereas here, like, because I think it was just the way it was written, in which you constantly threw in those flashback scenes to when we were kids. You reminded us, like, especially, I think the one that really stood out to me was the first scene where it shows you how you met Sayori. Because that was fantastic, and it gave an angle and a concept to their friendship that you didn't have otherwise. And it showed how you met and how things really, right from the start, were bound to go really well with your relationship and your friendship, obviously, depression aside. And I think those scenes added so much to it, and I genuinely cannot think that, I do not think this would have been nearly as good if they hadn't had those flashback scenes. I really, really do believe that, because they made it so much more, they gave so much flesh to it, so much more character, and I don't know. I just have nothing else to say. I have absolutely nothing else to say now. I think I've really made my point. So thank you so much to everyone who's watched this. This has been actually quite a popular series on the channel. You know, because I know everyone expects me to do payday content. I get that, you know, whatever. That's obviously my priority on this channel. But my attitude has always been with live streams is where I get to play the stuff that... I say the stuff that I want, like I don't want to play payday, but you know what I mean? It's like the things that aren't payday, I get a chance to play them, talk to people who are interested about them, and get you all to share the experience. And that has never been more true than with this game. Because playing Doki Doki Blue Skies and getting this community to build up, like this little sub-community where we've now got a Discord channel for the Literature Club, we have roles for all the different teams, the characters, we talk about it all the time in there. Like, to have this game, which is something that not everyone will understand. A lot of the payday community will never have seen this. They'll never know what happened here. And you know what? I don't really care. Because the community that we had here, the amount of people that stuck by and watched through this, I expected this to get like between 5 and 10 viewers. Because with Life is Strange, like I said, favourite game, the viewers very rarely pulled above 10 or 11. It was like a dozen if I was lucky. And again, like, people who say they don't do YouTube for views are lying through their arse, because that's just not true. The reason you start YouTube is because you want to get views, you want to build a community, you want to get popular. Some people do it for money. Wrong attitude. Never ever do it for money, because it will always start you off the wrong way. I mean, obviously, you know, I monetize my videos, so I'm making something off it, but as a student, you know, I'm just trying to keep the channel going, mainly. But for me, like, it's always about trying to build a community and stuff. And so, obviously, when I do a stream, and there aren't many people watching it, as I always said, as long as I make one person's day better, that makes me happy. But it also makes me a little bit sad, you know, when not as many people are watching it as they could do. And so when someone hops into the chat and goes, wow, not many people watching this, it's like, well, thanks for pointing it out. It's like I hadn't realised that myself. Thanks. Cool. But the point being, like, I understand that a lot of the stuff that I'm into is very niche and very unique and very, you know, very personal. And it's not something that everything's into. But the point I'm trying to make is Doki Doki has far, far surpassed my expectations. I even expected, like, even if the base game got a lot of views, which, by the way, it's past 1,000, which is great for a live stream. Very, very, very few streams do that, so I really appreciate that. But I expected Blue Skies, and I think San would probably expect me to say this anyway, but I honestly expected Blue Skies to drop off in views a bit. I thought there'd be quite a few people who'd stick around. I did expect that, and I'm glad that I was right. But the amount that did, I'm pretty sure the first part of Blue Skies still has more views than the base game. Which just is testament. It's fantastically done. And I'm going to leave this now. I'm going to make sure all the parts are in the playlist. And I'm going to put the playlist on the front of the channel because it deserves to be there. Because as someone who doesn't play visual novels, and hell, that might change now after this. I'm genuinely serious. I might well look at more visual novels. But as someone who hasn't played visual novels, the way this has impacted me and changed. Just the fact that I've managed to play a game on stream where with a face cam, I've cried my eyes out in front of like 20 plus people. Didn't think there'd be a game that would do that to me. Like when I played Life is Strange and it made me cry, it was like, yeah, but I kind of kept it to myself. I didn't have a face cam on. You just kind of heard the odd sniff in the mic. But that was it. Whereas this time I just went out. I was just gone. And I don't know. I do not know. I'm going to miss this. I'm going to really miss playing Blue Skies. I keep nudging my headset off my head. I'm so sorry. I'm genuinely going to miss playing Blue Skies. And I know if you hear that, you're probably thinking, well, why don't you stream Yuri and series route? It's like Yuri and Natsuki's, but it's like I've played those. And that was the reason I saved Sayori's. I could have quite easily played Sayori's in my own time and then just streamed it. But I knew that wouldn't be the same. I knew I had to play a route, at least one, that will be on its own. I knew I had to. And honestly, I kind of wish I'd left Yuri's now as well and done that on stream too. I do. I really do. But I think the problem was, I think it's the game's fault mainly because I was so enthralled with Natsuki's that I went, screw it, I'll stream one and I'm going to play two myself. I need more of this. That was literally my thought process. So there was no redeeming it. If you're happy looking into more visual novels, I'd be happy to help you out. That'd be great, dude. If you could hook me up with some, I would love it. I would really, really love it. You can get an idea from what I think about this game to impact that, probably. But yeah. I think what I might do is, if I play any more Doki Doki mods, I think I'll probably just do them in the Discord. Like, via the voice chat thing. I don't think I'll do any more on YouTube. If I do, it won't be for a while, right? I don't think it'll be for a while. Because, I don't know. It's like I said, my problem is quite simply that I just don't know if it would be worth revisiting something that I've now played. I know how it ends. I know the endings. With Life is Strange, it was a different thing because, like a lot of choice-based games, the choices, while they do matter in the short term, it all really boils down to that one final choice. Like, spoilers for Life is Strange, it's like, right at the very end, it's like, do you sacrifice Chloe or sacrifice Arcadia Bay? Whichever one you pick, everything else is forgotten, because either you sacrifice Arcadia Bay and everyone's dead and all the choices you make don't matter because the people who were affected by them are dead, or you sacrifice Chloe and everything that happened is undone. So it doesn't really matter. Whereas in this, every choice led up to it. Every choice played a part. And they all linked together. Now, I will say, for Sayori, the fact that, only 1 or 2 choices really made an impact is a little sad. It is a little bit. But I don't really care, because the endings were good enough to know, for me to think, you know what, it didn't need more than 2 endings. And that was the thing. I'm literally just rambling at this point, and I'm sorry, but, bear with me. I was particularly, I think San probably picked up on this when I was messaging him. I was particularly disappointed in a way that Natsuki had 5 endings, but Sayori and Yuri only had 2. I mean, I was happy because my favourite girl got more endings. I was like, that's great. But I thought, it's a bit weird that Yuri and Sayori don't have more than 2. It seems a bit odd. But having played all 3, it makes more sense now. I think really with Sayori and Yuri, they could only really go really good or really bad. There was no middling area. Whereas with Natsuki, there is more, with the way that story goes, there is more of an openness for it to go in several different directions, and it makes sense. So I think the amount of choices and the amount of impacts and everything is fantastically done. And anything where I've criticised the game in any way, like the Halloween section was a bit too long, or I wasn't too sure about the Yuri bit in Sayori's route, those are tiny, tiny nitpicks. Those are if I was going to give out of 100%, those little nitpicks would take 1-2% off. This is a 90%, 95% game for me. And I'm going to remember this for a very, very, very long time. I have some of my favourite games of all time. We've got Life is Strange Before the Storm. I love Payday 2. I love Skyrim, GTA 5, GTA San Andreas, Destroy All Humans 2. And somewhere, I think maybe in that top 10 now. Walking Dead, of course, the final season of The Walking Dead, but kind of just the whole thing in general. Maybe not season 3, but whatever. But this, I think Doki Doki Blue Skies is going to have to sit somewhere in the top 10 now, which to me is so strange, because it's a mod. And I keep saying it, to call this a mod feels like such an insult, because it's so much more than a mod. This should be, by its own right, its own game. And you know what, as far as I'm concerned, it basically is. I don't really care. It basically is its own mod. So, honestly, I'm so happy. I'm absolutely chuffed with how well this game was. And I think it says testament that it was able to make me crown stream. Now, I get it. I'm not the most, uptight. I'm not the most manly man in the world. I know that. Most of my friends are girls. That says enough about it. I'm kind of that mix between, that one gay guy, the stereotypical gay guy that hangs out with the girls and the lad that hangs out with the lads. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm just someone who, I don't know, a lot more sensitive, I think is my word. I'm a lot more sensitive. I think that might be, I don't know. I'm not even having any idea why. But, stories can get me. If I am hooked in a story and I'm invested, it will get me. Easily. Every time I watch Endgame, I cry at Tony Stark dying. And that's not a spoiler. If you haven't seen Endgame, then that's your own fault at this point. Tom Holland spoiled it live on a chat show, and everyone was like, oh. I just thought, well, for God's sake, you should have seen that coming. But, I don't know. Right, that's enough. I've sat here now rambling for half an hour. I think, the point is, it's a fantastic mod. It doesn't deserve to be called a mod. As far as I'm concerned, Doki Doki Blue Skies is its own entity. Yeah, sure, it has the characters and, it starts the same way as Doki Doki Literature Club, but you know what? It's so different and so unique that the gay guy... You know what I meant? I didn't mean it in an offensive way. I knew that was going to come off bad. I didn't mean it that way. I think you knew what I meant. I was just trying to sum up my relationship with friends in a way. If I was to pick about 80 to 90% of my friends are girls. Yeah, I'm still single! You find your own clues, then use them in a trial to pick apart. Oh, is this the game you're suggesting? Let me know about it. I'll look into it. So, all I have to say at the end of it is thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to San for being here in the chat. That was really good to see you in a good portion of this. Be part of it. That added a lot to it for me as well, and hopefully for everyone else. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. I'll look forward to hopefully hearing from some people who maybe, go back and watch all these over again. I might do that myself. Go back and watch over all the streams and watch the story play out. You know where it's going to go now. For me, I'm a big fan of watching films or playing games and getting someone else to play it. My best friend, I said this before, she'd never played Doki Doki. It was never in her perspective. She thought it sounded stupid. I was like, it's a visual novel, and you're like, this all about dating pretty girls, but it's not what it seems. And I went, and I can't say more than that because I will spoil it. And she went, okay. She played it. She loved it. And that says it all. So thank you. Thank you all so much, genuinely, for watching it, because I am really, really so happy that you all took part. But yeah, I'd like to think some people will go back and watch it. And if you do watch the whole thing through again, tell me. Let me know what you think. And maybe you'll spot clues that I didn't notice. I don't know. But I do think I was quite good at spotting when the MC was really dense. So I don't know. But thank you all so much for watching. Let's go back to the camera up there. Ooh, look at that. It did a nice little fade. Thank you all so much. Thanks for playing. For all I wrote in this mod, I'm pretty crap with words, so I don't know what else to say. Express my gratitude. Oh, again, yeah, sorry. He's going to hate me for saying this. San, please give me the link to the PayPal again in our Discord chat. And I'll put it in the description of every single one I haven't done. And I'm going to share it in the Doki Doki channel now, because I don't care what you say. You deserve support for this. This is fantastically written, and because it was community done, you deserve any donations anyone can give to you. Hell, I might give you some more for it as well myself, to be honest, at this point. I don't even think I think you deserve it. But at the end of the day, if anyone can support me even a little bit, I should be promoting my own Patreon over this. I'm getting the game wrong, but you get the point. If you can donate them to support him, please do, because they deserve it. They deserve it so, 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 so much. And I would think that anyone who stuck here to the end, for the 14 of you that sat here listening to me just ramble, probably agree to him. So if you can, because obviously not everyone can, you know, it's not the, if you're watching Twitch, you have $5. With all due respect, piss off. Forget that. No. That was all stupid. So if you can afford it, if you can, because not everyone watching live streams can, I'm not some stupid stream like some of those idiots. If you can, please support them, because they genuinely deserve it. Right, okay. That's it now. Alright, I very much like this stream's community. Thank you, dude. I really like you being part of it. If you want to come back and join the Discord server, I know you said you don't join a lot of servers. If you do, I'll send you an invite. More than welcome to see you in there. I would love to see you, but I understand, you know, whatever. But I hope I get to talk to you more anyway, because you're a really cool dude. Thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, like I said, make sure you like the stream. And thank you all. There's nothing else I can say. I've literally spent, like, over the course of the stream at different points, about an hour talking about this now. I think this is going to stick with me for a really long time. A really, really, really long time. And I don't think... In fact, you know what? Just to wind this off, I'm just going to put my favourite one on. Where is it? Sparks Ignite. Sparks Ignite. Deep Wound is the best sad one. It's in Yuri's route and it's so well done. It's like a little wind-up toy that plays. Am I blind? Where's Sparks Ignite? There it is. Bingo. I'm just going to turn it up for the end, just so you can all enjoy this absolute musical masterpiece, because this is fantastically written. I've got this on piano now, the sheet music. I was given it by one of the composers, so I'm going to learn to play this. So, thank you all so, so much for watching this. I truly do appreciate it. I don't know when the next stream will be, to be honest. I think I'm going to make a video this weekend. I'm going to try and do an Avengers game video, because I want to see how people respond to that. I'd really like to do that. Something a bit different. But I'm also going to try and get the Payday Zombies map mod video done as well. So expect something this weekend, right? I'll do something. I don't know what. I'm getting my haircut tomorrow, so when I come back, I'll make a video and go from there. I've still got the Overkill's The Walking Dead video to edit, so I need to make that too. But the sound's out of sync in loads of places, so it's going to be annoying to edit, so... Whatever. Enough gabbing. Thank you all. Seriously. I'm going to leave this now to play. Just because I kind of want to be honest with you. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all with the next stream, which will probably be next week on... It won't be Monday, because it's my mum's birthday. So, if... by the way, actually, yeah. One more thing. If on Monday, if you guys remember, I'll put it in the Discord. If you can tweet at me, put in the Discord, anything, just say happy birthday to my mum. Her name's Tracy. So if you say, like, happy birthday, Tracy, in, like, chats and stuff, that'd be great, because I know she'd really appreciate that. But, yeah. There you go. That's about it. That's about it. If you want to do that, please do. And I'll show her some messages on Monday. So the next stream will probably be on... Tuesday? Probably Tuesday. Yeah. So I'll see you all very soon. If you type in Blue Skies Dev Commentary, you can easily see it. Oh, yeah, you did a playlist. Not that I mean to plug or anything, but I'm actually going through series entirely and finding Dev Commentary and the whole thing. Oh, God, yeah, I'm going to watch that now. Because I haven't seen you do that for obvious reasons. I'm going to watch that, so I will. I'll catch up on that at some point. Not yet, though. I think I need to get over what's happened first. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all very soon with a new stream and a video this weekend. Look after yourselves. Take it easy. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. I need to switch the face cam off. That's awkward. See you later, guys.